enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Let's get the show on the road. Good morning. Welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show.
Palaverous.
Is it palaverous?
Yeah, enough of the palaver, and then we start, so it means we're running completely palaverous.
Sans
With a
palaver?
complete lack of palaver of any way, shape or form.
Or form.
We're
We're back in the womb. Let's start calling our studio the womb.
Why, because it's small and freezing? Whose womb?
We're triplets in a womb.
Yeah.
Because every time we go out, down the tubes,
Yeah, down the vagina.
and get spit out of the twat lips, all hell breaks loose. It's safer in here.
Yeah.
I just found out on the way to work, even though this isn't work.
Positive HIV?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Ron Howard's coming in.
Yes, I found out from a text from Steve that woke me up.
Oh, that's good.
During my fucking final few minutes of sleep that you're like, this is, I'm still in bed and I have this much time and, man, Ron Howard. Yeah, great, thanks.
I would, I don't know. I would like to defend you on that, but in this day and age, you got to turn that cell phone off at night.
I did,
There's
but
too much going on with the cell phone.
The vibrate was on and I was in that state, that in between,
right?
And it went on my dresser.
Go quiet mode, my brother.
Nah, I need someone's dead information. You need someone's dead info.
You dummies that keep your phones on just in case someone dies in the middle of the night. You're just not smart. They'll be waiting for you when you wake up in the morning. And trust me,
they're not going to come back to life. Don't worry.
I've been through 3 or 4 in the last 5 or 6 years, and guess what? It's a horror show, so the best thing you can do is get a good night's sleep.
Just sleep through it?
Yeah, yes, before you go into deep depression for 2 weeks. Trust me, you won't be sleeping. So the best thing you can do is turn off all your phones. You'll wake up with a nice night's sleep. Then you get the bad news.
Then the bad news comes and you're well rested.
You're well rested and ready to deal with it.
Oh, God.
I'm not even joking. It's the way to go.
I don't know, man. I'm one of those. I got to at least have some line of communication open.
But what could you possibly do?
Nothing. You're right.
You really got to break it down. Break it down and ask yourself, what could I do if the person is dead anyway?
Yeah, you're right.
The only thing
I'm
is
not saying you're wrong.
The only thing is what? There's some horrific accident, and they need you to save this person.
That something like that.
Do you got some kind of rare blood type?
Maybe
or do you have the serum in your safe at home?
Yes, my serum.
What the fuck, man?
The antidote. I hold the antidote. Yeah, I don't know. I'm one of those guys that need kind of to be connected and shit. So, I
go quiet mode. But I don't sleep the night ever. I never get 8 straight hours. So if I wake up in the middle of the night, I do a little rollover and I take a quick look at the phone. Like, okay, all's good.
Dude, and here's what I got to do. I'll show you a prime example of how fucking much I really much help I need getting up. Here's my alarm. I have it set for 4:30 a.m., 4:35, 4:40, 4:50.
Good God.
Those are the times I have it set. Then I have my clock radio alarm also set for 4:50 as kind of an emergency backup if the iPhone alarm doesn't work. The iPhone plugs in to my clock radio on my night table. But I set 5 alarms on my iPhone.
Are you knocking them out every time? How many go through before you?
I go through all 5. I wait, and then I wake up at, I'm up. So I wake up 4:40, like that. And then sometimes if I'm just like, oh, my God, I need 10 more, I'll wait for the 4:50 one. But, yeah.
God bless you.
I have the Bose, the one you have up, that concert volume.
Yeah.
But it's all done.
Concert volume.
It's all done through a remote.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if your remote batteries are running out, which apparently mine are, it's getting louder and louder and louder and louder, and I'm hitting the remote button and nothing's happening. It won't turn off. I almost had to put it in the tub.
With you in it, I hope. Oh, man. That's just, the neighbors must love that.
Oh, boy. I hope they like Ozzy.
Oh, this Bose is ridiculous.
It's like when you're in a hotel room and next door to you at 4 a.m, and the room is vacant, and someone set the fucking alarm and left it on, and you're like,
How about
you got to call downstairs.
screw that? How about you're in a hotel room, nice, you want to sleep in, you're on vacation, or you got a day off, and you forget to check the alarm clock in your room?
Yeah.
And you find out that the day before some fucking Continental airline pilot was in there?
Got to be to the airport at 3 a.m.
Right.
Oh, shit.
Well, so it goes off at like some ungodly hour,
Yeah.
and then you can't get back to sleep. Jersey Matt, Bayonne. Thank God Opie's not the president, because we'd be in deep shit if we're attacked at night.
Yeah,
My
exactly.
advice to Obama.
He takes the hotline off the hook.
Yeah.
Fuck this. What could possibly happen?
It's my logic, What are you going to do? I need my sleep, no
Yeah.
matter what. Sleep is very, very important.
I got to give it you there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's pretty cool. Ron Howard coming in.
Absolutely.
Later on.
And I guess intern David, he's only got 3 days left with us.
3 days left. He has just been, an intern. Of course, yes, he's been on the air and gave us so many chuckles. But as far as taking claim to this, what did he say?
He said that he's taking credit for getting the Ron Howard booking done. For real.
Now, how...
Get Sam, because Sam started... I don't know. I before we get into that, David came in, and he's got 3 days left, so I was trying to give him a little advice, considering I've been doing this radio thing since I was 18.
Well, son...
Just a few little things. Nothing...
Let me tell you, my boy.
Yeah,
You were giving him the old pat on the back?
yeah, I wasn't trying to be like, old douche trying to say, this is how...
You remind me a lot of me when I was a Jew.
Just a few little dumb pointers. That's it. Nothing special.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to him, and then he finally left the studio, and I look at Ann and I go, I think I had better conversations with my 6-year-old niece.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I was like, what am I talking to?
I gave him a pat on the back leaving the other day just for the fuck of it, and he winced. He winced in a way like I had fucking stabbed him. He's fantastic.
Do we
I
have
love
video
just
of that?
touching him. It's great.
We have to get a video of his rinse.
I think we do have some. But how did he claim to have any involvement
Yeah, Sam, what's going
in the
on?
Ron Howard booking?
You're his handler, so what's going on?
He couldn't get that done if his name was David Howard.
Here he co-booked him.
You co-booked.
There's something called co-booking?
Yeah, well, I mean, Ron Howard's kind of a big celebrity.
Well, I think his name is attached to a few popular projects over the years. Sure.
So, I mean, sometimes it takes a tandem to
Oh,
get that
tag
booking
team.
down.
Kind of was it a good cop, bad cop?
I guess so.
Yeah, get on, do the fucking show. Oh, don't pay attention to him. We'd really like you to do the show. What do you need 2 people for a booking?
Well, Liam is our booker.
Yes.
And so,
Does a great job.
Does
by
a
the way.
fine
Yes,
job
yeah.
in getting us very good, entertaining guests.
Yeah.
But I guess he couldn't get the job done by himself.
But let it be known, we still missed the Roland.
Yes.
right,
The
because
roly-poly Roland. But
Who doesn't miss Roland?
sometimes Liam needs...
Dog is still dead, Roland. Jesus Christ. Classic line that was.
There are
Woof,
things that
woof,
Roland-
fuck you. The guy was classically brutal.
How's your dog?
we might have to play that.
Oh, it's so good.
Roland knew how to fight.
Oh, did he fight dirty?
God, he was a timid little thing, large thing.
You'd hear him laugh when you tickle him. And he's just like, okay, ooh, ooh. And then he gets in a fight and he's just like, fuck your mother. Fuck her, fuck everything.
Unbelievable.
Wow, he's brutal.
Yeah, he's bad.
So, yes, I'd like to know how this tandem tag team
Because-
booking.
Like, you need somebody from the show to make sure that the booker is on his game, you know what I mean?
All right.
And usually, I mean, David said that usually it would be the executive producer, but sometimes somebody needs to come and fill in for the executive producer when he's not getting the job done.
So why wouldn't somebody else fill in for the executive producer? Maybe a paid employee, somebody that maybe yourself.
I was
Sam.
going to say, yeah, meaning you, Sam.
Sam, maybe
You know,
yourself.
That's the thing.
He picked up the ball and ran with it, didn't he?
That's what happens. I mean, I dropped the ball and David picked it up. Thank God.
I want to start by asking
Thank God.
David, sometimes Steve drops the ball?
Yes, that's true. He does sometimes, yes.
In what way? You got an example?
He He just doesn't like do a good job booking things. Like even today he dropped the ball. I heard there's a big mix up today.
What?
Oh, right. Yeah, there is a bit of a mix-up. I heard a little panic.
There's a big mix-up today.
What is it?
Yeah.
What's the
Because,
mix-up?
Mix-up.
Apparently, Steve C. booked Andrew Dice Clay for the show today, but he's booked at the exact same time that Ron Howard is booked for today.
No.
Why did you do that? I don't get it. Why did you do that?
Together.
Yeah, so that's commotion. Yes.
Promotion?
Yes.
What's that have to do with...
Yeah.
Oh,
Commotion.
But it said promotion.
No, commotion.
Emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Commotion.
what should we do about that? Because
Yeah.
Steve hasn't really come up with a solution yet.
No, he hasn't.
So what should we do,
hasn't.
David?
I think we should make Mr. Andrew Dice Clay wait and
Wow, I can't wait to tell Dice that intern David, a
I think we
fellow
should make him wait.
Jew,
Ron Howard's coming.
told you to wait.
Your idol, Opie. You're named after him. You gotta have him right when he comes.
Let's relax.
Oh, you gotta have him.
He's not my idol.
Oh.
I had some idols growing up, but not Ron Howard. I just look like the guy, and then because of that asshole, I'm a middle-aged man with the name Opie. Okay, let's be real about this. When I was 12, it's kind of sounded all right.
Cute.
Yeah, it's all cute and cuddly until you start growing pubic hairs and realize you're stuck with this name for the rest of your life.
Dude, just be grateful it wasn't Goober or something else. It could have been a lot worse than Opie.
Oh my
Gomer.
God. Well, they were thinking Howdy. I told you how it went down, right?
Oh,
I was
my
in,
God.
I think I was in seventh grade, and this girl Julie Burson, I give her credit every single time. She pointed me out as we're waiting for the teacher. She goes, "Hey, you, what's your nickname?" I go, "I don't have a nickname." She made me stand in front of the class and then have everyone try to figure out my nickname on the spot. And everything from Howdy Doody to Will Robinson from Lost in Space
Oh, wow.
to Four Eyes because I was wearing glasses. Just
Four Eyes is so
those are
hack.
those are the ones I remember, and there were brutal, even more brutal ones in there. And then she finally just looked at me and goes, "Opie."
Thank God.
God forbid hot cock should have flown out of someone's mouth.
Thank God I would have been knocking 10. Because I never would have signed on to the Howdy Doody and Anthony show.
Or the Four Eyes and Anthony show.
Four Eyes and Anthony.
You have to wear glasses even though he had corrective surgery.
But if
it would become a gimmick. You'd have to wear them with no glass in them.
But if they called me Howdy Doody, I would have been probably stuck with that name somehow.
Yeah.
I probably would have been Howdy by this
Or
point.
you'd cool it up by just, hey, HD.
Yeah.
It's HD. What does HD stand for? Howdy Doody.
Well, that's what the fans do
Yeah.
when they say O and A. Because I know, guys. Trust me, I know. It's hard to say Opie and Anthony.
O and A.
Because the Opie part is pretty.
It's literally hard to say it. Opie and Anthem and then
Opie
knee.
and Anthony.
So I know the people that are trying to be a little cool go, yeah, O and A.
Oney.
I know what that's
right,
about.
we get it.
All right, anyways, back to you. Not my idol there, David.
Yeah. But
Okay,
now
I
how?
respect the guy, and I loved a lot of the stuff he's done.
I want to know how. You give me a fucking timeline like they're showing with that airplane crash, and transcripts of how you actually helped book this.
Okay. Well, it was last Friday.
Wow, it goes back that far. Okay.
Yes, it goes back to last Friday. Yes, and Opie was discussing on this very show about Mr. Ron Howard.
I remember that.
Yes.
It's almost like I was sitting here.
Yes. How about that? Yeah, he was discussing how he saw him at a Starbucks. Right.
I know the story, David.
Yeah, so he said that he wanted Ron Howard on the show.
Right.
So I said, well, if he wants Ron Howard on the show, we better get him on the show.
See, this is what you get with intern David. There's no Steve C saying, well, if he wants it, he's got it. That's intern David.
David thought, hey, I just heard Opie request something. I don't
Yes.
care how hard it is, how that we go.
Yes.
We go.
If Opie wants Ron Howard, then we got to get Ron Howard here. Yes.
That's it. Wow.
That's
You
amazing.
snapped into action.
Yes, I did. So,
And now there's a big step between hearing someone say they want a guest
yes,
and getting the guest. Let me tell you something.
correct.
I'd love to have Christian Bale
Okay.
in studio.
Okay. Well,
In
okay.
studio.
We're gonna get him. I'm gonna make it. Yeah.
The
I
new
want Dice.
Terminator movie. I mean, the new Terminator movie coming out. Christian Bale. He's been in a
Okay.
lot of my favorite movies.
Okay.
And I would like to have that. But you now saying we got to get him.
I gotta
Is that where your job ends?
No.
Okay. Right. So now we'll go with the Ron Howard thing.
Okay.
You said Opie wants Ron Howard. We're getting Ron Howard. How did you then go from that step of knowing that we want him to actually him coming on the show and your involvement in that?
Okay, well, I thought to myself, how do I go about booking Ron Howard? I'm not a talent booker.
No?
No.
Yeah.
All right.
So I said, well, if I'm not a talent booker, then I should approach the person who is the talent booker for the show.
Hey!
What? You put 2 and 2 together,
Yeah.
and you got 4, my friend.
Yes.
You knew. Go to the booker to book a guest.
Yes. To request for the booker, ask him if he can book the guest for us.
Could you tell us what you do here? You go between the talent and the booker? Is that what I'm led to believe? Why can't the talent go right to the booker?
Because we're trying to get the
I'm
fuck
a
out of here.
people person.
He's setting up office space.
Of course.
God damn it.
You,
Gotta see that movie. Gotta see it.
What exactly do you would you say you do here? That's the great. All right, so you went to the booker.
Well, I went upstairs. This is the 36th floor, so I had to go to the 37th floor.
He went on an elevator trip.
I didn't go in the elevator. I walked up the stairs.
Holy shit.
A lot of people, certain producers around here,
Yes.
they'll wait until the booker comes downstairs.
Right.
David is a man of action. He goes upstairs to the booker.
You went to the booker's office?
Well, I searched around the office upstairs. I didn't know which one is. There's many offices up there. I didn't know which one his office was.
Please tell me you walked into Mel's office.
Oh, would that be
are
great?
you the booker?
Who are you? Are you the booker?
Please tell me.
That would be classic.
Please tell me you did that.
No, I just walked around aimlessly and didn't see Liam anywhere. And I went up to a random person that was sitting at a desk and said, "Do you know where Liam Davenport's office is?"
He grabbed Mel's tie. Hey, who are you?
Yeah, and did they know?
They knew where his office was. Yes.
But refused to tell you because
No,
you
they
were a
told
creep.
me. They told me.
Yeah.
And I walked around some more, and I still couldn't find the office. And then I asked another person, "You know where Liam Davenport's office is?" And they pointed. And I looked in the office, and he was not in the office.
Uh-oh. All right. Look, now a lot of people at that point would have gone, look, I've gone above and beyond here.
Ron Howard won't be on the show.
I've walked up the stairs. I've asked 2 people for where the booker's office is.
Because I wasn't paying attention the first time.
I'm just going to go downstairs and call this one a wash.
Yeah.
But no.
No.
David, he kept going. You're an amazing man,
Yes.
David.
So I went back to the second person who told me where Liam Davenport's office is.
And by this point, did they go, "Oh fuck, here he comes again"?
He did make a little sound like that, something like that. I think he did. Yeah.
Why is he telling the story in real time?
I know.
I am the voice of the listener today.
This is ridiculous, by the way,
Holy
David.
shit.
So you go up to the guy again.
Yes, correct.
And what happens?
And I said to the guy,
It's like a 3-part joke.
I said to the guy, I'm looking for Liam Davenport. He's not in his office. If you see him, could you tell him that intern David from the Opie and Anthony show is looking for him?
You gave your title and everything.
Yes.
Intern David. I'm sure that was impressive to the person, and they really took note of what you had to say.
Right.
And then what?
Then what
And then
happened?
he said, okay.
Oh, my God.
And I left.
Then he said, okay.
Yeah,
and he
left,
left. So he walked back down the stairs.
Yeah, you got it.
Jesus Christ. So now, get to the point, the thrilling point of the meeting between you and Liam.
Like a half hour, 45 minutes later,
Uh-huh.
I'm down here being an intern, and then Liam comes down here and approaches me.
No way.
And says, I heard you've been looking for me.
Wow.
Yes.
David just says, I heard you've been looking for it. And then he looked around the room for this approval from everybody, for this accolades that he's never going to receive. So you started talking to him. What was that discussion like?
Well, I explained to him the situation.
And you confirmed that you had been looking for him.
Yes, I confirmed. Yes, I certainly did. You're right. You're right, Jimmy.
So you said you relayed to him Opie's request to have Ron Howard on the program.
Well, it was more than that.
And he said, I know.
No, it was more than that. I told Liam the story that Opie said on on the show about how he
And coming
met him at
from
the
you, it
Starbucks.
must have been captivating.
Right.
Yeah.
I hope you had a 2-hour lunch.
And then what did he say to you
He said,
after you woke him up?
that's right, I woke him up, he said.
By the way, people are saying, especially Mike in Boston, the whole story could have been told in 2 sentences.
Yes.
So
Oh,
far.
absolutely.
Went upstairs, said, Liam, I need to talk to you. Downstairs, 45 minutes later, Liam came and saw me.
The whole upstairs was so unnecessary. It's almost like,
beyond
what
amazing.
happened? Well, I connected with Liam and I just told him that you needed to.
No, he had to walk around, talk to people 3 times to find where he was, leave the message. It's everything. It's amazing. So, it's an amazing story.
I'm surprised the accounting department didn't just grab you.
Oh, I know,
and
right?
take you hostage.
Yeah, you belong up here.
Right.
So, now where did it come in that the actual booking happened and you were part of it?
The actual booking?
Yeah.
It happened later on in the day, like after this show was over already. Mm-hmm. It was pretty much
And
like,
how were you involved in that? Were you in on the conference call? Did you
No, I wasn't in
talk
on
to
the-
Ron Howard? You talked to Ron's people.
No, I didn't even talk to Ron's people. I think that was Liam talked to Ron's people.
He had
Really?
He had Liam do it.
Oh, you had Liam do it. Yeah, you delegated responsibility. That's good.
So how is he responsible for the Ron Howard booking?
Thank
Because
you.
I-
Or the co-booking of Ron Howard?
Because I asked Liam if he would try to book Ron Howard for our show.
Now, let me ask you something. Hasn't it been a blanket thing here over the past, I don't know, year at least, that we want Ron Howard on this show?
Oh, yeah.
And hasn't the booker known that we want Ron Howard on the show? Weren't we talking about the fact that Ron Howard's got a new movie coming out and we would like to have him on the show?
I just realized I got to give myself a little credit because when I bumped into him on Columbus Avenue,
Yes.
on that rainy morning, I said,
What
hey.
time was it, Opie?
It was very early. It was probably like...
How many steps away were you? When
I said, Ron, I would love to have you on our radio show one day. And look, it's happening today.
See? David had nothing to do with it, really, when you
So
think
now
about
there's
it.
3 of us that were involved with this booking.
Wow, this is a massive undertaking. You
There
didn't
were
talk
3.
to any of the people. You talked to Liam, who
Yep.
really knew that we wanted Ron Howard.
But watch, David is kind of Liam's apprentice almost. Like he's learning
really?
to book talent. Wasn't Ron Howard tentatively booked?
That's
Before-
true. He was tentatively booked, yes.
Well, why wouldn't you tell the talent
Why wouldn't I tell the talent?
that he was tentatively booked?
Because I was told not to tell the talent because tentatively means that he maybe, it's not official yet. So I was told not to tell anyone until it was official.
Now, how would you know that if you weren't a talent booker?
Wait,
That's
how is the
David.
intern knowing more than we are?
That-
That
yeah.
there's a possibility that Ron Howard's going to be on our show.
Yeah, because I didn't find out until Steve woke me up this morning with an obnoxious text.
Why would he do that, by the way?
I don't know.
Wouldn't that info...
He's excited.
Like, yeah, at some point.
At 4:30, you're going to be here a little after 5 anyway.
I'll find out when I get
Right.
here. There's no need to wake me.
He also,
Ron Howard, whoa!
He also texted Kenny, too. Yeah. Well, because, Kenny's going to have a few questions, I guess,
Yeah.
for Ron Howard. Go ahead, David. So, that's it?
That's pretty much it. So I just knew about him more because I was conferring with Liam every step of the way to see how his progress was going.
I guess what we need to ask you is, what did you do that Steve did not do for the Ron Howard booking?
As I said, I approached Liam and asked him if he'd be able to book Ron Howard for the show. Steve did not approach Liam and ask him if he could book him.
Did Steve know? Did he want him to be booked on the show?
I don't think Steve had a clue, no. Probably not, no.
But doesn't Steve listen to the show, David?
You would think so, wouldn't you? I hope he does.
You are fucking a gem.
Yeah. All right.
You like David?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's all right in my book, though. All right, David. Well, we continue with intern David because Sam did a backstage with O&A with Jason Ellis. You know who Jason Ellis is, right?
Yes.
Intern David?
Yes, I remember him.
Does a show on Faction every afternoon, and his best of, or not necessarily the best of, is played on this channel on the weekends. Now, after he did an appearance on our show, he gave you a little advice on men.
Yes, he
Being a
did.
man?
Oh, well, that's a little different.
Well, he did say yes, he did. So, on being a man.
Being a man, yes.
Okay. And this is how it went down. We might have to stop this a few times.
And now, backstage with O&A, here is Primetime Sam Roberts.
I'm Primetime Sam Roberts, and Opie and Anthony intern David has been moping around the SiriusXM facility as of late, as his internship is about to end, and there is nothing good going on in his life. Luckily, we found expert on all things manly, Jason Ellis, in the hall, and got him to give David some life-improving tips.
This is our intern David. Now, our intern David is very fond of, what's some of your favorite musical artists?
I'm a big fan of musical artists like Beyonce, and I like Britney Spears, and I like all the top 40 artists.
Now, David is 26.
Yeah.
He lives at home and spends most of his time masturbating in his parents' house while listening to music like this. What could you say as far as maybe character building advice for David?
I think that it goes both ways. Like, I can tell what you guys are doing right now, and I think that, you know, a man who's into Britney Spears and Beyonce. At the end of the day, Beyonce is an excellent singer. She does have sideburns, but she does have an excellent voice. Because I think that there's some men out there that go to battle and they fight for the country, and then there's other people that build robots so that they can fight for the country as well. It's people like me and him that unite and make this world a great place.
David, you think you can build some robots?
And there's no problem in me starting right now.
It started nice enough, but after standing in front of intern David for over 60 seconds, his appearance alone was enough to completely frustrate and disgust Jason Ellis.
Why don't you thank Mr. Ellis for helping your life?
Thank you, Mr. Ellis. I appreciate it.
Are you frowning at me right now?
No, I'm not frowning at you. No way.
Why are you looking down at my shoes now? Are you disrespecting me by looking at my feet?
Oh, no.
No, I'm certainly not. I'm looking right at you.
Keep looking at me. Keep watching. Why do you brush your hair off to the side like that?
I don't know. I've just been doing that.
Go. Like, look at me. All I ever wanted was my hair back. You go, just frizz it up, man. That's a thing for a tip for girls. This whole side part thing means you don't take chances. You're in a box, man. Bust out. You're like in a Rubik's Cube. Your shirt's cool. Get some new kicks, man. Those things are fried. You look like you're going hiking on a picnic or something. Just trying to help, man.
I got you. I appreciate the help.
Good luck, David. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you.
Like most, Jason left the meeting with no faith that intern David will ever accomplish anything of substance. Good luck with that, David. I'm Primetime Sam Roberts, and this has been
Backstage with O&A.
David, you didn't take his advice. You still got the side poof.
Yeah, the side poof. You got the
Your
bad
part
clothes.
is way down on the side.
Let me see.
You have too much hair to be parting your hair like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a comb over part. It starts at the top of your ear.
We should have him spike his hair today.
You got some gel?
You should get all wild.
Let's get some gel.
Yeah.
All right.
And spike his hair up.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe
give him a, what is it called? A man hawk or something?
is Jill here
Faux
today?
hawk.
No.
Faux hawk.
Oh, see, we need a girls kind of.
What if Steve do it?
Oh, yes. I always wanted to do this.
Who's got hair product today?
I
Someone's
bet
got-
E-Rock's got a little gel or something.
I'm sure E-Rock does.
Of course he does.
You want to frost it first? I have some of that in my bag.
I don't think E-Rock does the frosting anymore.
No, he was, though. Who was he ever?
Oh, we beat him up
Oh,
about
he
that
told
one.
him he knows never to do that again.
Ew.
The only frosting now is what he eats on cake.
You should frost his hair with a lawnmower blade. Put white paint on it.
We got one more quickie as far as intern David goes. He says he likes the pop music. Well, he sang a little Lady Gaga for everybody today.
Oof.
You're not a fan of the Lady Gaga?
Lady Gaga? Nah.
Or him singing it.
Can't read my, no, he can't read my poker face. She's got me like nobody. Can't read my, no, he can't read my poker face. She's got me like nobody. Poker face, poker face. Poker face, poker face. I won't tell you that I love you, kiss or hug you, cause I'm bluffing with my muffin. I'm not lying, I'm just stunning with my love glue gunning. Just like a chick in the casino, take your bank before I pay you out. I promise this, check this hand cause I'm marvelous. Can't read my, no he can't read my poker face. She's got me like nobody. Can't read my, no he can't read my poker face. She's got me like nobody.
We're like producing these too well, I think.
Yeah, these are really getting
Oh my
produced
God,
now.
That was good.
Yeah, we know, David. That's what
I didn't hear the produced part. Wow.
He sounded like
Wow, I'm good.
He sounded like that old song, "Putting on the Ritz." Anybody?
Kind of
that.
Who did that? Taco?
Yeah, I think it was Taco. Very
Putting
good.
on the Ritz. Putting on the Ritz.
All right, Dave. Very good appearance this morning.
Thank you.
Yeah, good for
didn't
one
learn
of your
much,
last
but-
appearances.
I guess you sort of co-booked Ron Howard.
Sort of.
What do you suggest with the dice thing? You suggest he should wait
Dice should wait, yes.
until Ron Howard is done.
Correct.
We'll make sure we tell Dice that little tidbit.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, just so everybody has the correct idea, David was outside the studio, not so much taking pride in the booking itself, but just taking pride in the fact that he thinks he's outshined Steve C.
Well,
Which, I mean,
not hard to do.
And I think he's taking something I told him very seriously.
Yeah.
What's that, Sam?
well, you, I think on Friday, offhandedly, when you said the Ron Howard thing, David approached you while you were going to the bathroom and said, I'm going to get Ron Howard on the show. I'm going to go talk to Liam. And you, just trying to get back into the studio, brushed him off by saying, hey, you're doing better than Steve already. And
so he took that to heart.
Oh,
and
nice.
said,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And David,
Yeah.
how have you been doing?
Very well.
Better than...
Better than Steve C.
Wow.
You should have a T-shirt made.
Better than Steve C.
I'd have to print out a lot
yeah,
of them.
we need to buy those in bulk. Shut up.
Okay, buy them.
Well, we'll have shirts.
Thank you.
Very good one. Thank you. Yes, my improv skills are wonderful.
We should buy them in bulk. Yes, you should. Thank you.
Psychotic from Wagbag writes, make David wear shit like Rob Halford. Ooh. And then gives a website where you can see all the fun stuff
Spike
that
it up, some
Rob
leather.
Halford's been wearing lately.
Yeah, we got to spike his hair up.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Can we rip your shirt and shit? And put some holes in your jeans?
Yeah,
Look at the look he makes us look like, oh my god, I gotta do it for the show, but I don't want to do this at all. And because all kinds of things going through that head, big poofy haired head. Are you wearing that thing? I saw an infomercial for the bump.
Wait, what's that?
It's some plastic thing that chicks brush their hair forward, and they put it like on the skull cap, like of their head, the crown.
Okay.
And then they brush the hair over it, and it gives that old '60s style kind of bump. And it's called the bump. You look like you're wearing the bump on your head. What you got under there? The bump.
He looked all week for a Patsy Weber wig.
He's making us all jealous with all that hair of his. Jesus. What the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Don't worry, that shit will fall out eventually. It
yeah.
happens to everybody.
Jewish guys, usually when they're younger, do have a lot of hair.
Oh, my
like
God.
that. And then once you get a little older, it gets to be that horseshoe hair thing. And
Do you think he has a nice harvest area, Ant?
yeah, he'll have a good harvest area. Yeah, and he could cover it up with a yarmulke. So you won't even have to worry about it.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Oh,
How often do you wear the yarmulke? Do you wear it a lot?
No, not too often. No.
Because some people wear it all the time. I never understood, like, the bobby pins in there, going to school and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bobby pins are they just put it there in their hair to make sure that the yarmulke doesn't fall off their head.
Really? I thought it had religious significance.
Bobby pins? No.
That clears me up on that one.
Literal
Thank you, David.
I don't know how you're supposed to pick up chicks wearing a yarmulke.
A yarmulke, yeah.
always
Well,
thought-
Jewish girls you get.
I understand. Yeah, but I always felt bad for the guys. I'm like, man, it's tough out there to begin with, and now you're going to these bars with a yarmulke on with bobby pins. It's
And they know
like-
you have money,
Yeah.
though. They think you're a Jewish guy. They probably think you have a
That's
good job.
true.
It's
Yeah.
a dumb observation, obviously, but
Right.
I always thought that, like,
You ever go to one
made
of
it a
those?
little harder for some of the guys out there.
You ever go to one of those Jewish singles weekends? You ever hear about those?
I heard of them, yeah.
Yeah. You never went?
No.
You
Why
ever
is
think
that?
you're gonna? You meet a nice Jewish girl.
Maybe.
Your family will
Maybe
like
one day.
her and stuff. You can't be bringing home a shiksa, right?
No.
No.
What's that, Ant?
That's a regular old non-Jew girl.
A regular broad?
Regular, non-Jew broad, this day and age.
You look down upon us because we're not Jews?
The family does, right? They want you with a Jewish girl.
Of course they do, yes.
Yeah, nice Jewish
You're
girl.
You're not going to marry a Jew, though, right?
Get nice
Probably
girl,
will,
settle
yes.
down. Why don't you settle down?
Why are you going to marry a Jew? Because you have to?
Yeah.
Or you want to?
No, he has to. He's cut down his
No, I have to.
his choices.
Oh, boy.
What if there is the hottest girl and she falls head over heels in love with you, and she is a horrid Catholic?
Uh-oh.
Because,
That's no good. That'd be a
no.
big problem.
Would you turn Catholic? I know a lot of people turn Jewish to get into relationships.
They do.
But convert. Would you convert to Catholicism over a girl?
I don't know. That'd be a tough one. I don't know. I'd have to really think hard about it.
Would your family disown you?
Maybe. They wouldn't like that one bit.
Yeah.
No.
You do know it is the real religion, though, right?
No.
What? No. No.
Don't make us waterboard you until you say yes.
Oh, David.
All right,
You are a card.
Yeah.
yeah, he agrees. Yes, I'm a card.
Yeah.
All right, David. Thank you.
I'll go look for some gel.
You know what?
Yeah, look for some gel.
I will.
And Christian Bale.
And Christian Bale.
Christian Bale, that too, yes.
Christian Bale, Terminator Salvation comes out. I want Christian Bale sitting at the console right next to our good friend Jimmy Norton.
I'll get right on that.
Thank you.
David and Bobo? You're doing a David and Bobo show on Friday, your last day?
Oh.
If he comes in, yes.
If he comes in, of course he will.
And Bobo on his Twitter last night. Do we have his Twitter?
I don't follow Bobo on my Twitter.
His
Go
Twitter-
figure.
I think it's Mr. Met.
It's Mr. Met 8. MRMET number 8.
Mr. Met 8.
Is his Twitter, yes.
He's already advertising. He's already advertising for a new David on his Twitter. Look at that.
Really?
Can you find that one, Danny? Where is it? Oh, right there at the top. I'm sorry. The search for the new David is on. Bobo needs the new sidekick ASAP.
Uh-oh.
I need a new sidekick. What kind of stuff does he Twitter? Give me a little sample of some of the stuff there, Danny.
The next Twitter says, yo, he's talking directly to Opie. Yo, Opie, how about having me and David eat sliders until one of us makes a I can't hold it fart?
What is that? Now he's giving show ideas on Twitter. Oh, fantastic.
No, show ideas for him and David.
Yes.
No. Yeah, all right.
Iron Sheik really needs to wear, that's WHERE, depends.
Where? Yeah.
This is one of the best moments on the show of all time. Lol, smiley face.
Holy shit. Let's see. Yeah, he's a pisser.
Oh, he's doing Jersey jokes. The swine flu has hit my hometown of Queens hard. Wendy, look out. It also hit Jersey. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
And he spells, whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, that's his signature little bit. So, all right. Good Bobo. Good boy.
Good Bobo.
Well,
Good Bobo.
hopefully he'll come in Friday and we'll hear what will be the last. Do you have any plans? I mean, we've asked you this before, but any plans on what you're going to be doing after you leave here? I mean, this has been a big part of your life, I think.
It certainly
right?
has, yes.
Yeah. What you're taking away from it, where you're going. What do you want to continue on this road of broadcasting? What are you doing, David?
We'll see. I would like to continue and stay in the radio broadcasting field, definitely. So,
Yeah, so would we.
wow.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. So, any plans?
We'll see. Just press harder.
So that means no.
No, not yet.
You have
Keep
no
looking
immediate
for,
plans.
Not immediate. Just keep looking for jobs anywhere I can in this field.
You going to
Keep
sleep
looking.
in late for a little while, though?
Maybe on the first day.
His parents have threatened to throw him out of the house.
Oh,
very
shit.
quickly. So.
Oh, shit. So you got to be pounding that pavement, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I
Yes,
hear
sir.
you. All right, David.
Sending out those resumes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good deal. Now you have this great addition to a resume.
That's true.
The Owen A. Show.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, congrats, David. And we'll see you later.
He has a new
Friday,
skill to add
whatever.
to his resume, too.
What?
Talent booking.
Talent booker, of course.
It's so hard to get David out of the studio. Anyone else notice?
I know it is.
There's no easy way to wrap up an
You know
intern
why?
David interview.
He doesn't leave.
It's really
like
weird.
he stands there and looks at you. You have to actually have to tell him leave.
Annoyed now.
He's like fumes.
I went from loving having him in, and now I'm just annoyed that he's still standing there.
Well, you said
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, you said goodbye to me, Opie, and then Anthony said, no, you're going to do a Last David and Bobo show?
No,
and then keep the conversation
we
going.
understand all that. And then Ann was trying to wrap up, and then I jumped back in because it's just this weird, we don't know how to end the interview with you.
Yeah. Yeah, because you stand there and make like that smile and that face and everything, and
it's so much material.
Like you're not leaving.
You're still not leaving.
Because you're talking about me right to me. So.
Kenny just threw him out. Wow. Kenny fucking goon-armed him right out of here.
Not talking to you anymore there.
Headphones ripped off his head, and out he went.
Yep.
We're going to take a quick break. Got to get into this Buffalo plane crash.
Oh wow. Yeah, they got the transcript.
Did I read? Did you read the Daily News version?
That's what I'm reading right now.
Because the other version, they blew it because the first line is unbelievable. Is it in that one?
It's lots of ice?
No.
Oh, you're looking at the Post.
No.
The Post one is the one that's got the good one. The Post has the good one.
Post
on
has a good one?
page 5, open your workbooks to page 5 of the New York
Can we
Post.
do it after the break?
Yeah.
Because just reading the first line is going to get everybody going. The first line in the transcript from the cockpit recorder is unbelievable.
You don't want
Just
your
crash in
pilot
Buffalo.
saying some of this stuff.
Hell effing no.
You don't
we're on
want
satellite. Hell fucking no.
You don't want your little fucking minxy 24-year-old co-pilot on the plane at all.
and there was flirting going on that we were supposed to get into yesterday, but we were too busy.
Going on.
We'll get into that and other things. Stay there. Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony, Jim Norton, big day. We got Ron Howard stopping in today.
Opie, you going to go to L.A.?
I want to.
I'll give you my flight information.
All right.
Ooh.
I got a pen. Go ahead.
Look at you, too.
I don't have it with me. I'll kind of give it to you.
Go fuck yourself.
Then all the fans will be at the plane waiting for us.
Yeah.
We invited you.
It's an open invite? I want a real invitation.
And if I had a private plane leaving from your driveway, which, by the way, is a possibility with the size of it, you wouldn't come. I would love you to come to L.A.
I know.
The motherfucker got me back. Now we're going to L.A. for my birthday, right? I didn't know you were coming out there for my birthday, Jimmy.
And we're actually doing that big benefit because of your birthday. Let's get Opie a good gift. Jay, Corolla, we're all chipping in to get Opie a good gift.
No, for real. I want to go out there now next weekend.
For real.
For real, yo. Let's go to the cockpit recordings of the Buffalo plane crash.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't have the audio. What's that about?
No,
they haven't released that yet?
Release no audio here. It's
we got transcripts.
It's all fun and games up until the grim part.
And you're definitely an expert on this, even though you have no flying time. But,
no, I have.
But how you talk about
little
flight, I feel you could actually.
I do have a little flying time under my belt.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
With who?
Republic Airport for their what did they used to call it? It was a certain program, and you went and they took you up. You took the controls.
I've heard those commercials.
It's like a little shakedown thing.
You did that?
Yeah, years ago.
Nice.
And yeah, guy told me I was a natural. I think he just wanted my money.
I don't know.
I didn't crash.
How you talk about this stuff? I think you know what you're doing.
I just love airplanes.
You should fly. It'd be a good hobby for you.
Don't like the falling out of the sky part, like these two people.
Get a Lee Abrams plane where he's got the parachute plane.
Oh, the parachute. Yeah, he does have the parachute plane.
He's got the parachute plane, and he said it's been used, I forgot. Remember he told that whole story on our show?
Yeah.
Like 6 or 7 guys have used the parachute already?
Yeah, and had,
and no problems.
It's got to be scary that it was going to deploy, though, in mid-flight. Like that's
but at least you got that hope. You know how easy flying would be if you had a parachute where you go, okay, God forbid something horrible happens up here, we still have a shot?
Yeah.
That would take half the fear away.
I don't think it works very well if you're really plummeting.
Yeah,
I think that's you're landing, you're slowed down pretty well, something goes amiss.
Oh, great, thanks, Ed.
And you pull that thing. I think if you're at cruising speed and at altitude and you pull that thing, could be some problems.
It'll rip off. The space shuttle has a parachute because it can't retake off. And I don't know what kind of brakes it has. It just uses the dumb parachute. But
yeah, the dumb parachute, that archaic friggin' brake system.
That whole thing, when it comes in, it's doing 17,000 miles an hour, and it just has to circle to lose speed.
to lose all that speed.
I don't think a regular plane parachute would hold up, though. It would just rip off.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe you pull it up into a stall and then pull the chute.
Now, yesterday's news, I guess you got a young co-pilot. Is she officially a pilot, co-pilot? What's her title?
She's the co-pilot.
She's the co-pilot.
You know, she's flying right seat. And
the picture they're showing, it looks like she has braces on.
Dude, she's 24.
She's 24. And this looks like a college graduation picture they got in the paper today. Looks like she's wearing braces. She's 24. She's blonde. She's kind of hot.
Yeah, sexy for a pilot.
A lot of times, just because you're blonde, you have to say hot, but that's not the case all the time.
Well, she's all right.
She's all right,
for
though.
Sure.
Well, she's got youth on her side.
Yeah.
Youth makes things a lot better.
And then you got 47-year-old Marvin Renslow, who is the pilot, and he is just. I don't know.
Look at Marvin.
I think Marvin wanted to get a little tail.
I think we understand why this plane crashed.
Yeah.
You look at Marvin and the desperation in his eyes, and then he's matched up with this young co-pilot, fresh out of college.
I think that there's a lot of chit-chat going on here. A lot of non-plane chit-chat going on.
Didn't it come out yesterday they were flirting? Or I'm assuming that Marvin was doing more of the flirting?
There's just this flirty kind of atmosphere going on and the stuff they're talking about. And the thing is, as you read these transcripts, you realize they don't start talking about the icing until 2213, 2212.
I see
something like that.
I see 2210.
Or 2210. Well, whatever it is.
Right.
By 2216, they're fucking dead.
So 5-6 minutes, that's it.
And they start talking about how much ice is on the plane.
Yep.
But there's no conversation beforehand of, hey, I'm noticing some ice on the plane. Like, get it at a level where it's manageable. And you could start thinking about how you're going to get rid of this ice or divert or just something where you're not all of a sudden looking out the window going, that's the most ice I've ever seen. Perhaps if you weren't yapping with your fucking 24-year-old co-pilot, you'd have done something.
Wow.
And also, these planes.
I was just going to say, because Danny popped the picture up, the first 2 years out of college were not kind for her.
A
little drop off.
Like she was eating a little.
She's cute there, though. Like,
chubby in the face.
She just looks like any college girl. She doesn't look like a pilot.
No. Apparently, she didn't fly like one either. Tell you the truth.
Go ahead, Ann. I'm sorry.
She was kind of scared of the ice, and you read these transcripts. There's parts of it where she's saying she didn't want to fly in ice. She's afraid they would crash. Said that like minutes before she crashed. And the plane, like the pilot wasn't experienced on this plane, and it has a feature where if you're starting to stall, which is a wing stall, not an engine stall, it means you're not going fast enough. And with more ice on the wings, the faster you have to go to keep that thing in the air. And they're approaching a landing, so they're cutting back on the speed. And this thing starts to wing over on him, and he loses control. What the plane automatically does is it pitches nose down, which sounds scary, but it's to build the speed back up. The plane knows, look, I got to fucking pitch my nose down and fly down to pick up some speed and then level off. And it knows what the altitude is, so it knows it can't do it at 800 feet or something. And they weren't at 800 feet. They were apparently at the proper altitude where this plane could do that. And the pilot was fighting that. The nose went down. He's pulling back on the yoke, trying to get the nose of the plane back up. And this is causing that rocking back and forth, up and down.
So he didn't realize that the plane was doing what it's supposed to do at that point?
Yeah, the plane was doing what it was supposed to do when it's going to stall, which is pitch the nose down.
Shit.
Yeah. And then it just started rolling because as you're pulling the nose up, the plane's slowing down even more. So they wing over. You get the one wing will always get a little more lift than the other because nothing's perfect. So it wings over, and now they're upside down, falling, and goodbye.
Can you recover from that if you're like the right height, if you're at the right altitude?
From a wing over?
Yeah. You can?
It used to be a combat move. You'd wing over and then go into like an inside half loop and come out of it going the opposite direction. It's like a really cool fucking move. But if you have enough altitude, you can pretty much get out of anything. I saw a goddamn 707 do a barrel roll. Lost a lot of altitude, but he went all the way around.
He did all right.
This is really fucking twisted.
Well, the first part of the transcript. The first line of the transcript. What?
Yeah, that right there sets the mood.
I'm not, you know what, Jimmy? I got to cancel my LA trip.
I'll tell you why you don't. No, you don't.
Yeah, because my confidence gets shattered when I read like that first line shatters
That's
my
okay.
confidence.
You guys
of
have taken
flying.
Continental.
757 planes piloted different. This guy was not qualified to fly a 757.
Well, she starts in the transcript by saying, "Are you ready?"
he does. Oh,
that's a he.
Renslow's a he.
Oh, yeah, he said that.
What?
He's
it's even
looking
worse. I thought it was the broad that was saying this.
He's trying to be like, look how young I am.
Oh, my.
Hey, this is fun, right?
Until
look at this chippy next
Until
to
this
me.
very moment, I thought it was the young, inexperienced co-pilot that said this.
No, Renslow is the guy.
Holy shit. Well, Renslow, ready for this, kids? He says, "Wee! This is fun."
Yeah. This is fun. That's,
I'm all about, like, pilots lighten up the mood a little bit when you're flying, like, you know, making you feel good. But I don't want to hear this is fun.
Now, if he's an experienced pilot, it would be, hey, this is routine. You know, that's what you want. You don't want this is fun.
No.
Coming out of your pilot's mouth.
Never.
I think he was doing that just to like, hey, you know, nudge the little chick next to you. Yeah. Like, hey, fun, right?
This is fun.
And she says, yeah. And then he says, autopilot's engaged. She says, yeah, again. And he goes, probably a good thing. What? Why? Because you can't fly the plane? Like, what the fuck?
It's not a good start. Obviously, we know how this ends, but...
Yeah. And then he decides to just recount a little story of a false fire report in the avionics of a plane he was flying over Texas. Ground support in Houston drove to Alexandria, Texas to fix the problem after he landed. So he's giving a little, you know, manly, yeah, had a little problem, but I dealt with it.
War stories.
Yeah, a little war story.
He's trying to pick
faulty
her up.
avionics.
He's trying to pick her up with war stories.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you the time?
Because they changed the deal out. Anyway, we went, of course. After that day, we all went to the steakhouse. We ate a steak, baked potato, and drank a mess load of beer.
He's flirting
And
with
she
us
goes,
now.
yeah, again. Every answer she has is yeah.
Which means she's not interested in his babble.
No. He goes, it was just one of those days, yeah. And she goes, one of those days where you have to have a few beers to at the end. This sounds like me and Danny talking about the show. Not fucking pilots. Yeah, Danny just goes, yeah. And then Renslow, of course, he's going, that was a good time. I like flying the Saab. Saab is another type of aircraft, better. Like Saab makes some really kick-ass fucking planes. A neat airplane to fly, not like this. And she goes, yeah, right. And he says, the Saab turboprop, like mom's SUV or minivan, you know, the soccer mom van. You don't have to fly with your hands and your feet. You just fly with your hands. So they're just kind of talking, bullshitting around. Renslow and Shaw continue comparison of the Saab turboprop and their Dash Q400 Bombardier. I think Shaw says, I think it's fun flying with captains. Not so much any lately, but right at first they came from the Saab and they'd see the rudder and they're like, aw, shit, and kick it real hard and fling the plane back and forth. Now the Saab, I guess, there's no foot pedal rudders. I guess you'd fly it with your hands. Auto rudder or something. I'm not familiar with that plane, but if you get in there, apparently some pilots get mad that there's a rudder and kick the pedals back and forth, and the rear ass end of the plane swings back and forth, and they knock the flight crew back and forth. I don't know if this is done with passengers on the plane, maybe on the flight back. Kind of like I did a little while ago, Renslow says. I flew with some captains that were doing it real bad, like knocking the flight attendants down in the back.
Yeah,
and then they're laughing.
That's the girl saying that last line.
Yeah.
And the girl continues.
Like, I'd see the flight attendants afterward, and they were like, who was flying? And then Renslow goes, that would be the bonehead captain. More laughter and hijinks. Renslow receives instruction from air traffic control in Buffalo. Renslow, 33. Try not to be dyslexic. Last time I flew in here, 233, the inbound course, I put in 223. Putting in the wrong fucking coordinates. Renslow laments that the controllers up north aren't as laid back as the ones in Texas.
Oh.
And he'd give us, this is Renslow, some type of clearance to Houston. Colgan 9526, you're cleared for the George Herbert Walker. George Herbert Walker Bush Intergalactical Airport. Ha 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 ha. This guy's a regular fucking jokester, isn't he?
Yeah, he sure is.
And then Renslow just continues.
Would you like, Anthony, would you like me to read the girl's part so you don't have to keep saying the names?
Oh, okay, please.
I'll do it in my regular voice.
Yes. And I would try to read it back exactly the same way. Went in there, I don't know, about 3 or 4 months before I left, and he was just as calm and quiet. I could tell it was him. Said, hey, man, what happened to that Eastwood Airport information? Echo. He said, yeah, they clipped my wings.
Oh, no, they didn't like him doing that?
I just like the flying down there a whole lot better.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's lots of ice.
Yeah, this is where we get into the
little
problem.
Ice. This is before the crash, they say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, lots of ice. This is about 8 minutes, 7 minutes after that previous conversation.
And 6 minutes before the crash,
and 6 minutes before they actually crashed.
Right.
She said lots of ice. He goes, oh, yeah, that's the most ice I've seen. Most ice I've seen on the leading edge in a long time. In a while, anyway, I should say.
Flying in the Northeast, I've 1,600 hours. I had more actual time on my first day of IOE, which is initial operating experience, than I did in the 1,600 hours I did when I came here.
But as a matter of fact, I got hired with about 625 hours here.
Oh, wow. That's not much for back when you got hired.
No, but out of that, 250 hours was Port 121 turbine, multi-engine turbine.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Like, I'm wondering right now if she's realizing, like, oh, God, this guy isn't as experienced.
There's a fucking issue, and, yeah, he's not experienced.
We're not experienced enough to handle, because it looks like they're looking at the ice on the wing, right? Like, they could probably look out and see the ice.
They just started noticing that there's a fuckload of ice forming on the leading edge of the wing.
So she says, oh, that's right, yeah. No, but all these guys are complaining. They're saying, how we're supposed to be upgraded by now. I'm thinking, you know what? I really wouldn't mind going through a winter in the Northeast before I have to upgrade to captain. I've never seen icing conditions. I've never de-iced. I've never experienced any of that. I don't want to have to experience that and make those kind of calls. I'd have freaked out. I'd have freaked out. She actually said that.
I'd have freaked out.
I'd have, seen this much ice and thought, oh, my gosh, we're going to crash.
She said that, by the way.
Yeah, these are all direct quotes from the co-pilot.
She said that 4 minutes before the actual crash.
They actually, crashed.
GPWS.
Holy shit.
GPWS landing flap selected. 15 degrees. Fuel transfer off. Hydraulic pressure and quantity down. Quantity check. Caution warning lights check. Seatbelt sign check. On and external lights on. Approach checklist complete.
And Renslow says, rock and roll. Is he Johnny Race? Ling-a-ling.
Oh, my God.
Now, this is a few seconds from the crash. This is,
yeah.
What do you think, maybe 30 seconds before the crash?
No, this is the 3 minutes.
About
3 minutes. 3 minutes.
22
hours, 16 minutes, 52 seconds. This is seconds before the crash.
Then it goes 16. Yeah, it is.
22 hours, 16 minutes, 52 seconds is the crash.
Oh, I thought you meant the rock and roll line. I'm sorry. The rock and roll line.
Yeah, rock and roll line.
When he said rock and roll, he was 4 minutes from crashing.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
3-4 minutes.
Yeah, now you guys are talking seconds.
Rock and roll.
Seconds from the crash.
Yes, you're right. I'm sorry.
Shaw goes gears down.
Flaps 15 before landing checklist. Sounds similar to flap handle movement. So you hear that ka-chunk as he's moving the flaps down. And now she gets her first little inkling that there is a huge fucking problem.
She goes,
sounds similar to stick shaker, lasting 6.7 seconds. The stick shaker is another thing in a plane. In old planes, fly-by-wire planes, which actually the control surface of the plane is mechanically linked to your the yoke or the stick by linkages, wires, whatever it is. So if your plane starts to stall and you feel like the plane will vibrate pretty nasty, your stick will have vibrated. Now they electronically put in a shaker, which actually literally shakes the yoke to simulate that feeling that the pilot used to get from the control surfaces shaking. So you could hear the bop, the stick shaking, which means we're fucking stalling. The wing is stalling. It's not getting enough air over the surface of the wing to hold the plane up in the air. Yeah, so a stick shake lasting 6.7 seconds. Then we have a similar sound to autopilot disconnect. Horn repeats until end of recording. So now you're getting autopilot disconnect horn. Sound of a click comes on. Sound similar to increase in engine power. Now this is, like I said, the nose is now probably pitching up and down because the plane is trying to get speed up.
Yeah.
And also increasing the power, either on its own or the pilot's doing it. And then Renslow says, Jesus Christ, not a good thing you want the pilot to be saying. Sounds similar to stick shaker lasting until end of recording.
And then she says, I put the flaps up.
Sound of 2 clicks. Sound of grunt, unintelligible, the bear.
And then she asks...
Yes! I don't understand what Renslow is trying to say. He's grunting. He's fighting the controls.
Well, the...
Thurbear.
Their bear. Yeah.
Thurbear. T-H-E-R. Bear.
But that's the end of some kind of word they can't...
Thurbear. Unintelligible Thurbear.
Yeah.
And then she says, should the gear be up?
Gear up. Oh, shit. Or fuck. It says expletive, but I'm thinking gear up. Oh, shit. Increase in ambient noise. So you're getting a lot of cockpit noise. I guess warnings, maybe whooshing, things like that. And then Renzo says we're down.
Wait, so he's talking after it hit the ground?
I don't think that means that. No.
Okay.
No, I'm thinking. See, he goes gear up. Oh shit! So now he goes we're down. I think he's just. The fact that there's nothing he can do. He goes, we're down, we're crashing, we're down.
Right. Okay.
The sound of thump,
is after
which I'm thinking is the gear kicking up. Although gear up at 22, 16, 46, 6, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 5 seconds for gear up. Maybe.
Yeah, that sounds about right, doesn't it?
Yeah, on a small plane like that. That could have been the gear coming up. And then Shaw just says...
That's the
girl.
She says, we're...
That's it.
And then sound
of scream.
I bet you that's when they finally... Because they show graphics where it's going left and right and forward and backwards. And I bet you the scream comes when they actually finally roll upside down and pitch straight down.
Straight in. Yeah. There's nothing they could do at that point. If they weren't... Now they're saying, if they weren't talking so much... Blabbing their way to icy doom is what the headline is here. Crew kept up chat amid a wing freeze. Glaring signs, small talk became big problem. Yeah, if the first thing you say about icing is this is the most ice I've ever seen, perhaps you should have noticed it a little sooner and stopped your yapping with your little chippy co-pilot.
Yeah, he's flirting with her as the ice is just building up outside the windows.
Yeah.
No one's looking outside
No
the
one's
windows.
looking at the fucking icing conditions on your plane.
Unbelievable.
That's why I won't fly those little planes. Like if I do Pittsburgh or something like that, Continental is running these routes now where they used to use the Embraers, which are like 51-seat jets, which fly the speed of a jet, even though they're small. These are propellers, and I won't fly. I will not do it.
You won't fly a turbo?
I will not fly the prop. They frighten me, man.
Let's say hi to Tony in Texas. You're on the Opie and Anthony show. Tony?
Hey, morning, guys.
Good morning.
Hey, what I got out of it when he said we're down, I think is meaning that the gear is still down after they were trying to...
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's like, oh, shit, we're still down. Like, the gear is still down.
We're down. Oh, I gotcha.
It didn't go up like they thought it was supposed to. That's why it took so long. That's what I got out of it.
Maybe.
I think at that point, it
Yeah,
didn't
right.
matter if the fucking
But
gear was up, down,
thanks,
falling
Tony.
off the plane or anything.
Okay, let's go to Andrew in Queens. Andrew.
Yeah, I was reading the paper. It's kind of funny / ironic. The first line they say, and then the last line they say.
What?
We, this is fun, and then the last line, we're fucked, and she's screaming. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, there's
yeah.
couple different emotions going on.
Like, this is fun, and then the last one, we're dead.
But she doesn't say She doesn't say
she was
we're
gonna
anything.
Say something, but
she says we're like. I bet you that they were going back like left and right, and she was probably going, we're gonna flip, and then all of a sudden they flipped, and she just lost her thought and screamed.
Yeah,
that's probably. I don't think she cursed
at that point. Oof,
Yeah.
creepy.
All right,
boys.
Oh. Well, we'll talk to a corporate pilot. I'm not right on everything.
Yeah.
Dan, the corporate pilot.
Dan, the man. What's up, man?
Hey, Dan.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hi.
What was going on in there?
Well, what happened was they had the autopilot on way too long. I mean, that stick shifter came on,
Yeah.
and within less than a second, they should have had the autopilot off.
Really?
At that point, you're at 1,000 feet, and when you're in a stall, I mean, you're going to lose altitude, and at that point, you're way too low to try to recover. So, I mean, you're going to hit the ground.
So they were fucked regardless at that altitude.
At that point, I mean, yeah, they should have been paying more attention.
Yeah. What would you do about de-icing the wings if you notice ice building up? What should they have done earlier on if they noticed ice was building up?
Well, okay, as far as that, as I know, that airplane has boots. I mean, I don't fly that airplane. I fly jet, so it's different. But it still has what they call de-ice boots, and they're like rubber boots on the front that inflate to break the ice.
Oh.
Whether it has auto anti-ice, I'm not sure because, some airplanes, they come on automatically. Other airplanes, like when I fly, you have to turn it on manually. So if it wasn't on, they should have had it on, obviously. But if it was already on, then the whole flying it with the autopilot, I mean, like they could have had, like the autopilot trims the airplane a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
And when it's trimmed nose up, or it will trim the airplane nose up when you have ice on the wings because the wing is getting less lift. The ice on the wings is obviously not good.
Yeah.
And so if it's already trimmed up and it starts getting into a stall situation, by the time you shut off the autopilot, you're going to have to be fighting all kinds of forces from the trim to the stick pusher. And, I mean, you're going to be losing altitude right there. And at a low altitude, you are sort of fucked.
Could they have, if like when they first said, look, they noticed the ice, would it have been, if they had increased speed and said, look, we shouldn't put the gear down right now, we should try to get the ice off the wings, were they doomed by that point, or could they have like picked up a little bit of altitude and speed and fixed the wings?
Well, yeah, if they had noticed it, I mean, they would have had...
No, I mean when they did notice it. Once they did notice it, like a couple of minutes, a few minutes before the crash.
It sounds like that's what they tried to do, bring up the flaps and the gear and just goose it and try to get out of that problem. But at that point...
Yeah, exactly. Because at that point, you want to clean up the airplane. You want to get as much drag off the airplane as possible. So you're going to bring up the gear. And the flaps, that's a matter of technique. Because a lot of people say once you get yourself in a situation like that, so close to the ground, you leave everything where it is, try to recover. And then once you recover, then start cleaning up the airplane because...
Yeah, but if it's all drag and you can't... If you got so much shit hanging off of there and ice, you should probably start sucking up some of those surfaces.
Well, the gear wasn't down. They noticed the ice 6 minutes before they crashed. This was 10:10 at night. They noticed the ice. The first line is she goes, it's lots of ice. And he goes, yeah, that's the most ice I've ever seen. They didn't crash for 6 minutes. Like, the landing gear was not down at that point.
How about solving the ice problem before you then get yourself into a big problem?
Like, if he was a more experienced guy in this situation, would he have known that ice is going to be a problem in a couple of minutes? Let's pick up altitude and go to Montreal or wherever you go to fly north.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And, like, they have a 600-hour pilot in the right seat, which is, I mean, just way too little hours to be putting anybody in an airline, I think. I used to fly for the airlines, and, they didn't hire me with any less than 1,000. So I don't, they didn't know the severity of the situation until it happened. I mean, because they see the ice, and you fly through ice all the time. You see that. It's like, okay, we have ice. Let's try any ice. But they see the ice and they're like, oh, we'll be fine. It's just ice. It'll break off. You know, that's what the anti-ice is on for until they put the flats down and they realize, oh, shit, we got a problem.
How many hours do you need to fly like a 757 passenger plane?
Well, that's... Okay, first you got to get the job with the airline, and when usually you need at least 2,500 hours with the airline, and then from there, whatever... like however long it takes you to climb up the seniority list is how many hours you're going to have to get
they
to
train you. They train you, don't they? The airline itself will hire you and then train you to fly a certain aircraft, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and when you get in on the bottom, or you know, at the bottom of the seniority list, you're going to fly the smallest airplane they have.
Yeah. Oof.
That's just the way. You know, it's all about seniority.
Yeah. Yeah.
So basically, if you're on a small plane, less experienced pilots.
Yep.
Pretty much. I mean,
I hate flying in winter, man, and this isn't going to help that fear.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, that's the way it's got to be. But you know, everything's got to be brought up from the bottom line.
Yep.
Because they hire, you know, first officers with 400 hours, and then you basically have one experienced pilot in the airplane.
Yeah,
I'm sort of a big proponent for, you know, put in your work before you start working for the airlines. Because when I went to the airlines, I had 1,200 hours.
Is like the propeller plane like this? This is obviously like I said. I try to fly the Embraers with the 51 seat and the jet engines. Those are less likely to have icing, right?
Well, actually, that airplane has a lot better of an anti-ice system because that has an automatic anti-ice system. I used to fly that airplane for American Eagle.
What, the Embraer?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. And it doesn't have boots. It has what they call a heated wing, which is a lot more effective in melting off the ice.
Do you have to add a lot of power before you inflate that leading edge?
Yeah.
I would assume
that depends on the airplane.
Yeah.
I mean, some airplanes it'll work fine with little power. Some airplanes you have to add a lot of power for the anti-ice to work.
Yeah, it would seem like it would really fuck up the aerodynamics of the wing a little bit there.
It sure does, Ant. I feel like I'm in French class, and it's a class where, you know, they refuse to speak English.
I'm asking 5-year-old boy questions. Does the plane go faster with big engines?
I'm
I know
afraid
nothing.
to fly during the winter time.
The plane
and
go
there's
fast?
Anthony. Two aliens
talking with pilots. I like aircraft.
I know you do. It's your hobby.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dan, the corporate pilot.
Yes, sir.
If you need any help with anything, I'll be glad to be your instructor.
Oh, you're an instructor too?
Yeah, sure am.
Out of where?
Well, out of Houston, but...
Oh, okay, yeah, well...
if you pay me better than my current job, I'd be glad to go up there and work for you.
Might as well add another person on the payroll.
Yeah, you can
Personal pilot.
That'd be awesome.
All right, Dan, take it easy, man.
Listen,
All right, take it easy, guys.
we have a lot of phone calls, but we're also getting word that Ron Howard's going to be here in like a few minutes, and we should probably take a break and regroup so we could get ready for Ron Howard.
Yes.
Do you want any of these calls real fast, Ant? But I think we pretty much
covered
it, right?
with that guy. You know, there's other people.
A lot of interest in this topic,
stuff,
obviously. The phones are lit.
A lot of pilots listen, which is kind of cool. So
we all fly, and we're all scared that a pilot is not as experienced as you need him to be. That's the scariest part.
Yeah. By the way, because people are wondering, because we did bring it up yesterday, how did the meeting go yesterday after the show?
It went.
It went. What do we tell these people? We got to give them the
Party A spoke with Party B.
Yeah.
And
they didn't see it our way whatsoever.
That was about it.
They didn't see it our way whatsoever.
Yeah, well,
and
what are you going to do?
And honestly, I hate to admit this, but we just got to take it.
Yeah, that's
all I can say about
we
that.
are.
We just have to take it. Yeah, and that's kind of tough to say, but that's the reality we're faced with.
Professionals will do the program.
Yeah, we'll have a
to
fine
the
show
best
today.
of our abilities. That's what we do.
We're already having a good show, and it continues with Ron Howard. Hopefully next. Stay there. Opie and Anthony. It's Opie and Anthony, Jim Norton, Ron Howard, going to be on the show in a few minutes here from Angels and Demons.
I'll be on Red Eye tomorrow, too, if anybody gives a turkey.
We give a turkey.
I certainly do.
Excuse my language.
You know, we got to talk to Ron Howard about his greatest project ever. You want to guess what the greatest project ever was for Ron Howard? Don't cheat. His greatest project ever.
I know what.
In my humble opinion.
I know what my favorite is.
What's your favorite?
Apollo 13.
Oh, of course. I should have.
It was great.
Mine is Happy Days.
Uh-huh. Mine, Arrested Development, my friends.
Oh, yeah.
Arrested
That was very
Development.
funny.
Executive producer and uncredited narrator of Arrested Development. Supposedly they're making that into a movie, too.
Although if you couldn't identify his voice as the narrator
Yeah, I know.
on that show.
I like how they write uncredited narrator.
His
God, I wonder
voice
who this
is
guy is.
very distinct voice.
That Arrested Development, sometimes they make shows that, I don't know, they're too smart or something?
Yeah, that's
Are they
what it
trying
is.
to say they were all a bunch of dummies that watch TV?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't get the proper ratings or whatever, and then they go,
Oh,
it's got to be a bad show.
Not as good as Will and Grace. I love when they made those gay references. Oh, so funny.
All the major sitcoms, except for Seinfeld, I just couldn't be bothered.
Yeah.
You ever see, like, Ray Romano's show?
The first season was good.
Did you see a lot of the first season?
Yeah.
To me, they're all the same sitcom with a little tweaking.
Yeah, it just fell into that whole rut sitcom thing. Like the first season was kind of funny. He was good, you know. The brother was good in the first season. No. What are you doing? The first season was good, but then the characters they wind up becoming like caricatures of themselves. Like the brother was. If you watch the brother in the first season, it's different than the brother in like the last season.
Very talented actors and all that.
They become they kind of see what becomes popular with them and then overdo it.
Yeah.
So,
Like Fonzie, like by season 6, had like the rhinestone jacket. You know, he was just
yeah. First season, Fonzie had a windbreaker on, and yeah, I don't think they ever showed him on a motorcycle. He was just walking around. He was quiet. He was like a quiet guy.
We should ask Ron Howard why he never kicked Fonzie's ass.
Yeah, well, I take that crap from Fonzie. You had the reach on him.
All right. When was Fonzie doing all this fighting? That he obviously
on my lifts.
He obviously was in a lot of fights where the word got around. Don't mess with Fonzie.
Yeah, Fonzie was tough, but
we never saw
fought.
him fight once.
And he didn't have a build. Fonzie was not built.
No, he was a little Jewish gentleman.
Yeah, Fonzie was built like my accountant. Who did he beat up? Who did he beat up? Jenny Piccolo?
But he had the slick back hair, and the leather jacket in the later seasons, and then he always got the chicks. Look at the Fonz. Look at a picture of the Fonz.
Didn't Fonzie make Ron Howard like kiss the wall in the bathroom? Wasn't he practicing lip ups? Did he call him lip ups or something?
I think he did. They called him in my office, and they go into the bathroom together with a hole in the stall.
Yeah, somebody's shitting in his office.
Hey, what's going on with Fonzie? That his office is in the bathroom.
Fonzie would just, Fonzie would just bang on the door and someone come running out. Yes, Fonz.
Yeah. Who would be afraid of a guy who's putting his thumbs up?
Yeah. Hey, look, every picture he's like, hey. All right, what photographer was like, all right, I need something different. Could you put your thumbs up? Do that in every fucking shot.
I'm sick of it. I guarantee you every fan picture he takes, he thumbs up.
It's gotta go, hey.
Poor Henry. He's so tired of it. He wants to cut his own thumbs off and throw them.
Chop them off with fucking wire cutters.
He's still doing it, I'm sure, with the awful gray hair. Probably didn't really change his hairstyle because he wants people to recognize him as the Fonz. I love that about celebrities. They have some weird look that worked in the 70s, let's say, or the 80s.
Yeah.
And you see them nowadays, they got the exact same look because they want to be recognized still. That's the only reason. I don't have a really good example. Maybe Gossage. Maybe when we saw him, he had the
Goose Gossage, yeah.
He had the crazy mustache.
The mustache,
and
yeah.
he's still,
there it is.
He's still growing it like that because he wants to be recognized by his fans.
He's water skiing with
his leather jacket on.
Oh, boy.
Because that was the episode where he jumped over the shark, causing the whole saying.
It's amazing how bad that episode was. Like how bad that idea is. They're all worried on the beach, and he's jumping a shark water skiing. Holy mackerel!
I have to ask Ron Howard about that one.
Yeah. What did you guys call it? Like we call it jumping the shark. What did you call it?
Yeah, we episode 103'd it.
Yeah, we 103'd, man.
Hey, out of respect, when Ron Howard's in here, could you call me Greg?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of respect.
Dude, I got my name from him. It's a little bizarre to be like,
yeah. What?
Welcome to the Opie and Anthony show, and he'll look at me
How
like,
about we
"But
call
that's
you
my
Ron?
Yeah.
Hey, can we get intern David? I guess they did his makeover.
Oh, it was intern David makeover.
Yeah, We're waiting for Ron Howard to go from one studio to the other here.
Down the Green Mile. Jesus.
Oh, my God.
Dead man walking.
What the fuck?
Dead man walking here. Yeah. Speaking of the Fonz.
Looks like Bowser.
Yes.
He does look like Bowser. Oh, no.
Built like the Fonz.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, my God. You gave him gang tattoos on his cheek? The 2 tears? You gave him
You can't put tear tattoos
Sharpie
on him.
gang tattoos. Oh, and then he's got David written on his knuckles.
Yep.
There's only one D. Oh, spiderweb tat. And what are the other ones? A skull and crossbones, and then a mom heart tattoo.
Well, on the other arm.
Oh, sorry, I can't hear you. That mic is off.
How are you?
Good. Good. There you go. Wow. He's almost doing the Bowser kind of.
On the other arm, there's a lightning bolt. And you can see his new nickname. Show him your other arm, David.
David.
Lightning.
Oh, Lightning. David Jewish Lightning. That's when they burn the place down to get the insurance money. Yeah.
Wow.
You're not looking tough, though. You're smiling when you take the picture. Now he's shananaing.
Well, can you see the chunks of gel in his hair? That's tough.
There are chunks of gel in that hair. How hard is it to get that poof out?
Well, I actually decided to just dump like half the jar of gel in his hair and let it sit on top, and then I sprayed him with hairspray, and then I told him to go talk to Troy because Troy knows more about hair gelling than I do.
Did you cut the sleeves off his really nice white T-shirt?
Yeah, he was wearing.
His parents are gonna kill you guys.
I asked permission if we could cut the sleeves off his shirt so he would look cooler, and he reluctantly said yes.
Who drew the tats?
That was me and Troy combined.
Oh, okay. I could see you did the skull and crossbones,
Yes.
and he did the heart.
That's correct.
Yeah, I could tell because there's such different artistry there. Yours looks like an infant drew it.
I did the teardrops, too.
Yeah.
Oh.
On his eye.
And what does that represent? That you've killed somebody?
Well, either that you've committed a homicide or you've done a bit in prison.
Right.
Oh, I thought you had a.
So we're disrespecting some guys out there today.
Some
Great.
gang.
David is.
That's one.
David will
Yeah,
walk
David
out on the
is.
street and just get his
David
ass
is.
handed to
Yeah,
him.
no kidding.
The spider web also apparently is a biker thing that means you've killed someone.
Oh,
I heard
great.
that was rumor.
That's what
I heard that's rumor.
Yep.
Go to Snopes. I know it's rumor.
Just means you have spiders on you.
Yeah, there's spiders on your elbows.
Means you got bit by a spider in the middle of the night.
Wow, you could stop flexing. It's radio.
I know. He's flexing and not talking.
He's flexing.
He's in
Should
such
have
bad
done months
shape.
ago.
When you make a muscle, his ass cheeks actually tighten up, like his whole body just.
Well,
What do you
it is a
think,
different
David?
look. Could you take your glasses off? Let me see what you look like without your glasses. Maybe a little tougher. He's growling and not looking tough at all.
But I think
you could not look tough.
But I think he feels tougher.
He does.
Yeah, he feels different.
He definitely feels tougher.
Well, he's got a different attitude about himself here.
How do you feel, David?
Tough. I feel very tough.
He's erring.
Let me see the tattoo on the eye.
The drop.
There you go.
Like he's making crazy eyes.
Yeah.
How
he's
long do you think you'd?
unpredictable.
He is. He's fucking David Lightning. How long do you think you'd last in prison?
In prison? Oh, no. Probably not too long.
Yeah, huh?
Nah.
Before what would happen?
Or I'd get knocked on the ground or beaten up or something.
What do you think would happen to you in the shower in prison?
In the shower?
Yeah, what do you think would happen?
Probably get punched in the face or something, get beaten up.
And then what?
And then molested or mutilated or something.
All right.
Give yourself a bell.
Yes.
It was suggested that we do the tattoos with dry erase marker, and that way after the show we could just wash them off. But the dry erase marker was all the way on the other side of the office, so
why bother?
I did the Sharpie,
Sharpie comes off so easy off your skin.
especially when you color it in on the face.
Yeah.
I like Danny's picture he's got up. He looks like one of the Gotti boys.
Oh, yeah.
Sort of.
Oh, there you go.
All right, well, that's all we got there, David. Thank you.
All right, sure.
What else are we going to do with
You're going to
you?
walk around like that the whole day now, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All day.
You kind of fit in this place, though. Everyone's got a cool
Yeah, there's
hip
a lot of
look.
people looking like this, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like this, with gang tattoos and.
Who looks like that, Dave?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people walking, bunch of the producers walking around.
How about you name one? One guy that looks
I don't
almost
know what
like.
their, I don't know what their
you're looking
names
like.
are.
Well, as soon as you find one, drag him in here.
Yeah.
And go, I look like this guy. And
Okay.
and we'll meet a new person here.
Okay, that's my task. Okay, sure.
All right. Thanks, David. We got ETA on Ron Howard, or we're still waiting? All right. Well, the boys put this together. We had Eddie Money in studio.
Certainly did.
He was great.
It was a
Are
lot
you going
of
to
fun.
go see that one-man show of his in Dix Hills?
At some point. I have his phone number. I could call him and get tickets.
Oh, I got a lot. Okay. I saw a lot of people kind of walking by. I thought,
Did you think?
yeah, usually you just start seeing people arrive and then finally.
Then
the
you
man
see it and you go,
himself.
hey, I know that face.
That's when you know you're talking to like an A-lister.
Yeah.
A lot of our guests, they come by themselves.
Yeah, I know. They just kind of
That's the
wander
difference
in.
between us and other shows.
They have trouble at security.
Right. Sorry, guys, I would have been here an hour ago, but
Yeah.
they didn't believe that I was here to do an interview. But lately, getting some of the A-listers where you see the entourage.
It's kind of nice.
The entourage is a interesting sight, to say the least.
All right, when Ron walks in, we should just go, what?
Yeah, that'll
busy.
work. Ah, you're interrupting.
Anyway, Eddie Money.
Eddie.
We noticed that he was quite the jokester.
Yeah.
So Derek and Steve put this together.
Eddie Money taught a generation how to rock and how to love. Now, Long Island's own Money Man is trying to make you laugh.
I like coming back to New York. But I like playing in L.A. because I get to sleep in my own house, you know. I'm actually from Plain Edge, Levittown. Levittown, never down, baby.
It's Eddie Money's one-night stand-up.
My probation officer came to the show the other night. I said, you know, I'm looking for some clean urine. My blood type is B. Can anybody help me out here? Come on, you get it.
That's right. These are the jokes that Henny Youngman used to wipe his ass with. And that motherfucker's been dead for over a decade.
I worked on the cover of the police department, very dangerous, but he was a great guy. I was an undercover typist.
Eddie Money's invested 30 years in the music business and has dozens of hit songs. Now he's gonna torpedo that legacy with a CD full of stale dog shit one-liners.
I tell you, my wife doesn't do any drugs at all, but when I first met her, I got her loaded on weed. I thought I was going to get a great piece of ass. I never got laid.
Suck my dick! You'll want to take yourself home tonight, rip open a vein, and bleed out listening to Eddie Money's crusty old jokes.
Cialis is my new drug.
You've never waited so long for someone to shut the fuck up.
I got 2 tickets to your funeral!
It's Eddie Money's one-night stand-up. Not available in stores. Thank God.
That's mean-spirited.
Yeah, Steve, I would have, I like a lot of the work Steve does, but that in that case, I would have liked it without profanity, and I would have liked it promoting the jokes like they were good.
Yeah.
Promoting it like it was a great comedy CD about to be released.
Yeah, that he's going into comedy. I agree with Jimmy on this one. You play it, you play laughs behind it, like he's killing with those jokes.
Like he's terrific.
Yeah.
And they're just horrid.
You want them to redo it or what?
Yeah.
Like Eddie was so good on the show, and it's just nasty towards
Yeah.
him. It really is very nasty towards him.
Did you wake Steve up?
And you know, and you know what? Some of those jokes actually worked on the show.
Yeah. And it's like,
as bad as they might be. If you
what the
see
hell's wrong with Steve? What's Steve's problem with fucking Eddie
Yes.
Money? And this fucking asshole.
Yes.
Right.
And
Like, what?
Why is Henny Youngman a motherfucker who's been dead for 10 years?
Yeah.
Why'd you put motherfucker in
Yeah,
there?
what did Hetty do to you? What did he do to your family?
What happened?
Does he owe your grandpa some money or something?
Yeah, where's the anger?
What did he call Hetty Youngman?
A motherfucker.
Why did you call Hetty Youngman a motherfucker, Steve?
You know what? I was wrestling with that line. I was toiling over what to.
You lost the match.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was writing it. I'm like, well, the only one-liner guy I could think of to reference was Henny Youngman, and then the question was, well, do you just say that guy, or do you say that asshole,
Or just he? He's been dead. But I would change. I would like to see you do this with a sweet tone, like this is the great comedy CD, and some laughs behind it, and promote it like it's a damn good CD of some damn fresh jokes.
All right.
Any tongue-in-cheek in there at all, or no? No tongue-in-cheek?
I think the tongue-in-cheek is the actual material that he says. Like,
Okay. All right. Redo.
I think the tongue-in-cheek would be the fact that the jokes are bad, and if there's a laugh track behind jokes that are not good. Thank you.
And less cursing.
Yes, and the.
All right.
Thank you very much.
You angry man, you.
Star of our gang just brought me coffee.
Holy shit.
Jim, check your email.
Hey, Spank.
I emailed that to you last night asking too much, asking specifically, was this too much?
Oh, I was busy coming.
I thought so.
I see someone with a hat. Is this...
Oh, this is a giant entourage.
That's Ron Howard.
Oh, my God, that's Ron.
It's a giant entourage coming down here.
Oh, my God. Why don't we clean up the area where Ron's going to sit?
Yeah, don't give him that
Hollywood
awful
director.
newspaper in front of there. And,
he doesn't need his own one sheet.
And such.
Right.
And such.
And what not. Ladies and gentlemen, Ron Howard.
There he is. How you doing, man?
Hello. Nice to see you.
What's up, Ron?
Hi.
How are you?
Can we call you Ron or Mr. Howard?
Ron.
I know, he's like...
But I answered
Big
almost
director.
anything.
Yep.
Ron, you know why you're here. What happened to Chuck?
Of course.
That's such a deep, dark, complicated question.
Actually, we want to ask you why no one ever beat up Fonz. We talk about that on our show all the time. Like, he's this tough guy, but, we never saw him fight anybody.
Really.
No, that was
But everyone was scared of him.
The beauty of it. It's all mental. It's all mental.
You had the reach on him and everything. If you just would have cracked him
Just one
once,
pop, one
he
time.
never would have bossed you around
Really?
like that. Yeah, drag you into the bathroom all the
all
time.
that stuff.
It was a little weird. I got to be honest with you.
We used to wonder about it ourselves.
Yeah.
Here they go again.
We were talking about this just earlier too. What do you guys call it when some show does something that's awful and kind of ruins the flow of the show throughout a few seasons? Like, we would call it Jump the Shark.
Right. What do we call it?
Do you actually call it something, episode 60, something like that?
No, we call it Jump the Shark.
Jump the Shark. Did you know at that point that maybe,
there was a little undercurrent of eye rolling. Among all of us. And yet, the fact of the matter is, it was fun. We were getting to be outside. We didn't have to be stuck on the stage, on stage
That's
19.
True.
We were and outdoors, and the thing got great ratings and all that stuff.
Yeah, the first couple of seasons of Happy Days was so much different from the last few seasons. The first couple of seasons, it was done on film.
Yeah.
And just had more of that American Graffiti, Love American style kind of look to it.
Yeah.
And when the decision was made to switch over to video, live audience thing, did that bother people?
Well, it always stayed on film, but...
Oh, that's right, it did. Okay.
It didn't bother people because it was so much more, electric. And we were competing with shows that were working with live audiences, and those shows had a kind of an energy. And the other style, although it was more comfortable for me because it was more like movies, or even going back more like the Andy Griffith Show, which was a one-camera show.
Oh, right.
And I was the rookie. I hadn't done any stage at all, and everybody else they were all stage veterans.
How were
even
you
the,
the
young guys.
rookie when
I know,
everybody, you were in the business for forever?
I was getting nauseous before, every show for the first year that we did it that way. But in retrospect, as a director, I was so glad that we did it because later it taught me so much more about comedy. Because when you really are dealing with an audience and you actually are hearing what gets a laugh, what doesn't, what's the timing, how you can screw up a joke, how you can intensify a laugh and things like that. It really helped later when I started directing things like Night Shift and Splash and others to know that.
Yeah, sometimes it's just an energy breath, or it's a lean. There's just sometimes something that will propel a laugh forward that you can't write.
There's like a kind of there's a rhythm to it, and there's sort of an algebra. I mean, the comedy writers are fantastic. The way they'll break down a thing, and you change a syllable, and suddenly it gets a laugh.
Yeah, then it's funny.
Yeah.
You put the funny word at the end of the sentence instead of in the middle, so you don't step all over it.
And Gary Marshall was brilliant. He was like this great teacher because we do the run-throughs. He was a creator of the show, and he's also a great director now, but then he was sort of one of the kings of television. And he'd come in, and we've done the show, and suddenly he would give like 8 notes. And they'd be little things like that. Change a word. Why don't you lean in? Take a pause. Right. And every time, suddenly that new fix would just make it a joke, make it a laugh, get a laugh. And he was kind of a genius at it.
Yeah.
How did you avoid the obvious pitfalls of child stardom and keep your career going? and then get into directing. I mean, it's one of those things where it's very rare that you do see that from a child star, especially from the era where a lot of people had no money afterwards. There wasn't as many laws in place.
You know, it's luck. I mean, first of all, I was already at that point where money was put aside.
Oh, they were?
But my folks were great and did put the money aside. So when I turned 18, you know, I was in good shape from Andy Griffith's show and all that.
And you knew you wanted to go into directing pretty
I knew
early on.
Really early.
Yeah.
I knew really early. By the time I used to even talk about it when I was really like 8 or 9, but by the time I was 14 or 15, I was thinking about it every day.
Telling Andy Griffith he should stand over here. I think it'd be better if Barney comes in off the left.
You know, the thing is about that show is that the environment was unbelievably creative and it was fun, and yet because of Andy, who set this tone all 8 years, never getting lazy about it. It was really about doing something for the audience. Let's make this as good as it can be. And nobody would ever walk through it. Nobody would ever be allowed to be. And yet, there was a lot of laughter on the sets. And as a director, one of the reasons I like working with Tom Hanks so much is he has that understanding, he has that quality of, you know, we don't have to make this an agonizing experience. We can have a lot of laughs, and yet, you know, we're here for one reason, and we're trying to achieve some level of excellence.
When you killed that bird,
I know that's a
and and then had to nurse the little baby birds.
I actually bumped into that episode.
Did you?
And watched it about a couple of months ago. Yeah.
How is that for you watching? Because all I can equate that to is watching home movies of when you're a little kid. You know, but I mean, this was seen by everybody. What do you feel when you're watching those?
Well, two things happen. First of all, it is like home movies because I remember.
Do you critique yourself also?
And that's part two. I wind up critiquing it
at such a young age, and now you still look back and go,
well, I could have been maybe a little better.
I could have done this. Yeah,
but. It was, you know, it was just a great jumping off place that
Absolutely,
show,
yeah.
and I'm, you know, and I used to bother me. People would say, "Hey Opie, hey Richie," or Eddie Murphy, "Hey Opie Cunningham," or whatever. And and now I just view it as this great nickname. And you know, of course, as a director, I've been able to achieve the things that I wanted to achieve.
Yeah, you transcended that whole thing where you know some people have to do that for the rest of their life, and they're working in parking garages or something. You're, you know, obviously a named director. You've made a few films I think we've seen.
Frost Nixon blew me away.
Yeah, thank you.
Do you see Frost Nixon?
No, I haven't seen that yet.
It was. I didn't know what to expect out of it. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of a documentary type thing. It was amazing how good it was.
It was been a great 2 years because I was working on Frost Nixon and Angels and Demons kind of simultaneously, preparing them both. And I shot Frost Nixon. Did a little editing, then went and shot Angels and Demons, then finished up Frost Nixon and put it out while I was editing. So they're two totally different movies because Angels and Demons has all this action, these big sort of violent set pieces. They're really intense. I mean, it's quite different from Da Vinci Code in that way, in that this is really about jeopardy and you know, a ticking bomb. And as a director, I'd never really made a film that was that intense and sustained it for that long. Maybe a little like Backdraft in some ways, but you know,
you and Tom Hanks must be on a level now where you can just get together and work without having to really even talk to each other. I mean,
you know, it's always kind of been like that, and maybe because we both came out of TV, maybe it's just a similar sensibility. But going back on Splash, I remember thinking, you know, I'm a couple of years older than Tom, but I was a veteran compared to Tom at that point. I remember thinking, look how relaxed this guy is. Look how creative he is. And then when I worked with him on Apollo 13, I saw that he was all that, and yet he'd reached this other level, which is what gives him so much power as a dramatic actor. Which is he's not just entertaining; he's engrossing. Even when he's not talking, he's like taking you, the audience, on a story. And now that with Da Vinci Code and now Angels and Demons, it's a whole other different kind of movie. It's a different kind of character. And I really like what he's doing with that Robert Langdon character from Da Vinci Code to Angels and Demons. It's kind of like he's taking charge of the movie version of that character. And it's really fun for me as a director and also as his friend to just sort of see how brilliant he is and how smart he is about what he does. And yet, he's having laughs and enjoying himself.
Yeah, he's one of these actors that kind of got past the comedic actor thing.
Yeah.
Which obviously and amazingly, he brings that even into serious roles.
Yeah.
When you see him
That's
in
right.
Saving Private Ryan, a horrific movie.
Right.
Yet that humor that he has really comes through in whatever he does. You could tell he's genuinely a funny guy.
Oh well, he genuinely is, and I think you know, and he was able to get a lot more humor into this one with Angels and Demons. But again, a lot of that has to do with the style of the story because it's flowing, it's a little more chaotic, it's a little more intense, and so for him to come in with a good line once in a while really eases the tension and it's very entertaining.
Can I ask something for the readers out there? Now, Angels and Demons was the first Dan Brown book. So how'd you make it into a sequel when it probably should have been a prequel?
Well,
maybe a little technical question, but
it was first of all, as many millions of people who've read both Da Vinci Code and Angels and Demons.
We all read Da Vinci Code first, and then went, wait a minute, this guy had another book, and
so
then
for
we went
them,
back.
it was almost like a sequel already.
Right, okay.
In my mind. And also, even though a lot of people have read it, millions more have seen the movies. And so I thought, you know, for them, it was important to do it this way. Also, Da Vinci Code, cinematically, is about a sort of a philosophical idea. It's about its controversy. It deals a lot with the past. It necessitated a lot of conversation and explanation in order to tell the story. And it was sort of it was that first and kind of the mystery thriller second. It's reversed in this one.
Oh, okay.
And it's a much more violent, intense, dangerous situation that Langdon is coming into. And I felt like that it was better to have established the character in the other movie and now throw him into an even more intense situation in this one. And so for movie audiences and also for Tom to play the part, you know, it makes more sense to follow that story with this more intense one.
I'm looking forward to it. One other question. Now that the church is finally off your back with this movie, right? Because for a while there, we have Bill Donahue on our show from time to time,
right?
And I get frustrated with the guy because he came out against you, and then I go, well, Bill, have you seen the movie? And he goes, I
know. Well,
and he does it all the time because he did it with a few other projects he had problems with. And our first question with the guy is, well, did you see the movie that you have a problem with? He goes, I'm not going to be bothered with that. I'm like, but you're all over the press talking about it. You don't even know what you're talking about.
Well, you know, look, that's my frustration as well. But
see, us Opies think alike.
Well, it's common sense, isn't it? Opie's a common sense kind of a guy.
You just don't succeed at the same rate.
But then the church saw the movie, I guess, just to help this along a little bit, and now they're okay with the movie. There's
they
no
think it's fun.
whatsoever.
They think it's fun.
Yeah.
And look, hey, you know, intrigues at the Vatican. Even, you know, violence, murders, assaults from outside and within. You know, if you're at the Vatican bookstore, what this one guy pointed out to me, you can read all about it. I mean, it's in their history. It's a part. I mean, you know, it's an amazing institution. They've done so much good, but any institution is going to, you know, occasionally be compromised or you know, human beings come into play with all those weaknesses. So they've had all those kinds of dramas. What Dan Brown does is he sort of draws on these possibilities, and then he creates a work of fiction. And, you know, and that's what Angels and Demons is. And this, even more than Da Vinci Code, is really about the ride that the audience gets to go on.
I can't wait to see it.
What is it like?
I think you'll like it. I'm really excited to start showing it to audiences that happen Friday.
Awesome. What is it like to not win an Oscar? Like when you're nominated for something and like you believe in it, and it's like you know that being nominated is such an honor. But I always wonder, what are you thinking when you're sitting there? And like they mention the other name, it's like, all right, you've been, but is it a tremendous letdown, or do you kind of have a feeling like I think they're going to take it?
Well, I've had different experiences with Apollo 13, which was sort of neck and neck with Braveheart.
My favorite, by the way, Apollo 13.
Oh, thank you. I was very proud of it, and we were nominated for Best Picture, and we started winning some of the awards leading up to it. And Brian Grazer and I were sort of sitting there side by side, and we felt like, well, this is it. And a lot of the pundits had said we were going to get it, and Braveheart won. And so for us, that was one of those moments where I said to Brian, well, this is like somebody kicked a field goal to beat you with 1 second left in the game, you know. And even though I loved Braveheart, but I was very proud of Apollo 13. We won with Beautiful Mind, and that was thrilling. And with Frost Nixon. We were thrilled to be nominated. I don't think Brian or I, either one, really expected to win. Slumdog Millionaire was a great movie. We loved it. It had a lot of momentum, and clearly, it was the favorite. And still, you're sitting there, and you just upsets happen in those award shows, and it'd be thrilling to get to the microphone and talk about your movie and get an award. So.
I guess it's easier once you've won a couple too. Like that would be nice. Number 7 on the. It's probably a little easier
I don't
to
know.
swallow.
It's nice when you're there. You'd like to get it.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Is Clint in the new movie at all?
No, my dad is.
Oh, he is?
My dad is in it, and he plays an American cardinal. The whole thing takes place during Conclave, during that time when they lock all the cardinals in and they're trying to vote for a new pope.
Right.
Because our film begins with the death of a pope. And they never let cameras in there. But it's pretty well documented, and I took pains to try to be as authentic and detailed about that as the capsule going to the moon.
Right.
But it was really interesting. Anyway, my dad got to play, one of the American cardinals there, and it was a great experience.
Was there a competition between you and Clint growing up? Because he had Gentle Ben, pretty much his own vehicle. You had Andy Griffith's show, but you were kind of it was Andy's show.
One time, one year, for 1 week. And I think Andy Griffith was first and Gentle Ben was second in the ratings. And that was pretty great. I remember really appreciating that. But there's a 5-year spread between us, and we've always been close. And in all honesty, the business has never gotten in the way of that. And we don't talk about it too much, but Clint's got a great life, works all the time.
I would just constantly go to him, "It's Tranya."
Well, he's in
Star Trek episode. Jesus,
he's God, I might get this wrong, but I think he's in an upcoming episode of Fringe where he plays. If you like that,
really? Yeah,
you might want to see this episode of Fringe because he's really.
I know we're running out of time, but Arrested Development, I got to just mention that's just an amazing show.
Thanks.
It's an amazing show that I discovered when it came out on DVD.
Critics loved it. And then, for some reason, sometimes, Ope said it before, or Greg, if I don't want to confuse
it.
It's like,
it's a little too weird for me to be.
Sometimes the shows are too smart and too clever for the majority of the people watching television, I think.
Well, it was also kind of a breakthrough stylistically in terms of what a half-hour TV comedy could look like and sound like.
Yeah, it looked totally different than.
Now there's The Office and 30 Rock a little bit.
I didn't even realize that.
It started with Arrested Development,
You're
my
right,
friends.
yeah.
That's what I'm getting at.
But Mitch Hurwitz, the creator of the show, is working on a screenplay along with the guy Jim Valet, and Fox Searchlight really wants to make a movie of it.
Wow.
And so I'm excited because it's another announcer gig for me.
Yeah.
You're not going to be
narrator.
involved with the creative process though of the movie?
Well, a little bit, but that became Mitch's baby, and I was involved early on with the show creatively, and then soon it just completely. He really owns it. He's a brilliant guy. He would also direct this, so he's writing as we speak.
I loved how it was uncredited narrator announcer. It's like if everyone in the world doesn't know Ron Howard's voice,
why would you be uncredited? Why would you be uncredited? What is that? I don't know what that means.
It was almost silly for him to be credited because you knew it was Ron Howard's voice.
Yeah, and I don't mean to be naive. I mean, I'm an actor.
It was sort of it was sort of an accident because in the beginning I did the narration as just a temp thing, and we expected to get somebody else, and then they liked the narration and it tested well, and Mitch liked it, and he asked if I would do it, and I hadn't been credited on the pilot, and then there was a lot of people sort of saying, "Is that Ron Howard's voice? Is it not?" I don't know. So we just thought going into the new season, it'd be more interesting to do it that way. And then, so we just kept it that way.
It's kind of a statement how famous you are, too, and how well-known you are. Where you're like, no need for credit. Like, don't recognize Ron Howard's voice.
Can I pitch a future project for you, Ron?
Sure.
Here you go.
Oh, please.
A documentary on all the Opies out there.
Yeah, there must be some. Hey, do you know where the name came from, by the way?
No idea. I know where mine came from. It was you.
Oh, was it? Well, Andy, everybody always said, well, is it short for something?
Yeah.
And he said, no, when he was a kid, in North Carolina, and it was before TV. There was radio, but they were in a small town. And the biggest thing that would happen is once in a while a circus would come through or a carnival. But the other thing is these traveling music shows. And there was a band leader named Opie something who had this band that he would come through. And he loved music, would always see the show, and always remembered that name. And so when they were looking for the name of his son,
Look at
got a
you,
little
just
knowledge
got some
today.
info.
A little knowledge.
That's like finding out something about your family tree.
Was there some alcoholic that would travel playing accordion?
but you won't like shave your head in sympathy with me.
If you put me in I'll do whatever you want. I'll say goodbye to these two guys in a second. I got to say, I met Ron on the streets. I was never, I mean, we get starstruck every once in a while, but I was out of my freaking mind. And I don't know if you remember, but then I ran home to get a camera. I'm like, what am I doing? And my wife, she wasn't my wife at the time. I'm like, I got to go back. I got to get a picture. And I never do that.
Well, I like bumping into you.
And did I tell you what happened in that Starbucks? I was recognized. We were both in the Starbucks. I know these guys have heard the story, but I got
two big stars.
No, I'm not even going there. I'm not even going there. But I'm in the Starbucks. It's really early, and I get recognized. Going, I can't believe Opie, you're in the Starbucks. And I go, do you understand how surreal this is? You're saying that as the guy I'm named after is right over there putting whatever he's putting in his coffee. And then I blew that guy off to go talk to you.
And then Ron blew you off to go talk
to Of course he did. Well, whatever. It was one of those moments I'll never forget. It was awesome.
That was fun. I enjoyed it too.
Hey, when you hear something like the Christian Bale meltdown, which happens, I'm sure, with actors, does stuff like that kind of happen? Maybe not to that level, but commonly on sets where it just never gets recorded, or where people just kind of freak on each other a little bit.
Well, that was pretty intense. My daughter Bryce was in that scene with him.
Okay, I forgot.
And so I heard all about it way before it ever broke. And it was, it was uncomfortable for her, and she was surprised because that's not who he is. So clearly he was in an intense scene, and when I heard the circumstances, even from Bryce, of why he blew, frankly, I understood it.
Yeah.
Because emotionally, you're doing something like that, and if you feel like that even somebody you respect, the cinematographer, is doing something that's preventing you from getting from the moment that you're kind of been building your character to, you're going to lose your temper. Now, he went overboard, and and he regrets that, but so those kind of tirades, I probably haven't heard anything that went on and on and on like that before. But people blow up all the time. It's it's like probably in a dugout or in the locker room. It's very intense, and people are giving everything they've got. And let's face it, it's not the kind of career that draws people who are, all
emotionally stable.
Emotionally stable. Okay.
Ron's got to go.
Okay.
We got to respect his time. I mean, this was great, Ron.
I appreciate it.
Love having you, and best of luck on the movie.
Angels and Demons. It's in theaters this Friday, but there are midnight screenings starting tomorrow night, Thursday night at midnight.
Wow.
Which is smart, and you'll
News to
obviously
me.
have people at the midnight screenings.
Cool.
Much anticipated sequel, and I'm sure it's going to succeed.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Break,
Thanks.
The great Ron Howard,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Thanks.
Opie and Anthony.
Wait a minute. I got to find out about it.
Opie and Anthony, back live. Star-studded today.
Yes.
First of all, I want to say, Ron Howard, how cool was he?
It was great.
He was amazing.
Yeah.
Now that we broke the ice, I think he comes back for every project he does.
Yes, and he knew a man like me understood.
Oh, when you said, I'm an actor. Jesus, Jimmy. And of course, we got Dyson Studio. Get him involved in the conversation.
That was
here.
so ham-handed.
Well, yeah, it was a joke.
I'm an actor. No, it was you are? Because I'm casting, and you would be perfect
that's
for
what
us.
you were hoping.
That's what Jimmy was hoping for.
I was completely kidding.
That Ron Howard would ask you. Oh, you weren't hoping that perhaps Ron Howard would put you in a movie?
It wouldn't
So
be
I should
feasible.
get involved?
You could get involved.
Maybe you could get involved.
That's the intro.
Yeah.
All right, I'm on. All right.
No,
I got to tell you something. You're not an actor.
I am.
No,
I'm very good.
Let me tell you something. I got him on film against Kenny's kid, Jeffrey, doing a scene. And Jeff was right in the pocket with his part, and he was baffling Norton.
Jeff had an easier part, though. I had to do a whole bunch of stuff.
No,
I'm
he
very
didn't.
good.
No, he
I'm
didn't.
very
My
good.
part was to be
he was
baffled.
all insecure
No, that was
about
the
it.
part?
Jeffrey
part
was
was to be
threatening.
baffled.
Wasn't the part like he was telling you what he was going to do to you, like beating wise?
I vaguely remember it, but I'm so in the moment with that stuff.
He was
It's like
doing
I'm-
that. Where's Kenny?
I'm living it.
Look at the big fucking dinosaur.
No, but Jeffrey Kenny's son has this whole monologue he gives somebody before he caves their skull in. Do you know the monologue, Kenny? Remember the one that he did to Norton on film with the warning?
He's picked it up.
Hello?
He is a goon. Kenny is a goon.
Can Kenny sit over here?
Just picks up the entire mic stand.
He's got a mic stand.
I mean,
it's so
I gotta
short.
be honest, though, B. I gotta be honest. I mean, I know Kenny. I don't know this man.
That's Danny.
And he's sitting behind me, and I don't trust anybody behind me unless I know him.
Yeah, that's Danny. Now
I'm
you
not
know
saying you're not a great guy.
But now you know him, so now you can sit there.
And I like the T-shirt. But can Kenny sit there a minute?
Of course Kenny can sit there.
Yeah, so why are you having an attitude about it? Let the guy sit down. The minute you walk in, people.
Danny's a good friend of mine.
No, but do you remember? You know the monologue, right?
The preamble to the beating.
Yeah, do you know it?
No.
What do you mean you don't know it?
I don't. I am.
We used to love that.
I know.
But that was what the movie was about. Like Norton was What?
He's behind you. He's right there. Danny's still behind you.
Right, look,
turn around.
We're gonna play jerk off day here.
Jerk off day.
I'm just telling you, I don't like that kind of thing. I'm weird like that.
Danny, why don't you stand here so
yeah, I mean,
you can see what all times.
Danny, I'm sure you're a nice guy. Don't get me wrong. But I don't know you.
It's my drinking buddy.
All right, then let him drink in the corner.
Is that okay, guys?
I don't want to get in a bad mood. I'm in a good mood.
I see.
You know what I mean? So
I'm surprised.
But you don't know what does preamble even mean?
Like to start something.
Yes.
Yeah. So his part to I guess when you think of actors, 3 names roll off your tongue: De Niro, Pacino, Norton.
Yeah. I wouldn't put him in that order.
Yeah,
put myself in the middle.
No. No, he is actually a good actor, but not for a guy like who was in here just
Ron
now?
Howard.
Ron Howard.
Yeah, from
the thing.
From the Hanks movie. I know him.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks,
Angels and Demons.
Da Vinci Code.
Yeah. Well, that one he didn't have to do. He should have made that funnier.
Beautiful Mind.
Yeah, no, like I saw the Da Vinci thing.
Yeah.
And like I'm going, okay, how long's this got to be to get the point across? It was like 4 hours.
Do you know what the point of the movie was?
And don't get me wrong, I'm a Hanks fan.
Yeah.
I watch Bosom Buddies all the time. I'm into it.
Well, I don't know if he wants you to bring that one up.
Piece of work.
Yeah.
That was a big thing.
He was also in Taxi.
If he didn't do that, if he didn't do that, he wouldn't be doing.
But what happened to the other guy from Bosom Buddies? His buddy.
See?
He left him in the dust.
He fucking ditch him.
You know what that guy's like? That guy's like the Pete Best of sitcoms.
Right. Yeah.
He's
Who is
the
that guy?
No,
I
he
don't
was
even know
like
his
the
name.
He was like the first drummer of the Beatles that's still walking around going, why?
I was with Tom's not accepting my calls. What happened?
That's messed up.
You think he calls them? Remember
That's
when
what's
we were on
fucked
Bosom
up
Buddies?
in
I'm
show
doing a
business.
new movie. Sorry, I can't.
Yeah, and they were in a show called Bosom Buddies. You would think they would keep in touch after all these years.
I guess they weren't.
Da Vinci Code.
Yeah,
Dice, you said what was the
No,
point?
I'm not saying there's
what
any-
was the point of Da Vinci Code?
I didn't know, so I shut it off.
You never got to the end.
Never. It's
like a
just
whole religious
so
thing.
fucking slow moving.
You wanted more laughs.
Yeah, like when he did, like when Hanks did like the retard role, the Gump thing. Funny.
Oh, Forrest Gump. Funny.
No, that's what he's good at. You know what I mean? He's a great comedic act. No, he wasn't. Well, that's what he was playing. He was playing a version of a Todd. You know what I mean? He was like, this slow.
Not profoundly non-functional talk, because that wouldn't even be fun to watch.
Yeah,
Just
not
someone
the
rocking
walking
in the
into
corner,
walls,
jerking off.
right. None of that.
Can't do anything with that.
Yeah, no, I don't know what they call the kind. You know what? I'll use the what's
E-rock.
Opie, what would be like the term for just a slow guy?
Slow guy.
Waterhead.
No.
What?
Yeah, I'm a fan of the Waterhead.
No, I'm saying what Tom Hanks did in Gump. I mean, it was phenomenal.
Right.
And he knew the kind of asshole things he was doing. It like when he would play the paddleball.
Right.
He was really being an asshole about it, you know, and he knew how ridiculous that was because
Even being kind of a retard.
Yeah, and just everything happening great for him, you know. But the ping pong shit, hysterical.
What about when he made cumsies in his pants when the girl leaned over and touched him.
I think I ruined your robe. He goes, I think I ruined your robe.
He touched her tit, and he goes, oh, and came in his pants.
No, but I love
funny.
because Hanks knows how ridiculous. Let's not go to the filth. Let's keep this a little PG.
Is this Bizarro Dice? What happened?
I don't know what happened.
You know what I mean? We're having a conversation, but what I'm saying is I like Hanks and Rolls. I mean, Gump had a serious overtone.
Yeah.
But yet, it's one of the funniest films ever made.
By the way, you just
Other
heard
than
that
What About Bob?
from the guy that came up with Hickory Dickory Dock. This chick was sucking my cock, so
What?
all right, we'll keep it clean.
Why? Hanks don't do that shit.
I know, I was just saying, but keep it clean came from the guy that, her uterus fell out.
Yeah.
I did, just talking
forgot about
about
that stuff,
I don't want to
right?
get filthy or anything.
Of course not. You're Dice.
But I saw this chick going into Starbucks. I'm telling you, Norton. With the shorts, because she knows it's going to... I would fuck her till her pussy melted. I was in the car with the two guys, and I'm going, look at that fucking meat pocket between her legs. This little fucking slob. Willing to take the cold weather on, knowing it's going to get hot.
Yeah, just to wear that.
I would just keep fucking slapping my fucking sack against that fucking meat pocket till it just either fucking melted from the heat or exploded.
They explode? I didn't know they had the potential to explode if you
I've gone through it all.
Yeah.
There was the other night I fucked this one chick, her asshole popped out. You ever do that?
You pink socked her.
You know what I mean?
Pink
No, they're
sock.
nuts today. You're not, what do you think? I'm not alone here.
No.
No,
You're
it's
not.
the truth. These
Crazy.
chicks go fucking wild. God forbid you don't dislocate a shoulder, they don't moan. You know what I mean?
I hear you, Dice.
Yeah. And then in the middle of it, I mean, you're going fucking nuts, right? You're just fucking clobbering her with your cock. And all of a sudden she goes, I have to go to the bathroom. On me? I mean, this is what goes on today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
It's a different
I mean,
world out there.
what do you do? How do you even send a little love note? This isn't even material because, I've been stuck in a hotel room. You know what I mean? And, you try to make believe you're not going to watch adult films. Like you go, oh, what's this? The menu. Hey, oh, we're creating entertainment for you.
Yeah.
And then you see, like, films.
New releases.
Still in theaters, right?
Theaters is a
Still
great
in theaters.
one to click on.
And you make believe you're going to watch one. You start saying, I don't like that. Then it's, all the rest of the movies. And you
Right.
go, oh, what's this? Adult. What's this? But you know what? Those aren't films like I'd show my kids because I don't think the writing is good. Like, they don't even like this one, Come On Me.
Right.
You ever see that?
Part
two?
I don't know.
They don't even know how to write cum, these writers. They write C-U-M rather than C-O-M-E. They're stupid people.
Yeah, and it made it through all the proofreaders and everything, and went all the way to the
But you know what? This
hotel
is where they
TV.
get all their fucking ideas. It's unbelievable. So now you send a girl. You go out with a girl one time. Years ago, first date, little kiss on the cheek. Today, if they just think you're okay, oh, come in the alley. Let me whack your bag against the brick wall.
Because that's not really sad.
And then they're leaving, and you're like, what? Don't worry. Keep the tissues. I'll finish up here. Go ahead. Nice meeting you.
That's that's like kissing was. Is it a hand job or a blow job or something like that? That's
What?
now.
Yeah,
now,
today.
Right.
Yeah.
That's like what just going out to
and
the
then
movies.
you send her a little letter about your day. Oh, I really had a great time with you. You're a really sweet girl.
Right.
I loved the part where I had both hands around your fucking throat. Then I thought I was going to squeeze the last breath out of you, and my fucking balls are banging against your ass. And you remember when you said to me, punch me in the back? You're really sweet. I'm going to call you again.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just absolute violence in bed.
I don't know what happened.
Intern
What
David is
the
outside
fuck
the
happened?
studio, and
Who?
Intern David decided that you needed to wait, and we had to get Ron Howard on first. And I figured you might have a problem with that, Dice, so I'm bringing David
I really
in.
didn't.
But he's the one that
He's the
decided,
one.
so you might want to look at
Who?
this kid.
Well,
Not me. David, why did you decide that Ron Howard should be on the show before Andrew Dice Clay?
Why did I decide that?
Yeah, he's right here. Tell him to his face.
I like how you repeat the question like you're being like. That's good. That's
thank
what
you.
you're doing interviews.
It certainly is, yes.
Go ahead. Tell
I
him.
decided that because Ron Howard, because you, Opie, are a big fan of Ron Howard, and
I'm just named after the guy. Actually, I do like his work, but
I know you're just named after him, but it was important to you to meet him. And I'm not saying I'm not trying to be rude to Dice, but he's been on the show numerous times, and you know him, or you know him already. So
no, you didn't.
You didn't do
no,
that.
you didn't.
So I thought it was I thought it would be important for you guys.
Listen to me. What's your name again?
I'm David.
David.
By the way, it doesn't look like this every day, Dice. We
No, it's
try to
okay.
do a little makeover.
Say
on it.
what you said. It's okay. You'll feel better.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah.
Go ahead, say what you're feeling. Don't be holding back on.
Yeah, you're holding back a little.
No, I'm not holding back. No, I'm not.
All right, what was it again?
I just said it.
You really think what?
No, I what?
See, he's all flustered for the first time.
All right, what I said was that I thought because Ron Howard was a very important interview, and that you wanted to.
And Dice isn't important.
No, I didn't say he's not important. No,
why would you say that?
He's a comedy legend.
You said that. He's right here. He's
I didn't say he's not important. I said he's less. I meant he's less. Ron Howard's more important because he's.
Oh, you're saying that he's more important.
Why would you say that, Dice?
You know what? Well, Dice would understand that.
I would
I'm
have
sure.
to agree with that on a certain level.
Okay.
I mean, look at the films the man does.
Yeah,
Da
that's
Vinci
true.
Code, Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
I don't know if he did Mission Impossible.
He didn't work on that long.
I don't think so.
No,
but-
he's got his hand in everything.
Apollo 13. Apollo 13.
When they landed on the moon?
No, they never landed
that
there.
one didn't.
No, but he's done. No,
They had a major
in
problem.
the film world, things like what
Fort
about Bob?
Fairlane? What about Fort Fairlane?
No, that wasn't him.
You ever see? It wasn't him. Who did that one?
He had his hands in everything. You said though.
Well, maybe he did.
You never know.
You know what I mean? No,
Did you ever see Fort
You're
Fairlane?
entitled to.
Me? No, I don't know. I don't know what that is. No.
Good movie.
But do me a favor.
I'll rent it.
Yeah, rent it.
Okay.
Yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, you like that.
Yeah, let's.
What do you want a picture of?
I don't know. He's
I don't know, like the whole thing.
All right.
The whole thing.
Okay.
We're having fun.
Dice, your camera looks really old.
No,
Is it old?
No, it's amazing. This camera.
All right. It had kind of like a zoom.
Is that good?
Camera. Yeah, it looks really good. There's no
Does it look
flash.
good?
How many megapixels? We can get Kenny.
Megapixels.
8.
Right?
Now we're just taking pictures.
Yeah.
No. Just
Now what happens?
Photographs.
But David, why are you being disrespectful to Dice? I mean, you know he's a friend,
Yeah.
and he's been
I'm
a
not
friend
being
for many, many
disrespectful
years.
at all.
You're saying
What's
someone,
that?
one guest is more important.
You're
All of our
saying-
guests are of equal importance.
no, it's,
Some of them do different things,
no. Ron Howard's behind the scenes,
but
guy.
no more important than you, is what I'm saying. You guys are two different things, but as far as guests go, you're all important. Stop with the fucking stupid smile, David. Jesus.
Is that it, David? Because we're in the middle of our great interview with Andrew Dice.
By the way, Dice, if you didn't know, I just want to inform you,
so
David is of the Jewish persuasion.
Yes.
I don't know if
Good
you could
for
tell
him.
just by looking at him.
Is he?
Yeah.
Say something.
Hi, Dice.
Let me put this down so I can go back and do.
He's-
All right,
he's,
let's see this
filming
one.
it.
He's videotaping with his camera.
This is
His camera.
technology.
David, why
It
don't you
is.
apologize?
You got to be on the cutting
He
edge
said that he
technology.
agreed with
or
me.
you're nowhere.
He
Or
doesn't
you're
humble.
nowhere.
He said he agreed.
He's being humble.
He's being nice. You kind of insulted him, and I think you owe him an
Little
apology.
bit.
he really didn't.
Little bit.
Little bit.
Little bit.
You want to know the
Maybe
truth?
a little bit.
He's a young guy. He's a Ron Howard fan, obviously, and
He doesn't know the first
in a
thing
lot of
about Ron
ways, we need a guy like Ron Howard.
Well, of course we
You know what
do.
I mean?
It's an institution.
Yeah, I mean, Ron knows. You don't put a guy like Ron in front of the camera, so you give him, but because he's had a tremendous history doing like.
Why don't you put a guy like Ron Howard in front of the camera?
Well, he did all that. He did Happy Days.
Right.
He got to play the son.
Mayberry.
And Fonzie's
Opie.
friend.
Yeah.
And all the way back to his childhood. And here's a guy, he ain't George Clooney. You know what I mean? If Ron Howard starred in Benjamin Pitt, people would be running from the theater.
Benjamin Pitt?
Yeah, whatever that fucking...
Benjamin Pitt.
Benjamin
Yeah.
Pitt. Benjamin
Remember
Bu-
that? No.
What is it, David?
Benjamin Button?
Oh, Benjamin
The Curious
Button.
Case of
No,
Benjamin
Benjamin Pitt.
It's Benjamin Pitt from now on.
Yeah, of course it is.
I understood
I'm never
what- I
calling
understood
it
what he was
Benjamin.
saying.
The stupidest
By the way,
movie I ever
thank
saw.
you.
Another great comedy.
Way
though.
overrated.
Yeah, funny.
Hysterical. You see,
Stupidly overrated, that movie.
You see
Yeah.
Benjamin, who's playing Pitt in the movie.
Yeah.
Start out like a little monster baby, like E.T.
Yeah.
And, he's getting, but he's like 210 years old. He's getting younger and younger. And then he falls for this chick.
Uh-oh.
Right? And now he gets like better. Now all of a sudden you see him on a sailboat, and it should have just said at that moment, Pitt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With the hand holding the sail. And now he gets into it with this chick because she was a baby growing up and he was an old man getting younger.
So they kind of.
So now it gets to that level.
Uh-oh.
You know what I mean? Where he could crack it open for her. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he puts it in.
Crack it open.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Of course
it's like he fucking breaks in there a little, right?
Yeah.
And he becomes a husband, and then it gets to the point, because he's getting younger, that he goes, I'm getting too young for you, because she's feeling, well, am I too old for you?
Yeah.
And he's going, well, yeah, kind of. And I'm going, what the fuck? Most guys like older chicks.
Really?
Yeah. The experience, yeah.
Fuck the experience.
No,
I'd
but
rather have ass like a snare
all
drum.
right, well, let me just
than
finish.
Fucking experience.
No, but when a guy's younger, he likes an older chick, and then you
okay.
get older,
All
you
right.
like the younger. That's how it
Very
works.
good.
So anyway, Pitt's getting too young, and he takes off on the motorcycle, right? All of a sudden, he shows up again. I guess he traveled all over, and he's thinking about this chick's box.
Uh-oh.
Right? He comes back, and she's married to some other fucking guy, right? Because you know them. God forbid they don't have a cock wrapped around their fucking neck every day of the week. These little fucking slobs, right?
Of course.
God forbid they're not gagging. Shut the fuck up already and swallow it. They look like they got rabies, these chicks, when they blow you today. Anyway, yeah, with the foam falling out of these motherfuckers, I love them.
You know, like
God
all the
bless.
drool and the foam these days.
So anyway, now he comes back, and she's like, well, you can stay with me. So now he moves in with the chick, and now it cuts to like a scene where he's like 10, and she's like the mommy now.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? And she don't even do nothing for him anymore. It's not like he forgot that she was whacking his bag.
Right.
It's not that he forgot she was sucking on his fucking dick. All right, he's a kid, but he still has needs. He remembers. Go in his room at night. Fucking,
He still has the memories.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Experience and age.
He should be doing movie reviews.
This is what I'm saying.
Dice's movie reviews.
Go in his room, whack his
Wow.
bag under the blanket. Do something nice. This is your child. You know what I mean? So you're going to get mad at him because he's now too young for you? And then at the end of the fucking movie, I'm laughing hysterical, and this guy's yelling at me in the theater. And I'm going, do me a favor, just look the other way. You know this is a fucking goof, this movie. Everybody try, with the turnaround when they give you the look.
Yeah.
Like they're going to kill you, but it's never happened ever. Nobody ever really gets up. They try to kill it with a look like,
The look, like, hey,
don't enjoy the movie.
Yeah.
And now she's holding Pitt, supposedly. He's like a little baby in a blanket now. I'm going, at least pat his balls with some powder.
You still
And she wouldn't even fucking do that. And
has
that's
needs.
why he goes and dies. He's got no reason to live no more.
Yeah.
It's like, after all that,
He just, shrivels up as a baby and that's it?
it's the funniest
never
fucking
saw it?
movie of the
No.
year.
It's ridiculous.
No.
It is the funniest
I have no want or
movie.
need to see that.
And I would have to say the guy that wrote it is one of the most demented minds in Hollywood. I don't give a fuck who he is, what he's done. They go, oh, what great directing. This guy's a sick fuck. And should have people watching him.
Yeah.
With that kind of mindset.
Oh, you think maybe he's got issues?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah.
He's behind you still. I thought you didn't
One
like people
second.
behind him.
I'm a-
David, didn't you hear when he did this to Danny? He doesn't like people behind him.
Oh, no?
No, move a little over.
All right.
Move over.
Could you teach him something, Dice? Look at him. He's a little.
There you go.
He's kind of
Do you like
pathetic.
working on the O&A show?
Sure, I
You've been
do. I
doing
like it all.
And
Yeah, it
what's
was
your
good.
job exactly?
Intern.
Did you see Benjamin Pitt?
No, I haven't seen it yet. Nope.
Did you see the Da Vinci Code?
Yes, I saw that one, yeah.
And what'd you think?
Very good movie, Da Vinci Code. I enjoyed it. Very good.
It's not funny.
No, it's not a funny movie at all, no.
I walked out.
Ah.
I like when Hanks is funny.
Oh, yeah?
Even when he was riddled with AIDS in that movie.
Oh, Philadelphia, yeah.
Riddled with it.
He still gave it that comedic edge. Like, remember the part? All kidding aside, when he's walking around near the end with, like, you know, he's like in his bathrobe, holding like intravenous or whatever they're feeding into him.
You know,
and he's playing it with the face. He's making that fucking, you know, that drone fucking look. He knows what he's doing.
He's making a great point. I hate to say it. We're getting a lot of laughs. But
And that
he's
was
making
another
a
Academy
great
Award.
point about Tom Hanks today.
Wait, Opie. Did he get the Academy Award for
Yes,
playing
he did.
it? Did he get the Academy Award for Gum?
I don't know. Did he?
Yes,
Yeah,
two in
he
a
did.
row.
Okay.
Did he get the Academy Award for Da Vinci? No. Do you know why?
Played it too
Because it's not
seriously.
fucking funny.
I
I try to help this guy.
Dice is making a
God
great
forbid
point.
he calls me.
He's trying to make that serious thing, but he's giving it that little like comedic edge.
Because he loves idiocy.
He likes.
Remember when he did Bachelor Party?
Yeah.
I saw that 56 times.
Yeah, hysterical. The mule,
Yeah.
the donkey.
Then there was one, the volcano.
Joe versus the volcano.
How funny is that?
Did that
Plus, he
one?
gets to look up that Meg Ryan.
Meg
was it?
Ryan.
Look up her skirt a
Yeah,
little.
and then Money Pit. Who's in the
Money,
Money Pit.
hysterical.
Yeah.
When he screams, who screams funnier than him?
That was great.
You like the
Scream-
Money Pit?
but he gets mad
sure.
at me because I say things like this and I try to help him.
You try to
You know,
help him.
Wait a minute,
Yeah.
Dice. Money Pit, Benjamin Pitt.
No.
Sort of a ripoff.
Yeah, a little bit.
Sort of a ripoff.
Money Benjamins. Wow, wait a minute.
Sleepless in Seattle.
Ugh.
What happened? What did
Chick
you drop?
flick. Chick flick.
He's tangled in the chair.
Yeah, I
Chick
don't know what's
flick.
going on.
David, we untangled the great comedian
Please.
that is Andrew
Sure.
Dice Clay, who's
You guys-
playing
you-
Caroline's this weekend.
He did. He
We're
went
gonna
from
do a plug for
comedies
you.
to chick flicks
Help him
to
out
like
there,
action
David.
movies.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I'm going to do? Because I promised, you know,
You just gotta lift your leg up over this. Under
Oh,
this, that's all.
oh,
Doing?
Run the chair.
Oh,
You're
David.
distracting him, David. He's all tangled now.
unplugged now.
Spilling
What are you
it.
doing? He's unplugged.
What are you doing?
David, come on. Let's
You
figure
tying
this
him up,
out.
you
David, what are you doing?
don't be an asshole.
David.
Don't be a fucking asshole. Wait a minute.
You're on
Where's this plug in?
You're on a professional radio show, Dice. Sorry.
Plug it
about
in.
this. Plug it
Plug
in
it
for
in.
Dice.
Plug it in, David.
Plug it in.
David, come on. Plug it in. David, plug it in. Stop.
David,
Get your head away from his balls. Plug it in.
He looks like he's blowing dice.
Plug it in. It's right by you.
Oh, plug it in. You're
David.
panicking.
David.
You'd all be dead if it
Plug
wasn't
it
for
in.
my son David.
Come on, David. Plug it in. Not there.
Plug it in, David.
Okay, we got it. We got
You all
it.
set?
You all right, David?
God, David.
God damn it. What the
Fucking
fuck?
exhausting, right? Where were we?
Believe it?
Fucking ridiculous.
He just wrecked your flow, I'm thinking.
He did.
You all right, David?
You want to have him do push-ups or something, Dice?
With those arms?
You should do 10 push-ups as punishment because you wrecked his flow. He's all
Yeah,
about
we went
the
through
flow.
a whole thing. Who were we even talking about?
See, you don't even remember.
Eddie
and I don't
Munster,
blame
the
you.
guy that played Eddie Munster.
That was
Tom
it.
Hanks.
Did he play
Yeah,
Eddie
remember
Munster?
him? Yeah, he played Eddie Munster
I thought that was...
on the Munsters.
Yeah.
Remember them?
Yeah.
That was funny.
That was Butch Patrick.
Butch Patrick.
No, it was Tom
He
Hanks.
he changed his name.
Came out with the
Yeah.
big
Once
bat.
he got into Bosom Buddy.
Yeah, it was Tom Hanks.
Why would he change his name and not just go with the original name, which already made him famous?
Because who wants to be called Butch your whole life? Hey, Butch.
That's true.
Yeah, Butch is a
Butch.
great name.
Butch gets
That's a
smacked.
bad one, right? Yeah.
You know what I mean? You give him a smack.
What do you like about the Munsters, Dice?
Morticia.
Morticia.
Yeah.
Morticia was in the Adams Family.
Yeah, you're getting the two
Oh, really?
monster shows
Yeah,
mixed
Lily.
up.
Didn't they mix them?
Lily was
No.
the...
Lily
no,
was
never
the-
the...
Kenny
never
was
the-
in the Munsters.
Didn't the Munsters have the blonde girl?
Yeah, who they thought was ugly, but she was really
Yeah,
hot.
Marilyn.
Because she was really hot.
But they didn't cast that right because she wasn't hot either way.
She was supposed to be hot for back then, when like a fat ass
Yeah.
and that Marilyn Monroe kind of look was
Yeah,
supposed to be hot.
She was all right.
She looked fucking like a spinster.
Yeah.
But then the guys would come over the house to beat her and pick her up, and then they'd run through the door because they'd see Herman and leave the silhouette of themselves busted through the door.
And what, they lived next door to them, like?
No.
What's
The
the Addams
Munsters
family?
were on 1313 Mockingbird Lane.
And where was
and the Addams family lived on...
Yeah, but it might have been like
Oh, damn
kitty,
it, I
it
can't
might have been
remember.
kitty corner where they're
Oh,
still
yeah.
neighbors but different street
Yeah,
addresses.
that's true. I never thought of that.
I think Dice might be onto something.
Yeah.
What happened? What are you doing?
I'm just thinking.
Just enjoy.
I didn't get to say the smack thing. I know.
What?
Oh, on
Yeah.
What? What happened?
I didn't do anything.
What? What's going on?
Trump.
Were you
Yeah.
on the 3-hour finale?
Yeah.
Because, like I told you,
I was
because
only
you-
on for a few seconds.
because you were out. I gave up on the show.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, no, but I did the finale, and there was no call for that. You know what I mean?
What happened?
For threatening. Well,
No, Donnie was cool.
he said he said to me that I saw him in L.A. and he said that he was going to threaten Trump with a slap.
Nice.
No, I'm saying if he said something,
Yeah,
I'd give him a
rude.
smack.
But you didn't smack?
No, but he was
No
cool.
smack?
You know what I mean? So it was nice, and it was a great episode. Tom Green was great on it.
Why did
So
they get rid
funny.
of you though?
That was a
Like,
mistake
what did
to
you
get rid of
do that they got rid of you?
They did the right thing.
Why the right thing? What did you do that they got rid of you?
Nothing.
There was
That's
some-
why.
Oh, literally nothing.
Yeah.
Guys,
You know what?
You,
know
didn't
what
want
it
to
is?
cook.
I don't.
You didn't want to cook.
You know what it is?
What was it,
I'm
the
not
cookies?
I figured, like, when they give you, like, a task, like
Yeah.
another TV like if it's a sitcom or something. All right, they bring you in, they make believe, this is what you're going to do.
Yeah.
And then the chick bakes for 2 days, and then we sell it, you know? They're showing us this stuff. They take us into, like, a cutlery place, and then they say, all right, let's go to work. And I'm like, what are you kidding? I got to stay here for this now? Like, for 8 hours. I can't do that. I got no patience for that.
No.
Yeah, so I wouldn't do it. You know, that's not my thing. Like, even when she was explaining how you make the fucking things, I'm like not listening because I'm figuring she's going to do it anyway. You know what I mean? I'm a guy.
I think what he's getting at is like,
And if Donnie would have used his fucking brain, you don't give a task like that. You go like this, all right, work in a gas station, pump gas, clean people's windshield.
Yeah.
Something that I don't look like a jerk off in front of my friends.
You're baking cookies. That looks
Yeah,
silly
it's
for you.
it's stupid.
It's not a dice
You know what I mean?
thing.
So when I was fired, I sort of appreciated it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they should have kept you around for the good TV.
Well, yeah,
They had
I
a
mean,
lot of,
I would,
they had a lot
you
of,
know,
they had a lot of dullards they
that would
kept
have been-
around.
Yeah, no, I mean, let's admit, you know, it's star power, and
That would have been the thing.
yeah, that's the thing. I
That would've
mean, I
been the
know how to
thing.
make something entertaining,
That
and
would've been the thing.
But he even admitted that, you know, he shouldn't have got rid of me, and you know,
Did he say that?
yeah,
Yeah, it was a mistake.
yeah, it was a mistake.
It's still a ratings-based TV show. You want people to watch it and enjoy it.
Yes.
I mean,
if you
you
don't
gotta
want to
have
bake
some-
fucking cookies,
Yeah,
you keep them there.
You don't have a guy like me do that.
You're the loose cannon.
That's right. A
The
guy
show
like
needs
me
a loose cannon.
thrills America. You know, let Brian McKnight bake. You know what I mean? Let Clint Black bake in
Yeah.
between
What a-
sessions of
what a
therapy.
bore.
And you can just walk around and go,
You know what I mean?
What are you baking?
Clint Black, all he wanted to do, he only wanted to like heckle with me, this asshole. You know, and I like warned him before the show.
How good of a heckler could Clint
Well,
Black
that's
be?
one. You know what I love? Guys that think they're clever and fast. You know, so I just told him. I said, "Is that what you want to do today?"
Yeah. You wanna?
You know, I said, "Go ahead. If you really want to be in therapy, go ahead."
It's like the kid that comes into town looking for the gunslinger dice.
That's it.
You know,
Doc
and where do they
Holliday.
end up? On the fucking ground with a bullet in them.
That's right.
Don't bring
Doc
your guns to
Holliday.
town.
That's right.
Just say when.
Clint Black
Just say fucking
wants to
when.
spar, wants to fucking spar
You know
with
what-
the dice
but
man.
you know what I want to play for? I don't know if we
Yeah,
can.
I'll play whatever
Do you
the
wa-
fuck.
No,
What do you got?
but
throw it at me.
obviously now that we're all family again,
of course.
I can involve my kid. Norton knows my kids. They're doing L.A. Rocks. That's their band, and he came over for Pesach.
Yep.
You're from Pace.
Norton told me the story. You went to Dice's for a religious holiday.
I could not have the
Can I-
consulta fish.
I got to jump in, Dice, because it'll help, by the way. We're sharing a cab. Norton's going, I went out to L.A., I saw Dice, and all of a sudden we hear this music coming from another room, and it was really good. You didn't know it was his son at first?
I didn't know that they were actually playing live because we were in the other room and we
Yeah.
came in and it was the two boys play and it's weird when
It's
it's
Max and Dylan.
Yeah.
Do you know Dylan too?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
He was a little thing when we met him, but
It's weird when it's
right?
your-
Dylan's the
Yes.
younger one, right?
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
to
yeah.
I got to show him before we play.
when it's your
He's
friend
only-
when it's your friend's kids, it's different because you're like, what if they're not good?
You want to be
But they
polite.
were really, and I'm being really honest,
no.
they were really good.
That's
man.
what I wanted to tell Dice. That's exactly what he said in the
Yeah, I
cab,
wanna
and then he
hear.
goes, "It was so good that everybody wanted to hear another song."
Yeah, it wasn't a polite request either. It was surprising.
So
It was
I
like
told them
surprisingly good.
maybe, the guys will play a cut from
Let's
this.
play it.
All right, so they told me if you play a cut to play track 3. Now let me just explain. Dylan's 14, plays guitar, sings, and writes all the music.
14.
Yeah, he's only 14.
Jesus.
Okay, and Max is 18, and he's on drums. That's the whole band. Okay, so
How is Max 18 already?
That's fucked up.
I know.
So
Christ.
who's playing all the other instruments then? They're just
they're on.
That's it.
So wait, it's a drummer and
a guitarist and vocal.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah, so
Got like
Dylan
White
sings,
Stripes
writes
does
the
that.
songs.
He's singing and playing at the same.
Yeah,
that's
so
a talent
so
right
what they're hearing is really kids. And so I hand this to you. So track 3 is what you want to play, because that's what they requested.
What's the name of track 3? Junkyard. Okay.
And he writes the words. The
What's
music.
the name of their band?
L.A. Rocks.
LA
And
Rocks.
they'll actually be with me at the Canyon Club in L.A. in a few weeks.
Ooh. Here it is.
Looking at your pastime, rusted and decayed, barking from the guard down, makes you go insane. If you picked up a scrap, would it make you choke? Down in the junkyard where the dead things lay. Down in the junkyard where the dead things stay. Here at the playground you could never escape. This is your final day. Oh yeah. Soaking in the carnage, breathing in the smoke, looking at destruction like it's one big fucking joke. If you picked up a scrap, would it make you choke? Down in the junkyard where the dead things lay. Down in the junkyard where the dead things stay. Here at the playground you could never escape. This is your final day. Sneaking in the shadows, peering through the holes, looking at his kingdom. This is all that he knows. If you picked up a scrap, would it make you choke? Down in the junkyard where the dead things lay. Down in the junkyard where the dead things stay. Here at the playground you could never escape. This is your final day.
Holy shit! Let me start. Wow. I thought we were gonna have to be nice. I'll be completely honest. Like, oh, that's kind of cute. Your sons have a band. That's fucking amazing. The kid's 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a
And
good
there's only
voice,
two
man.
of them.
I really thought, all right,
Amazing.
we'll
Good
play
voice.
a little bit of it. We'll somehow get out of it and get back to the Tom Hanks theory. Dude, what the fuck?
No, well, that's why I told him.
And our
but I knew you would appreciate it.
well, there's Alice in Chains in there, which I mean, as an influence, I appreciate. But there's the instant feedback. You know our listeners; they're a bunch of cocksuckers.
Well, that's why
They
even
know-
the kids were going. But I got to tell you this. They go,
But no, they're all like, "Holy shit! Where can I hear more?"
well, we're recording this album. You know what I mean? But what's amazing is if I play a track for somebody, normally I don't say it's my kids or anything.
Right.
Because they're so young. I go, what do you think of this band I'm producing? And they listen, they give their opinion. And then I go, these are the kids. I show them the phone. They go, that's who's doing this? Because the lyrics are really intense also.
Absolutely.
Like I said, they started doing their own shows out in L.A., and now they're opening for me, too, a little. And, the response is amazing because there's only two of them.
Yeah.
Dylan's 14 on the lead vocals and the lead guitar.
Yeah.
And writing the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
And,
it.
and Max obviously doing a great job with the drums.
I like his voice a lot. That is
Absolutely.
Yeah, when he goes into that higher register and gets that grit on there
Yeah,
at 14, how do you do that?
Is his voice
I
still
sounded
going
like
to change a
fucking
little bit?
girl at 14.
It's just amazing. I'm just happy.
Is his voice
you know.
still changing though?
You know what? Right now, it's the way it is.
Right, right on.
So, I think it'll only get better. I think it'll only get better now that he's doing it.
Yeah, 14.
You know.
You're probably not gonna change it where it's gonna affect it
I
negatively.
mean, he's only playing guitar 3 years, and you can remember when Max got into the drums. Don't play the little drums, played a little piano, and then he found the guitar, and Slash is a huge influence on him, and
As his Slash comes over, because you're
no, who came over, gave him like a 5-hour lesson, was the guy on the new Axl at Ron Bumblefoot.
is he-
for Don Jameson did it as like a gift, and Bumblefoot was blown away, and it's just fun for me because it's like they're doing their own thing.
more than fun. They got something. It's obvious.
All the tracks are great. They
obvious.
asked me to play that one.
Rave reviews from us and definitely the listeners.
If you're
the
getting good
fans are
review-
digging it.
it's amazing to
But
get good
but my
reviews on
kid-
anything from the
my
fans.
kids are smart enough to go,
Yeah.
you know what? No matter what, Dad, don't take calls because you know how people just call up just to say you suck, even if you don't.
Honestly, kid sounds really good. Sounds like Silverchair when they first got started were good. That fucking rocked. Kids have a lot of talent. Make them come to New York. I'd go see them. Where could I hear more?
Yeah, they might do Atlantic
That's a big
City with
voice
me
for
when
a
I do that.
14-year-old.
Dice is going to be like a fucking stage mother running around all
you know what it
fucked
is?
up like...
I'll just tell
Tina,
you.
get the axe!
This is like the type of thing where it's their thing, but I
Yeah.
get excited about it.
Sure.
So
Why
I
wouldn't
just
you?
sort of want to keep them grounded because...
Oh, they could lose control real quick.
Well, no,
the chicks.
But I explain, that's why I don't understand, like, different families, showbiz families that have had kids that have made it and, for the rest of their life, they chase the fame they had when they were 15.
Mm-hmm.
Like asshole families that go, you know what, this might not last. Like, you could put out an album and do 5 million copies, and then you're over. Or
Yeah.
else you could continue and be, Paul McCartney for years or Billy Joel. But you got to prepare kids to go, look, this might just be a great moment in your life, but you got to stay grounded. It's a whole thing. That's why, I worry about it because look what happened to me, and I made it when I was 30. And it's overwhelming.
But they got their own sound. I mean,
Yeah, no, I'm
it
talking
definitely
about
fits
the
into
whole
a
fame
style.
thing.
But yeah, no, I know. But I just going
No,
back to
every
the music
song is
part
a
of it.
different type of music. There's one on there that's like punk, and you want to hear a quick track?
I don't care.
Do the one that says Blitz. I think it's the first one.
Blitz, all right.
And he's singing about when he was 2.
Well,
what? It's just
How do you fucking think about when you're 2?
No, you'll hear what he's singing though.
But being, the son of Dice, I mean, you got some stuff to write about.
Well, we won't play Outlaw.
Here's Blitz.
Back in 1996, I was 2 years old.
Jesus.
Great, dude.
People saying that song's better than the first one.
Really?
No joke. Release date. First one really good. This one's awesome. Those vocals are fucking phenomenal. Reminds me a bit of the guy from Lost Prophets. I'm 31. This is Jersey Matt, and I'm jealous of a 14-year-old. Thanks, guys. Dice's kids fucking rock. Blitz is great. Some Social Distortion in there.
You know, it was funny. Eleanor.
Yeah.
She went to see him at the Cat Club with some of her girlfriends. And the girlfriend, I won't say her name, is standing with Eleanor going, I can't believe I'm getting hot for a 14-year-old. You know.
Yeah.
And she's going, at least the other one's 18 and he's legal. You know, me and Max. You know, I mean, it's amazing.
The kid is 14. I got to keep stressing that.
He's 14.
The
Max is
smart
18.
The smart ones know to fucking pick up a guitar. That's it. The smart fucking kids know to pick up a guitar because then you're set. At least as far as girls go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to work forever, you pick up a bass. If you want to work till you're 75, because bands always need a bass player.
Yeah.
Always. But if you want to get laid, you pick up the guitar.
Exactly.
Are they going to keep the name L.A. Rocks?
Yeah. Yeah, they love that name.
Yeah.
It's where they, it's where they live.
And are they
It's
getting a
all-
little attention on L.A.? I mean, where are we at with this?
No, what's happening now is people, like record people, are calling me about
Are they?
meetings with them. There's this one promoter that does Aerosmith's albums. And when he heard, like, number one, if I told you they were 30 years old, well, by then you're either great or you're not.
Right.
When you hear, 14-year-olds writing these lyrics, and writing this music, he goes, I want to produce them.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just trying to pace it a little.
You got to try to figure it out where to go. That's
Yeah,
got to be a
exactly.
tough thing to do.
Yeah, it's got to be the right record company, the right producer, you know what I mean? And, it's exciting. I'm more excited about that than the shit I'm doing. Like when they'll go on stage in front of me, I'm like, I sweat right through my clothes.
Right.
Because, you picture Matt, like at the Cat Club, I sort of tape of it, and 3 sticks went flying, because you sweat a lot. So, and he just picks up another one and keeps going, and... but you panic if a string is going to break,
Right.
I'm not even thinking of my own set.
But live, Dylan's got the confidence to just stand up there and
Let me tell you
belt it out.
something. A friend of mine, a comic, goes like this to me. He goes, so I go to see them, and it almost looked like an inconvenience for him. He's like James Dean up there. Like, he's like brooding, but his hands are just flying up and down the neck of the guitar. But that's his attitude towards things, That's why these
the
songs
attitude.
What do you think? What do you think, Ant?
I like it. Yeah, the fucking vocals are amazing. 14, Jesus Christ.
Do they have a website? I mean, where?
Yeah, you could go to LA Rocks, I guess. On MySpace. They have a MySpace.
Oh, okay. All right.
The official LA Rocks site.
Okay, yeah, they'll find it.
And
what music did he listen to growing up? Because you
they love Led Zeppelin.
Yeah,
Guns
but you're
N'
like more of a. I don't know. What do you listen
Elvis
to?
Sammy.
Yeah, Elvis. That's right.
Yeah, but I love rock bands too. Led Zeppelin, Guns N' Roses, obviously. But this is what they listen to. They loved everything. They listen
What does
to
a
everything
14-year-old
from
listen to?
Jim Morrison to Led Zeppelin to Metallica to
Godsmack?
Velvet Revolver.
Velvet Revolver is nice.
Actually, Sully from Godsmack came over to me, the drummer, the other night. I saw him in L.A.
He's more than the drummer.
He's the singer.
He's everything.
I know, but I just look at him like a drummer. I don't know. Because that's what I play, and that's what Max. So
He's an amazing drummer that
No,
got bored with the drumming thing and decided to,
but he
step in
used
front
to
of the mic.
call me when Max was 10 and already doing the double bass drum and sit on the phone and listen to him and give me advice and talk to Max on the phone, but he never saw him live. I said, well, you got to see what they're doing now. But yeah, they love all those kind of bands. So
White Stripes, any of that?
like when they talk, yeah, they love White Stripes, but like when they talk about, like they understand like bands like the Jonas Brothers, they get it, but
Why
they
do
go,
they get that?
No, but they get like the industry,
okay,
like creating this stuff.
But he probably looks at that and goes, "That's a
no."
that's,
They love
that's a joke."
hard hitting,
Yeah.
like two-fisted rock and roll.
Because the Jonas Brothers are a joke.
Well, you know what's funny? Like, he would write things a few years ago, Dylan, like how he's going to bring rock to where it should be again.
Jesus.
You know, like Led Zeppelin type of rock and roll.
Dude,
you
you
know,
might be raising the next like Kurt Cobain or something, or John Lennon, or whoever you want to use. I'm serious.
No, you know what? This is, maybe
You just might be.
I could work for them a little, maybe.
Yeah, maybe you get to rest a little bit, right?
Yeah, I can't deal with the traveling no more. So let them do it.
How funny would it be if they start saying, Dad, maybe you shouldn't come on this trip.
That'll happen at some
Believe me,
point.
it'll happen. It's happening already. Like, they were happy I wasn't in town for the Cat Club.
All right.
And all they're thinking, and this is what's crazy, the chicks that are going to come see us? That's all they're thinking.
Of course.
But that's what rock and roll is.
Thank God, though, right, Dice?
But I
Thank
always
God.
told them...
What about because, the alternative would have been, interior decorating and going, oh, could you imagine who's coming over?
No, they don't want to decorate. They're
I'm
not
saying,
into
thank
that.
God that the chicks.
They're saying
get
chicks.
it.
He's saying, thank God they're the chicks.
You understand what I mean? Thank God they're saying, hey, the chicks that'll
Instead
be
of
there.
going,
You mean
"Ew, a girl."
fag?
Instead of being fat, I didn't want to be.
What's next?
I didn't want to be blunt.
Oh, no, gays, whatever you call them today.
Fags. That was good.
Figs.
I'm not making fun. I'm just saying. Yeah, no, they dig the chick thing.
Heads I want hair pie. Tails I want.
Balls across the nose.
Oh!
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
It's like going back
Watching
to,
Martin and Lewis.
it's like going back
together
to
again.
a homecoming.
No, but, Kenny, they know him since they're, kids.
Yeah.
What about the drugs, though? That's got to worry you.
No,
Rock,
it doesn't.
Chicks,
No,
drugs.
let me tell you. Look,
Just saying,
I'm
you gotta throw
drilling
it on the table.
Let me tell you something.
How do you
They-
handle that?
They're just not about that. It's not, because I'm me.
You taught
They
them
can
right?
talk to me about everything. They talk to me everything from alcohol to drugs to box. It's not like, and that's what they do love about me, that they know they could come to me with anything. I mean, Dylan, my youngest son stopped being friends with certain kids because they got into drugs. He's just not about that. He's more about the accomplishment of doing something special.
I say we get behind this and make LA Rocks huge.
You're not going to take
not that you need our help.
Not going to take the CD and throw it out the window
there are a
like
million
you did at
bands out there,
Godsmack.
but what I love about them is that they're focused.
He makes a really good point.
Yeah.
What?
Me and Ant, we're hanging with Sully. We go way back with Sully before he was Godsmack, and he gave us his demo like you just gave over the LA Rocks. And I've told Sully this a million times. I'm a huge Godsmack fan now and always will be. But we got so many demos from bands I couldn't take it. So on the way home, I threw his demo out
the window.
Out the window.
There's nothing more fun than throwing a demo out the window.
It's hysterical, but it was
It landed in the
Godsmack.
river. And we could have been the guys because then he gave it to the night guy at the same radio
Rocco!
station.
Oh, I see.
And we
Yeah.
could have been the guys that
broke,
technically discovered
Godsmack,
Godsmack.
but no, it
I
turned
had to
out
be
to
an
be
idiot.
Rocco.
I had to be an idiot. I'm not going to make the same mistakes.
Flung that right out the window. There goes
You know
fucking
what?
Godsmack right out
And
the
you know what
window.
I like? That they don't want, it's not me doing it, it's them doing it. I'm not, like you said, these stage parents are the ones that oh, you better practice, you better do that. This is all them just doing it. It's what they love to do.
They got enough songs for an album?
Yeah, they
I see 4 in front of
definitely.
me.
Yeah, they definitely. We're going to go back into the studio, do another 3. There's, they're doing this. Oh, this is amazing. What's that fucking one?
Huh?
It's a remake. They did this remake of, what's
on.
that?
Take a walk on
And
the
the
wild
Color
side?
Girls
Yeah,
sang
Walk on the Wild Side.
yeah, but they
Little
do
Lou
something
Reed.
with it that's unbelievable. They take it to a whole different level, and I can't wait to record that. Because that has this. I mean, it's almost like a Jimi Hendrix
Maybe you throw
guitar
that on
solo.
you throw that on the CD as a little taste too.
Yeah, no, they're going to record it.
Yeah, cool.
But Max's skill as a drummer also is in the vein of a Ginger Baker. He goes to that level when he plays live solos and.
Yeah.
I mean, when I saw the tape of the Cat Club, it looked like they speeded the film up. But he doesn't just go wild. It's precise what he's doing.
There's another LA Rocks, but their official MySpace is, and I won't give it out just in case it's. People are confused. They're trying to find the MySpace page.
Is there another
Yeah,
band?
no, it's. They have the official.
Is it a? I don't want to say it just
LA
in case.
In case of what?
It's somebody else.
No, don't
We got
say
a lot of
theirs.
people- That's
Don't
what I'm
say-
saying. That's why I'm writing it down.
There is another LA Rocks floating around out there.
It
but
is it? Okay,
But fuck them.
Official LA Rocks on MySpace. All one word, obviously. Official LA Rocks.
Yeah. But the W's? Can you go to it to see if that picture comes up?
Well, you kicked the guy out. That was good at all that stuff.
I didn't kick anybody.
See what happened
Bring him
to you?
back in.
See what you did?
So we could tell him.
Because
look what you do now.
Yeah, Danny was
Roy.
too close to you, remember?
Roy.
By the way, David is still behind you, Dice.
Dave, what are you
Dave,
standing there for?
are you the guy that does that?
Did you like LA Rocks?
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was incredible. Yeah, really good.
All right, here's Danny. Now Dice, you got to apologize because he's the guy that would have helped you out.
I'm the nicest guy in the world. What are you talking about?
But you got were you a little insulted?
A little bit.
You can find this
By
one
the
in-
legend? Never.
He said that sarcastically, Dice.
No, I did not.
I
I
know,
can't believe how
Danny.
you threw Kenny out of his seat. That's not right.
Yeah, but he's doing the thing for you.
Kenny.
He's doing the MySpace thing for you.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, that's them. So what is it?
That's myspace.com/official LA Rocks.
Yeah, and there's actually a song on there. There's not a video, but there's a song.
You're going to get a lot of hits on that site
Rotten
today,
Core.
Dice. You're going to see what we could do for you. You're going to get a lot of freaking hits.
They get to hear a song we didn't play here called Rotten Core.
Well, we could
Which
play
is-
it here. This is our thing. We don't care. It's better than commercials.
Oh, you want to hear Rotten Core?
If you think it's good enough to play, it's your call.
Yeah, it's good enough to play.
Of course it is. Rotten.
And this is actually the first song they recorded a couple months ago.
And by the way, you're going to be
Which is also going to be on the new Dice CD, which would be the break of them, you know. And so they play me up to it, called Filthy Animal, but it's not out yet. And but you could hear it now if you want to play it.
I don't know. I just had a weird.
You would like Rotten Core.
No, we're
going to
play it, but I just had a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Have they ever? And I don't want to use the word as a goof, but let's just say it.
Go ahead.
As a goof, do they like mess around with some of your stand up and try to like put it to music and stuff?
No, but sometimes when we perform, we'll do like the Elvis stuff together. You know,
Yeah,
I'll bring them back out, and I mean, I can't believe where they get their stage presence from. I mean, I know it's got to come from me a little bit.
Of course.
You know.
You know
what I mean?
Being
The gorgeousness and everything.
The gorgeousness.
Yeah.
Because you're so handsome.
They might have got that from their mother.
You know what?
Someone has
you know
to say
they
it.
got the voice. Don't
From the
get the
mom?
voice. Yeah, I used to call her the singing sensation.
She was
Number
a
one,
singer?
right, Kenny? She knows every song.
Of course, Kenny's going to say yeah.
No, the truth.
Does he ever
Let him
disagree
talk.
with you? Ever?
No, but he knows. This is no bullshit.
Jimmy, does he ever
Go ahead.
disagree
Never.
with us? Right.
And she was a good dancer, too.
Yeah, how did she dance?
The
That's right.
dance of love.
All right, stop with the bullshit. Dance of love. No, I know what he's talking about.
You know,
One night we went. Where
somewhere
were
and
we
you didn't
when the
want
dance
to.
of love happened?
Florida.
All right, we're in Florida, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there with Club Soda Kenny and Hot Tub Johnny, right? And all of a sudden she comes in and there's like, music playing and the place is empty. And she goes into this whole thing.
Yeah.
And Kenny,
Whole thing.
my goodness.
By the way, you're not one of their top friends.
Who?
Yeah.
On the MySpace. They got Florentine as one of their top friends, but not
hysterical.
Dice.
You know what? That's okay.
I know that it's-
I know them. I'm friends with them on top of being their father.
Rotten car!
Fucking great, man.
14 years old.
Just great.
14 effing years old. Wow.
The scream has the voice has a really cool, like a raspiness in the scream. It's got like a really cool sound to it. I'm not describing it well.
Yeah, that's the song.
Oh, hold on. Where are you again?
What's the MySpace again?
Daniel?
Official LA Rocks.
Yeah, official LA
so
Rocks
that's where
on
people
MySpace.
could go.
And check it out, yeah.
Yeah. They just started that, too, so.
What are you doing, Ant?
I'm getting crumbs all over.
I see that.
I was eating some saltines, which I must keep away from Jimmy, lest he roll his fist into a ball and smash
Yeah, he
them.
breaks his crackers every day. It's not nice.
Don't bust my crackers.
You have a phone or something you got to do?
Oh, do I?
Yeah, you got.
Well, you got to plug
gigs to promote, man.
Dice is at Caroline's this Friday and Saturday and Sunday. 212-7.
Sunday? No, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Well, we have the shoot
Wednesday,
wrong.
Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Sunday.
No, I meant Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Thursday,
right?
Friday, Saturday. Caroline's 212-757-4100. And
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they're saying.
And what?
Greg says Friday through Sunday. You're wrong.
Get the fuck out of here. What do you mean?
Yeah, you better get Greg in here and give him.
Yeah,
a
Greg.
Get Greg in his
Now it's-
fucking
now
Call
line.
Caroline. Do
Now-
me a favor.
Now there's confusion there, Greg.
What's that?
Saturday, Sunday.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh no,
Greg,
we're going to
please.
find out because I don't want to give wrong.
No,
I'm
it
also-
is. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Does he?
How do you know?
It's right. Yeah, I worked there. I worked there. Lewis booked it.
How you doing, Greg?
Good. How you
Call
doing?
up
Good,
over there and
man.
ask because
He's
I
the
don't-
guy, though, Dice.
I don't want to be there.
If
So I
you-
wanted to be there.
If you call
Thursday.
Caroline, you get him on the phone.
Yeah,
he's
But we're
the
lucky
guy.
enough to
Yeah.
have him in studio
Thanks,
today.
man. I appreciate
All
it.
right.
Who, Louis?
No, me.
Greg.
Oh, you're from Caroline's?
You didn't know that?
Yeah, but you didn't book me.
He brought you
No.
over.
But I work with Lewis. I know the
No,
schedule.
because I
You're
get
from
more for
Caroline.
Sunday night.
Ah, well, that's not me.
Yeah, see, that's not, now
why-
that's not the guy.
Now we
Why
got
did
a problem,
I think I
right?
was Thursday?
Wait, we got to give the number out. 212-757-4100. It's Friday through Sunday.
It's hysterical.
I take Greg
That's
at his word.
You better
Thanks,
change
man.
your flight.
And also,
there,
where
Dice.
am I? Isn't
May
Where else
21st.
am I? I'm
May
in,
21st. Hold on. May 21st, Tarrytown Music Hall.
How do you know?
Because I have it right in front of me.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I have
I
it.
don't know. I'm trying to figure.
I'm trying to tell you. It's that's upstate. It's not that far from the city, actually. It's Tarrytown Music Hall. It's on Main Street in Tarrytown. I think that's near Poughkeepsie, right, Kenny?
In the area.
Well said.
Nice, Kenny.
TarrytownMusicHall.org or 914-631-3390. And that's an 8 o'clock
That's for
show.
Tarrytown.
Yeah, that's the 21st. May 21st.
Did you use Eleanor yet to do the opening like
No.
you said?
No, I
She
haven't
told me
done
to
a gig.
ask you.
Yeah, I haven't done a gig yet.
Eleanor Kerrigan, you know her, right?
What's
Jim's
that
getting
about?
lazy.
What's
Remember
that
the girl
about?
I used to see?
No, Eleanor's a nice lady.
Yeah, I mean,
Her brothers are fans of the show.
yeah.
Yeah, her. I
Yeah,
like
her and Joan Rivers, I'd have to say, are like the best female comics in the country.
Eleanor's good on this. I never.
Yeah,
seen
I
she's
haven't
like
seen her do stand-up.
she's
She's a
like
funny
a young
person.
Joan Rivers.
Was that the Tappan Z over there?
It's close to the Tappan
Yeah,
Z.
uh-huh.
Okay,
What?
you're
What
close
is?
to the Tappan Z.
How far away is
Far.
Syracuse? Like, no, really.
4 hours, maybe 5 hours?
You might
5 hours.
5. You got 5 hours.
By car, yeah. By plane,
I
it's
can't
45
believe
minutes.
this. My agent tells me like it's like 2 hours.
No.
By
not even
plane
close.
or by
helicopter.
yeah.
Why don't they just tell
Get a
me?
dice copter.
Because they figure once you're here. What are you doing in Syracuse?
So she didn't open for you? She lied to me?
Not yet she hasn't, no. But I told her we would work together, but I haven't done gigs since I saw you. I haven't done any headline gigs.
And you're the one that told her that
No,
she's
she-
like Joan Rivers?
No.
Who's better, Eleanor or Joan Rivers, in your opinion?
I haven't seen Eleanor.
Yeah, no, she goes like to the audience, like and I'm just talking about it because because I was just with Joan Rivers. No, I don't go with her no more. You know what I mean?
You
I
don't
haven't
like-
gone
you
with
don't-
her in years.
Do you like the Joan Rivers?
I love Joan Rivers.
I like her a lot better than the daughter.
Well, I don't know what the daughter does, really.
Exactly.
You know what I
So
mean?
why is she on TV every time we turn it on?
I saw Joan do an
You
hour
should have a
set.
thing if
And
you're
she
gonna
don't
be on
even
TV
play
every
guitar.
day. Right.
Oh, look
Why
at
was I
Paitlin.
handed this?
That's an E-Rock call.
I'm trying. I have tried to figure out
what happened.
Why I was handed.
This girl
came
up there
by.
would be a great
He
porno
threw this
star. Look at
down.
that blonde.
It is nothing but
I don't know what's going on
distracting to me. 'Cause I have no idea what this
But I
is.
do,
Telling me,
though.
Rock,
E-Rock,
E-Rock, what is this, and why was it handed to
This
to
was a
everybody?
Steve C call because this is
now it's a Steve Seagal. Look. If we noticed, a pass the buck just happened.
I like that.
because this is the morning show that Dice has to make a phoner for. So we wanted to see if he wanted to do it live here on the air and call this other show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But it should maybe it should have said something
I
on
really
here.
want to go here, but because Tom Hanks came in, they gave him the time, and I had to wait.
Tom Hanks, Ron Howard.
Tom Hanks' friend Ron Howard came in
to anybody, regardless of who did this. Wouldn't you write a little note here going, Dice is doing a funny... You laid down this Wink 106 thing with Allie's emails, War of the Roses, and what they do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I had no idea.
What am I supposed to do?
Are these guys coming in? I have no idea what this was.
No, but what am I supposed to do with these people?
Exactly.
So
what am I supposed to do?
Can we
with
make
them?
a quick call to them? And
let's
talk
do it.
All right.
But what am I
There was a
supposed to
post-it
promote?
note.
What?
On what?
I guess Ope has it right in front of him.
There should be one on everybody's.
What do I got?
Because I can't then in the middle ask Ope, hey, Ope, what is that was just handed to you in the middle of a conversation or something?
Why are you talking to the
This
Wake Up
is-
crew in Elmira, New York?
Now
Don't
we
you
can
have
talk
high
about it 'cause we
blood
know what it
pressure?
is.
To promote
What?
probably the
Don't
tax
you have
game.
high blood pressure?
No, my blood pressure's nice.
No, but you got to relax yourself a little.
All right.
You're too high strung.
He's not.
You know
usually.
something,
And
Dice?
too much vulgarity.
Here we go.
Look at it. Do the Ohm.
Nice and calm.
I'm Anthony Cool.
Look,
Anthony Cool.
I'll be Anthony Cool.
I taught him the Ohm.
There is an Anthony Cool.
Is there?
I went to see him with Kenny and Norton in Vegas.
Yeah.
The Elvis guy?
No. Remember the magician or the psychic, whatever he was?
Here we go. Here's Kenny.
No.
You don't remember that? In the starter?
No.
When we sat there and the guy was bringing people on stage. You were right there next to me.
He must have hypnotized me.
I guess.
Wait,
I guess
you
he
were
did.
you were explaining a TV appearance where you got paid because what the fuck was
Oh,
it?
Conan.
Oh, the Conan appearance.
Oh, when you did the
Conan.
dog tricks?
Yeah.
he brought him out and made Kenny do dog tricks,
Yeah, roll over.
roll over and shit.
Oh,
Yeah, but
wow.
Conan didn't appreciate. Remember when we did the Elvis thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, he couldn't bring that up, right? What
Yeah.
did he say?
Yeah, he said, it's good to see, Dice, that you demean men as equally as you demean women.
Oh.
Yeah, after we did such a great Elvis
Yeah,
number.
you sang like a songbird.
I mean, it's amazing.
You want to sing some Elvis for
You
everybody?
boys sang like birds.
You don't have the music.
Show him.
I got a tinkle. I'll
Go
be right
get
back.
some fucking Elvis music so we can hear Dice. We're gonna show him where his son got the vocals from.
Let me warm up.
Yeah, well, how do you?
I gotta warm up.
How do you
I gotta
warm
do
up?
the scale.
How do you warm up?
I got to turn into him.
Okay.
I got to turn into him.
All right, focus.
Well, well. You know, rock and roll music. I came along when rock and roll music had no trend. I feel very lucky.
Wait, let me take a drink, man.
Let me take a drink. Well. Where's the music, though? They don't know what song to bring.
What song?
What do you think? You just do any key, any...
How about it? In the ghetto?
Nah, that bores me too much.
How about what are some of those?
If I was with Elvis back then,
try. Yeah.
I can walk out. That's awful. See, I hate that. Like karaoke.
you too much.
What? No? You don't like that one?
I was just doing.
What
the
did we
baby
do on
part.
Conan? We did CC Rider, right?
Yeah.
Nah, that's not an Elvis song.
What do you mean? Elvis. There was no better opening
No,
than
there's-
CC Rider for
The other,
Elvis.
but the other guy did it originally.
No, but Elvis made it famous.
Nah, the other guy did.
What other guy?
I don't know his name.
Jerry Lee.
Yeah, something like
Oh,
that.
it could be him.
C.C. DeVille. Was it C.C.
Well, I'm
DeVille?
going, baby.
What do you want to do? You ever hear our Laughing Elvis clip?
Let me hear it.
Oh, that one's great.
You've never heard Laughing Elvis?
No.
You had to have.
You're an
Yeah, I
Elvis
did.
fan?
No, I did.
Yeah. See,
Did
he was
you
just
or-
saying no.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Do
I know?
He's laughing in the middle of a song. You can't get the song out.
Oh, yeah,
He's laughing so
I
hard.
know.
Yeah, you've
I don't know
probably
if you
heard
know.
No, but I've heard it because I got all the Elvis
That's what I'm saying.
CDs.
So you
Elvis
should
out,
know.
Elvis bloopers. That one, the one where he's fucking his underage girl, wife. The one where he's shooting a television set. You know, bloopers. Elvis bloopers.
I never heard that one.
Neither did I.
How do you say anything about Elvis? The
I'm
whole
sorry.
world loves Elvis.
How about we take a break?
I'm sorry.
Take a break.
We've been on an hour and a half.
Sorry.
We're tired from our Tom Hanks interview. You forgot.
Tom Hanks.
You forgot. We've been on the air since Tom Hanks, pretty much.
Yeah.
All right, we're
So
going
what
to
do
take
you
a break.
wanna do?
Take a quick break. We're going to do Laughing Elvis, and then you come by and you come back and sing a little Elvis for everybody. We bring it down
Let's
a
see
little
what
bit.
song.
You warm up the voice. We play Laughing Elvis. We come back and we do more.
Yeah, but you're going to play the Laughing Elvis through the song. I know what you're going to do.
No, I ain't messing with it.
Oh, really?
We're doing that into break.
Oh, what?
You'll have the stage when we come back.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, that's what we do. Dice at
Don't
Caroline's.
make me like I'm stupid.
Dice and Caroline's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 212-757-4100. Hit the Laughing Elvis.
Are you lonesome tonight? Do you miss me tonight? Are you sorry we drifted apart? Does your memory stray to a bright summer day? Oh, when I kissed you and called you sweetheart. Do the chairs in your parlor seem empty and bare? Do you gaze at your bald head and wish you had hair? Is your heart filled with pain? Shall I come back? Tell me, dear, are you lonesome? Oh, Lord, Lord. I wonder. You know, someone said the world's a stage and each must play a part. Oh, God. Oh, man, I tell you. Ooh, Lord. And I had no cause to doubt you. Oh. Sing it, baby. Shall I come back again? Tell me, dear, are you lonesome? Is your heart filled with pain? Shall I come back again? Tell me, dear, are you lonesome tonight?
Wow, it sounds like you're about to listen to a very important radio show. After that promo. Opie and Anthony, what? What? There's whispering going on. Tell me too. Thank God Dice is back in studio.
It's like a Terminator screening at like 11 or something. But did they just tell us?
I know. Why not tell us?
They told us like fucking, like 5 minutes ago. I would have liked to have, gone.
Exactly. What is this?
I can't though. I got shit to do.
We got things to do.
I got things.
Last we left you, Dice was going to go talk to. What's the name of this show again?
I forgot.
Scott and Allie.
Scott and Allie from the Wake Up Crew in Elmira, New York.
The Wake Up Crew.
How did that go, Dice?
That was good.
Even though he asked me the same question.
Watch your language, Dice.
Whoa,
I know what kind of loose cannon this guy could be. You got to look out for Andrew Dice Clay. Oh.
They taped it.
That's what they do. Oh, they taped it.
Of course.
They do.
We can't. Hey, look, guys, before Dice calls, I'd like to say we should tape this because he has a reputation of saying things that are shocking and could get us in trouble.
No, saucy would be the word. Saucy.
And could get our job. We could jeopardize our jobs. So tape it.
I see what you're doing. Are you into her? I'm not.
Who?
I like
Tyra? Or the other bit?
I like Tyra a lot.
Yeah, I like the Tyra. I don't like when she talks.
You like the other one?
Who even listens? That's why, like when that thing happened with Miss California the other day.
Yeah.
Who cares what she says about anything?
What she said?
Nobody ever goes out with a chick because she's smart.
She answered the question
Nobody ever
perfectly,
goes, she's the smartest thing. I got to go out with it. Look at this. Jesus Christ, what a box. You can see the meat pocket right through her fucking panties.
Looking at Kim Kardashian.
Oh, is that who that is?
Yeah, but I like her other sister, who I found out is actually older. I always thought was younger.
Who, Chloe, the one that was on Apprentice?
Chloe, got herself together. She's starting to look all right. She was a.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
I don't know if you know her, but she was kind of a
got,
slob, and now she's like losing the weight and looking
No, I
pretty
told
good.
you. I got one word, Chloe. Treadmill.
It's Courtney, I think.
I don't know that one, but Chloe was on The Apprentice,
Yeah, I know.
and yeah, she's got back.
She's doing all right.
Yeah, I mean, if she wants to. Yeah, I mean, look at her sister. She's in movies, everything.
Junk in the trunk. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
She does like great movies.
Do you like ass fucking for real?
Who, me?
Yeah.
You know what?
For your birthday,
I can take it or leave it. You know what? It's not like what I look
Oh,
for.
wait a minute.
Kenny's gonna help
Wait
you
a minute.
out.
Kenny's on the mic.
Yes, Kenny.
Ass fucking.
Oh, hold on. We don't want to lose this,
Don't
Jim.
miss a moment.
Go, Kenny.
Go.
Ass fucking. It's an art form.
Did he say that once?
That's the whole thing?
Yeah.
Because he knows all my stuff better than me. No, but
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it was never like, you know what?
What don't you like about
I'm
it?
really into the vaginal area, but I like a beefy vagina.
Well, we've heard from the king of the loving beefy vaginas, Jim Norton.
It's
He
my
loves
fetish.
a fat one.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
wait,
know
he's
what?
got another
if a girl
thing. Wait,
don't
he's got
have a
another
beefy
Hold on,
box,
Kenny's got something.
there's nothing.
Yeah, but he doesn't like to wear out the vagina, so he goes ass cunt, ass cunt.
No,
ass
no, you're
cunt.
doing it wrong.
Kenny.
Oh,
No.
Kenny.
Ass, pussy, ass, pussy, ass, ass, putty, 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 ass, putty, ass, putty, ass, putty, ass, ass.
Oh, is that why you're saying that? Because of that bit?
No, I was only just asking because I was
You know,
thinking.
I really don't want to fuck anybody in the ass. You know what I mean? Sometimes you put a couple fingers in there just to keep your hands busy while you're
Yeah.
working on the pussy.
Right.
And I'm not looking to come off course, you know, because
no.
I've changed in a lot of ways.
Sensitive guy.
Yeah, but sometimes, like, if you lodge your thumb a little bit in the ass,
A little bit.
you could, you know, you get good leverage.
Oh, that's true.
It's almost like just to hold something.
Right,
Kenny's
right.
back, Kenny's back.
Yeah, oh, Kenny?
You remember when that chick said to you, fuck the shit out of me? And you said, won't that be messy?
All right, ass, pussy, ass, pussy, ass, pussy, ass, pussy.
Why are you even asking that? Why you?
But don't you know?
So happy.
Wait, Kenny's back. Kenny's back.
You love to eat ass, cause shit tastes like sherbet. You get in there wide, you open it up with like a Tonka truck, you stick it in there.
Dice, I'm
You
thinking,
get in there deep.
I'm thinking franchise for you.
Yeah, franchise him out.
Franchise the
not?
Dice name.
He'll just do.
It's amazing how he remembers, because stuff he's saying, I know it's mine, but I don't remember it.
Have him grow the sideburns, and you said it's
And then
on
the
the road.
payoff is your cum, because your cum is nutritious.
Yeah, that are so thick,
Yeah.
pulpy, and chunky.
Yeah. Right now, Campbell Soup is trying to package my cum. My cum
All right, please,
comes
I
in
can't hear
flavors.
album 3. Please. Fucking out of his mind.
God damn, Kenny, man.
He should be like Gallagher too. Just hit the road.
It's hysterical.
I
That's
fly
Dice
over
too.
the crop duster to give girls my cum. They're running around like little birds.
So what you started?
With you?
I honestly just asked because that girl had a great ass, and you said, "Look, I like the box." And I remember you talking about ass fucking a lot. And I'm just like, "Do you really like ass fucking?"
No, it's real. I just like the ass up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
where-
my favorite
Face
part
down,
of the female
ass up. That's
anatomy.
the way we want to fuck.
Please.
What? He's balling you now?
No, he's
Of course he is.
Yeah, of course he is.
The ass up, but
ass up.
but in the pussy.
Yeah, like the
Something
normal
to grab
way.
onto.
The
you
normal
look.
way.
Yeah.
You're probably like me. Are you very visually stimulated?
Yeah.
I like to look at what you do. I don't like everyone under the blanket and shit like that. I don't like the
before you
lights
crack
all the
it
way
up
off.
and you go, honey, show me what I get.
I like the whole.
He
I like
hates
to
to
look.
come home and the hair's in a bun and there's no makeup. It's like, hey, honey, who erased your face? Take the bun out of your head.
Stephen Esprobatio writes, Kenny could go around as Andrew Dunce Clay. God,
he's sweating doing
He
it.
is.
He loves it.
Now
He's
he knows
doing
what it
his
is to
act.
be
He's
up
doing
there.
an act.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's doing the act.
Yeah.
Well, you see how he lunges up out of his seat to do one of the lines.
Yeah.
Why not just pull the mic down?
Nah, I'm animated.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you are animated. You
Anybody
fucking
could do it
cartoon.
sitting down. I do it standing up. I'll even work with the mic without the stand.
Animated. Bugs Dummy.
I've been doing a lot of that lately.
That's all right.
All right, sit back down. Kenny's sweating profusely.
Look at us doing a show.
Jesus. All right.
Kenny really is retarded, is one of
Wow.
the people are. They really think you're retarded.
Now what? Now what do we do?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
What do here?
What do I know? What is that? What the
Yeah.
fuck? Caroline's.
It's funny
Friday,
when-
Saturday,
I
Sunday.
love
We got
when
it all
it gets
figured out.
quiet on the show. I
Yeah,
really
it
do
happens.
like that.
I like it.
It's comfortable. It's
You know
called
what?
the
Everybody does-
dynamic.
Yeah, you don't always need, yelling
Something.
and screaming.
Need a little bit, though.
No.
Yeah, but we've been doing. Look what he just did.
I know.
He did
He
good.
just gave him 10.
And then you can sit down and take a breath. Everyone just.
yeah.
know, that's
maybe the
not a
people
word.
listening want to relax a little.
Right.
Well, that's
Yeah.
why, that's
No.
why we play the commercials.
Well, that's relaxing.
What happened to
Well,
CC
they go-
Ryder? Where are we?
Oh, you want to still do the Elvis?
I don't know. He doesn't know if
CC
he's
Ryder.
got it.
Oh, you want to do CC Rider?
I don't know. I really don't.
I want to hear Elvis.
I
I never
really
heard you
don't.
actually sing Elvis.
Well, if he plays it, I'll join in. I'll do a little
We
bit.
could go a little low.
Let me see. I need it louder in my headphones. I can't.
Turn up your. Hold on. Let's start. Kenny, tell me when the volume is right, and then we'll start the song over. That's
No,
what
we need it from. Does he have every CD?
Yeah, every CD ever made.
No, the guy putting this on.
Yeah, Master Computer.
Let's hear it from Elvis in concert. It says.
Oh boy, Travis.
Do you have that?
I got
one?
Live in Vegas.
Live in Vegas. The Vegas CC ride is okay,
I'll tell you what I got. I got
you know
three
what's
of them.
good? Yeah, tell me.
I got On Stage February 19.
All right, do that.
You
That's
want that one?
Oh my God, you do know Elvis.
That should be pretty good.
Sweet Caroline, you like that?
No.
No.
That's really like a Neil Diamond. I get mad
that's
at
Neil
Elvis when he
Diamond.
does those.
That's Neil.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
Neil
any
Diamond
ballad
made
he
that song.
does, Bridge Over Troubled Water,
Yeah.
the other one he does.
With the
Yeah, in the
You
ghetto.
never close your eyes. That one.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Every ballad he does better than anybody
Unchained
else.
Melody. He did a great Unchained Melody.
Yeah, phenomenal.
Oh yeah, that one was good. I'll give him
It's my
that
favorite Elvis song.
One. Is it?
Yeah, well, the favorite thing he did, yeah.
Where's the man with the music?
Yeah. What the
He's
fuck?
got
Oh, there it is.
That's not it.
Come on, Travis, you zilch.
He's playing the same one.
Is it?
Yeah,
That's
he's
the
a
one that's
liar.
labeled On Stage 1970,
He's
whatever.
over there. He's over there.
Yell at him. So
Right
fast.
Right here, you can see.
I'll try. I gotta feel it.
You want the next one?
What's the next one? Let me hear the other one.
Let's get the lights down, Dice. Let's get this right. Turn the
Yeah.
lights down.
Where's
So-
Travis?
Why is no one filming?
Where's the next one?
Hold on. Let's all.
No, cut it. What are you doing?
Hey, turn the lights back on.
Travis, you're
That was the
panicking.
next one. I'm not
No, it
panicking.
wasn't.
I played one and now I played the other.
Well, what? You don't just blend them.
Why are you yelling at Dice?
I'm not yelling.
Which one is this from?
Okay, this one is going to be live from Las Vegas.
No, we don't want Vegas.
Okay.
You
Then-
said you got 3.
I have 3. I have one on stage February 1970. That's the first one that I played for you. You
Okay.
said that's not the one you
All
want.
right, so what else?
Then I have Live from Vegas.
Yeah.
And then I have A Touch of Platinum Volume 2. That's all we have in the computer, though.
Let
as
me
far
hear
as
the
CC
Touch of
Rider.
Platinum.
All right.
All right, here.
But you got to cut it if I say.
Sure.
You don't
Yeah.
yell at Dice.
I would
Yeah,
never
what the
yell at
fuck?
that.
I didn't like the tone.
Got to pick my collar up for this.
All right, Dice. Let's do this again.
All right,
A little
I never
Elvis.
do Elvis in the morning.
Here we
Elvis.
go.
Little dim.
Oh, I see.
Do the fucking 71. The other one,
No,
the first.
I told him.
All right, fuck it. Dim the lights. All right, here we go.
Now dim the lights.
Yeah, well, you said that.
Oh, all right. Let's go.
Well, that's
I'll let
that'll
him
work.
start. I'll just join him for a minute. This is extra talent. I got to hear it in my headphones loud.
Oh my God.
CC Rider. Oh, see now what you have done. Well, she made me love her. Done, I'm coming home. So what I say? Well, I'm going, baby. And I won't be battle for. I'm going, I gotta fuck. Going, baby. And I won't be battle for. If I find me a good girl, I won't be back at home. So when I say rip it up, man.
Damn.
All right, we did it up.
That's
All right.
got it.
All right. Well, yeah.
He nailed it.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's not even a version I do.
Elvis. It's good Elvis, but you
What
know
else
all the
is on
words.
that? What else
You even
is
do
on
his
that
little.
CD?
His
What
little
other
throw-ins.
songs?
Come on, Travis. Fucking making everybody wait.
Yeah, he's panicking. Dice.
He is. He's hitting the Costello.
I'm not
What's the
panicking.
list of
Do you know
songs?
how many Elvis songs we have in here?
Well, why don't you tell us?
Name some. Start naming them.
You want stuff from on stage?
Yeah.
All right, hang on. I gotta
Hey,
go
Travis,
that
you annoyed with Dice? I hear it in your voice.
Yep.
No,
Let's get it
I
out
would
on the
nev-
radio.
No, I would never
What's the
be
problem?
annoyed
No,
with that.
Travis, I
what's
just
the
do
problem?
things a certain way.
I know. I'm trying
You know
to
what I mean?
accommodate you. All right, from on stage 1970.
Okay, yeah, that's
The
it.
Wonder of You.
Nah, I'm bored
Sweet
with-
Caroline.
Fuck that.
Proud Mary. And that's
No,
it.
that's it?
That's all from that
All
album.
right, what's
yeah.
from Vegas? What do you got in Vegas?
Vegas? Hang on.
How much Elvis we got to do here?
I don't know.
See, normally Elvis should do at night.
You only
Always
did
at night.
one. Let's do another one. I'm gonna film from above.
Let's do Grease Lightning.
No, stop it, Kenny.
All right, I only do this for certain
What are you
guests.
doing,
All right, so-
LB?
I go up over here now.
You're gonna hurt
All right,
yourself.
well, let's find
Don't
the song
fall.
first.
on the console.
Don't fall. I have a
I'm
mortgage.
going to do all your favorite songs, ladies and gentlemen. All
Viva Las Vegas.
5,452 of them.
Let's make a video.
Hold it, my lip.
Oh, look at
is
this
jam.
This is like Quentin Tarantino angle stuff, man. You ready?
See those films? Well, I got to find the song. He's not
You're not
naming
ready.
songs.
All right, from
stand here
Viva
all
Las
day.
Vegas.
What?
From Viva Las Vegas, the album Viva Las Vegas.
Oh boy, now we got issues.
Viva Las Vegas?
Yeah, Viva Las Vegas. It's a good one.
If you say you don't need me, baby. No, forget
Hard
that.
Knocks, What I'd Say, Big Love, Big Heartache, Viva Las Vegas, Do the Vega, It's a Wonderful World.
Do the Vega. And you wonder why Elvis went nuts. You wonder why he was doing 60 pills a day. Do the Vega.
Now I'm real close to you there.
What else you
Let's
got?
go.
It's Carnival Time, You're the Boss, Come On Everybody, The Lady Loves Me.
Come on, we need Robert Santa for Come On Everybody.
No, we need a hit so people out there know.
So go back to the concert stuff. Go to Vegas.
All right, hang on.
This
guy's supposed to be
so
Do
annoying.
you know the name of the album? I'm sorry, I'm not a huge Elvis guy. Do you know the name of the album you're looking for? Because then I could just go to that album.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, go with
Okay, go to
the thing.
go to Elvis, like at Madison Square Garden.
All right.
We could have done this an hour ago.
Elvis. Oh, I've got a lot more Elvis from Las Vegas. That might be.
But that's
earlier.
not what I told you to do.
Elvis in concert. Elvis.
Holy shit! Elvis in concert.
Okay.
That was the right CC Rider.
Yeah, he asked you for
we
that
don't-
before.
But we don't have that from Elvis in concert. They've
Well,
only
why
got
not?
8 or 9 songs.
All right, let's hear the songs. You got to tell me the songs.
My Way,
Nah.
Hawaiian Wedding Song.
No.
And actually, that's it. The rest of them is just him
What?
talking.
You said, oh, a bunch of talking
Elvis
tracks.
fans' comments.
Keep going.
That's it. That's all from Elvis in concert.
All right, so
Didn't you say 8 or 9 songs?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's before I
give me
saw
more.
that some
Give
of
me
them were
more
comments.
All right, what else you got?
I have Elvis 56.
I love how he keeps saying I got Elvis 56. What else you got?
Collection, Christmas duets.
Can't you pull up an album?
Yeah, I'm reading you the albums.
Get Aloha Hawaii. Get the Hawaii album.
All right.
Elvis in Hawaii. Aren't you the guy that found my kid's MySpace?
No, that's Danny. He's right there to your right.
No, Danny's the
Danny,
pro.
so why the fuck aren't you working this?
Wait, get Danny's mic on over there.
That's his thing.
Yeah, Danny.
What can I do from the couch? I can't help.
Did you get it yet?
You already put him on the couch. He can't.
It
do
was
nothing
only in
from over there.
170 countries they played that special.
Tyson's got everyone frazzled.
Yeah.
Danny's on the
You got Elvis 68 comeback special?
Travis, come on.
That was a big one.
Oh, that's a biggie.
Huh?
That's a big one, Travis. We all know that one.
I have Elvis 56.
Oh.
He didn't ask
No,
you for that.
that's not what I
already did
asked
the
you
Elvis
for.
56
I have Elvis is back.
Doing what?
I don't know. I will be home again like a baby. Fever. Reconsider baby.
No, that's not the album I asked for.
Elvis Platinum.
Look at me. Look at me through the...
Look at me.
Elvis in Hawaii. Can you
We
find
don't
it?
have that.
All right. Can you find... All right. Elvis something else. Just something
From
else.
Nashville to Memphis.
Give us a song, Dice. At this point, we need
I'm
a song.
trying-
Yeah,
I'm
give
trying
me,
to give
give me
you-
a song. I can
Come
tell
on.
you which versions
Might
of
have
that
to go
song
in
I
the
have.
ghetto.
All right.
What's going on here?
Because I could only go so high right now. That's,
All right.
you know...
How about
All right, what's Love Me? Treat Me Like a Fool. Love Me.
Love Me?
Yeah, you'll know it if you hear it.
Hang on.
Let's see.
What do you want me to do?
Love Me.
You want me to film from
Let's
above?
see. In concert, though.
Love Me, I have Love Me from Heart and Soul, and then Love Me Tender.
No, just
Love Me, I just have from Heart and Soul.
Let me hear what it sounds
All
like.
right.
Let me see if maybe I'll go into it if I. That's when he started out.
That's all I got, though.
I need in
I don't
concert.
Make it. I don't have that in concert.
Holy Jesus.
I don't even
Travis.
know if I can go.
I didn't make the let. You
My
know that,
voice is
Anthony.
too deep for that particular one. We need it in concert.
Hang on.
Maybe
I
he did
might
it in
have the Hawaiian
Vegas.
album. Hang on.
You keep saying you have a lot of albums that you don't have.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
full
all
of
right,
shit,
okay.
this guy.
No, it's the computer, not me.
No, it's not. I know what you're doing.
What am I doing?
You wish you could do Elvis.
No.
You want me to do Elvis?
You want me to do Elvis?
No.
I have some Hawaiian songs. You want to hear what I got?
Yeah.
All right. From Aloha from Hawaii, American Trilogy.
This one is Aloha from Hawaii.
Welcome to My World.
Welcome to my world.
My Way. Steamroller Blues.
I'll do a little steamroller.
All right.
You don't want to, though. It's
What else
obvious.
you got? What else?
Yeah, I saw it in your face.
That's it from
What else?
From Aloha from Hawaii.
All right, do steamroller.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
All right. Are we doing this, Dice?
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
All right, here's Dice doing more Elvis.
Bring it up, baby.
Here we go. This should work.
We'll try this one, man. I'm a steamroller, baby. I'm gonna roll all over you. I'm a steamroller, baby. I'm gonna roll all over you. I'm gonna inject my soul with some sweet rock and roll. A good rhythm and tell you what, man, I'm a cement mixer. I turn and earn a burning funk. I'm a cement mixer. I turn and earn a burning funk. I'm a demolition derby, baby. A hefty hunk of steaming junk. We're gonna wail on the guitar now. Yeah. That's it. How much am I gonna?
Yeah, Travis, what are you gonna do? Play the guitar too?
Do it all day?
How many songs am I gonna? Yeah, put on a little American Trilogy. You want to hear that?
Oh.
I'll give you a little bit of that. Yeah, hit that one. Watch the genius of Dice. Without even, this is extra talent.
Do you have an album preference?
What you just had is fine.
All right, you want American Trilogy from Hawaii?
Yeah.
I'm not feeling chemistry between Travis and
I like him, but, you know, he's
no
not the
chemistry.
brightest pencil in
I
the
want to make
box.
sure Dice gets exactly what he wants.
There's no chemistry
Go ahead,
between
put
you
it
two,
on, put it
though.
on. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'll do just a little of this one. This is a hard one.
All right, this is a toughie.
Yeah, I'd have to have my friend.
I'll do a
end it.
different camera angle then. That'll help. Different camera.
Little louder. Stupid.
Stupid.
In the land of cotton, old
It's a
times
beautiful
are
song.
not forgotten.
Keep it going. I'll feel it. I gotta feel it.
Look away, Dixieland.
I'll come in after the backups.
Oh, I wish I was.
Look at Kenny, just reliving it.
I like this song. I don't know why.
For Dixieland, where I was born. Early Lord, one frosty morn. Look away, look away, look away. Dixieland. All right, we're going to take it up a little now. I don't know if I could even do it. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Hallelujah. Let's take it up now. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. You know your daddy's bound to die. And all my trials will soon be over.
And we'll get his part.
Play two.
How far we gotta take this?
Jesus. All right, we get it. It's a big ending.
That's a good song.
Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on. His truth is. I'll let Elvis finish it. Take it out, baby.
I remember the first time I heard him sing that song in Atlanta, there wasn't a dry eye in the house.
Yeah, we used to do that. We were doing that during the Desert Storm.
Yeah, the war just broke out. It was really a heartfelt moment.
But why we have to do such a downer? It's not a downer, but you know, you don't have like a fast one.
Oh my
Me?
God!
Not you.
All right.
What else did you have from that? You got like we got to end it on an up.
We're going to do it all day.
Well, we could do Sammy. We'll do Sammy Davis Jr., yeah.
Oh, you do Sammy too?
How about a sing-along?
What?
Now? Dice, we want to be involved.
Kind of fool am I? You don't even give me reverb.
He
You
does
don't
these
even help me.
impersonations.
Dice.
You'd think it was the real people.
Ever know?
I got an idea.
Yeah.
We're almost done. We should all do a sing-along.
Sing along.
We should all sing together.
Yeah, we should all sing
Wow.
together. How great would it be?
Exactly. We did
Sing along a what?
I ain't promoting no
All right, so you got to follow me. You come in on work, all right?
What do I do?
Are we doing the religious song?
Yeah.
Okay. I
Okay.
won't remember it, though.
All right.
what do I do?
But I'll lead you. So after I do work, that's when you come in on the first thing I say.
All right.
Okay?
Everyone's
All
calling
right.
you a pussy if you don't do Kentucky Rain, though.
Kentucky Rain. I don't even know if I know.
God, Kentucky Rain.
What other songs they like?
That's the one. All right, I'll do a sing-along. What do you
This
get?
is the song the work song that they sing at the Passover, right?
Yeah.
Oh, what do I
Play,
do? What do I do in that part?
play, work. Where we
Play,
go?
play, play.
No.
I don't know how
Then
to do
he
it.
comes in on where you come in. After you come in.
When do I come
Yeah.
in?
Play on work. After work.
But after you
Play, work.
play,
Run,
work,
Go,
work,
go, go.
run,
Go,
run,
go, go.
Feel.
Feel.
What the
fuck is this?
Just sing along.
I caught up to you. I'm too good.
It's not like row, row, row your boat.
Yeah, it's like that. No
Is
way.
it? It's like a round.
Which was the
call it?
greatest part of the Passover
Yeah.
Seder. You had to see us at the table doing this.
Yeah?
We all had yarmulkes on. We're just singing in a circle.
Yeah.
You had a yarmulke on?
I
Jimmy?
certainly
It was
did.
the best.
Why is there a
It was
picture
the
of that?
best.
I want to see a little picture of
Picture
Jimmy
that
with a
should have been
yarmulke.
15 cameras.
No kidding.
Yeah. Well, Lordy, 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 Miss Claudia. Take it up, Anthony.
I don't know that one.
Come on, you do.
It's Elvis.
I swear I don't.
We don't know every Elvis song.
I don't know a lot of Elvis.
You sure look. Who plays guitar?
I can't believe
play air guitar
I was
good.
never a big Elvis fan.
Well, please don't excite me, baby. Boo, doo, 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 doo.
See,
You
I
know it,
that
right?
part. I'll do the boo 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 boo.
All right. Well, Lordy, Lordy, Lordy. You do the
audience will do
drumming,
the
Kenny.
boo, boo, boo.
Come on, we'll get a band together. I'll do the boo boo boo. There you go.
Well, Lordy, 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 Miss Claudia. Girl, you sure look good to me. Well, please don't excite me, baby. You know it can't be me. Do 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 do. Well, I give you all my loving. Girl, should he do it with Sammy?
They're not doing anything.
I don't know this.
I don't know it either.
I don't know much. I'm just doing the boo boo boo.
I don't know that. I don't know this.
Give a part to Jimmy and Ant.
Did you say you're just doing the boo boo boo?
Yeah, I'm doing the boo. Think along.
How many more minutes you got? We could end with another.
We want everyone involved.
No,
I
but
got it.
But how many minutes you got?
Because
we could end with
5 minutes.
We could end with another LA Rock song if you want.
We could do that.
We could play Outlaw.
Finish up the.
Yeah, but we want to do a little group
sing along
participation.
Well, here, Kenny knows this, right?
Hold on.
We're going up.
Dice.
We're going down. We're going up, down, down, up, anywhere you want to let it roll. Baby.
All right, Dice, listen.
Yeah.
Dice.
You got me doing what you want me, baby, honey, what do you want me to do? Yeah, what?
Dice, listen to me.
Think if Elvis did that at the end of the song. What?
You were on something. Then the ADD kicked in. You got him on the drums. You got me on the boo 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 boo. He's got a slide whistle.
Well,
and then you give Jimmy something. We got a little thing going on here.
We're doing it.
Have Jimmy play the water bottle or something. I don't know. What do you want him to do? You're creative.
That doesn't sound good when you play.
No, but he's not musically. Every time we get to the end of a verse, you go like this.
Okay, play the wacky horn.
And what about it?
I'll
What about
play the
it?
bell.
He plays that slide thing.
You
I
do
play the
thing.
slide whistle.
You want him to just freestyle with the slide thing?
I'm pretty good with this.
All right.
Yeah, he's good.
Here we go.
A little bit up.
All right,
there we go.
It's a little
I've
jug
been
band.
traveling over mountains, even through the valleys too. I kept traveling night and day. No, you got to hit the dynamics. You cut at that point, you come back in.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying? Okay, here we'll try it
Gotta
again.
play through it.
No,
What the fuck? Get the fuck out! Get the fuck out of my house!
Yeah, shit, motherfucker. Yeah.
Come on, Randy.
Yeah, motherfucker, where we going at? Like, yeah, shit, I'm gonna get me some Asian pussy today.
Here we go. We all got our parts.
Okay. I've been traveling over mountains, even through the valleys too. I kept traveling night and day. I kept running all the way, baby, trying to get to you. Solo. You know what's so funny? I got to tell you this.
Well,
last night,
he was doing it.
No, let me tell you something. Last night,
That was it.
I'm with one of, and you would know who it is, Ken. I'm with one of the greatest musicians like ever. Listen to this.
Now.
I'm with one of the greatest jazz players ever. This guy Lee Musica. Last night, and this is what I'm listening to in the morning.
Today.
And this guy conducts the fucking Philharmonica band. He works with-
Philharmonica.
Yeah, he's working with, he conducts Tony Bennett.
Sure.
does the telethon, the Jerry Lewis, and now I'm listening to this.
Now you know how we feel. We had Ron Howard on before you came in.
And what happened?
See, it's a joke. Because then all of a sudden you come here, and we got you, and Ron Howard's over there.
You know how a Kenny G concert ends? The janitor goes, "Hey, pal, wake the fuck up."
More material from... Yeah.
It's also how a Club Soda Kenny.
Album 3. Album 3? He's just doing
I'm not sure what
Kenny.
album that is.
He's only doing
no,
album 3.
that's actually a special.
Oh, shit.
I was liking the freestyle thing.
I know, but...
The horn was just kind of...
We were ready to all
gotta
kick
take
in
it.
after
I like
the fucking solo, and you
They
got
had
to
a
go
little
somewhere
accent
else.
to it.
Yeah.
It's all right, though. I kind of like the horn, Jimmy.
I like
String
playing horn.
submarine band. That's what that was.
Was it named Phil Musica, the guy?
No,
Lee.
Music.
Well, convenient that he got into music with a name like Lee Musica.
Musica.
No, that's
You should
the
see my
real...
friend Ted Mechanica. I fix bus engines.
What a coincidence, Ted.
More cowbells coming in.
Mechanica.
Yes.
All we like to do, toodly-do.
Cocksucker.
Yes. I produced the Opie and Anthony show.
We should have done the toodly-do for Dice. He would have enjoyed that. But
You
maybe
got some of the toodly-do.
Maybe we're done now.
I
Maybe we're done.
toodly-dooed.
All right, why don't we wrap this up then, Dice?
Is Ron Howard in this one? A Beautiful Man?
Beautiful mind.
A
Yeah.
beautiful mind.
He
A
directed it.
beautiful man.
Beautiful man.
the Kenny story.
You know who the dumbest guy in the band is? The guy with the tuba.
Why is he dumb? Do we know why he's dumb, though?
Yeah, because he got a tuba. Nobody plays a tuba. Get the fuck out of here.
It is pretty dumb to play the tuba. Who wants to carry that shit around?
Doing Dice's act. Jesus Christ. Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Would Kenny ever use your act, like when you were just walking, if you'd say something that would remind him of a joke, he would just say whatever joke it was, like while you're
He's
walking?
doing it.
Yeah.
But like just in the
Yes.
store?
Yeah, he would
it
have
doesn't matter
to.
where we are.
He can't just remember this shit. He would have to. You must have done this.
No, that's what I do with Jimmy. I work his act into real live conversation.
He tortures you with things that you were once proud of.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Just sing the Bean song. When you used to go to Starbucks, what would you have to sing? When you go in? About the orange?
Uh-oh.
No,
Let me see if you remember that.
No, I used to go on the Slurpee runs because you liked it thick
No,
like
forget
shit.
that. Forget that. Do you remember the
you're losing your
Frappuccino?
mind.
Orange mocha. You don't remember that?
No.
It's
Orange
a song.
mocha chip. Yeah.
It could be a sing-along.
Yeah, it was a whole thing.
Orange mocha Frappuccino Power Powder 2. Extra
not
chips and whipped cream because it'll be good for you. And you don't remember that?
Yeah, and a large one with a straw.
Vente.
Yeah.
Vente.
And with the cockhead cap.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you know the big cap on top? The cockhead cap.
The cockhead cap.
That's fucking brilliant.
You would go in with him and do it.
Yeah, he would slap me in the face. That's where me and Kenny started. He would slap me in the face when I would touch something. I would touch something and he would go, "Shut up!" And he would slap me in the face in front of everybody, yeah.
That's great.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. All right.
So what do you want done now?
I think we got to go.
Could go sweatshirt shopping.
Ooh,
We're starting all over again. Oh, have you been to Conway's?
What?
No.
What's that?
Store.
I know that.
No.
Oh, my God. I was sweating in there the other day. I was going so crazy with what I was buying.
Yeah, because I love cotton.
Why?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You never been in there?
No. What's in there?
Thermal shirts, $3. Thick thermal shirts.
Thick.
You know what I mean?
So you got to buy, you know, you're freaking
Jean
out.
shorts, $5. I was going out of my fucking mind.
It's like dice wear.
The double bag it, Happy.
And it was double bagged. And the bags are industrial. They don't even need to double bag.
Yeah.
But it's so intense. Like you walk out with the bag and you know you did something.
You love shopping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this particular... They should give me everything for free just because I said them.
That's true right now.
You know what I mean? But the prices are so low, I don't even want it for free.
Wow,
like I got like $1,500
that
worth
should be
of
their
stuff
slogan.
for $67.
It's crazy.
Yeah. No, I went fucking nuts. I started
certainly
throwing
did,
shit. I started throwing clothes around the store. I went so fucking nuts. Yeah.
I know, because the one time we went shopping, you were really into it.
Yeah. I go crazy. We should go there.
Yeah, for other people, you're freaking out. You want to buy shit
we went
for
to that.
people.
We went to that one on the side street where you got the sweatshirts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How thick were those?
I still got mine.
18 cotton. 18%. 18. The weight is 18. How do they say it?
How did they work cotton? I have no idea.
18-ounce cotton.
Is that it?
That's why it's so thick.
Why'd you
Feel your
force us-
shirt? That can't be more than 12.
Why'd you force us to buy triple X's? Triple
Because you
XLs?
want everything
Gap.
gigantic.
Yeah, they
You want everything gigantic.
Yeah, you
That's
don't
what
want to
wear,
buy
gigantic clothes.
Yeah, you want to be comfortable. You don't want to be like that shirt's pretty big.
I'm tiny though. An XL would have been good.
No, but you get like 3 and 4.
You forced
could
triple
get,
XLs.
Let me tell
on
you
it.
something. I got sweatshirts from this place I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Russell sweatshirts, right? Not just thick, 12X, 14X.
For
Giant.
real?
Yeah, the greatest thing.
For real?
I would walk around with wheels at the Comedy Store. We'd both go in it, and a head would come out the top of the sweatshirt, and we'd put like one arm in each thing. That's how big they are. It's you're just comfortable all day in those sweatshirts.
You swim in them.
Yeah, and plus
big.
it's got the giant pocket for like,
Thanks.
candy.
Yeah.
Candy.
Big pockets. Yeah.
Tell them about that cake you had at my house. How
Fucking
that was like
what was it?
candy.
It really was great. I had 2 or 3 big pieces.
How good was
Wow.
that?
Phenomenal.
Probably felt like
Yeah.
shit, though, eating so much, right?
I didn't care.
No,
It was
no,
so
it was
good.
like-
Jimmy beats him. No, Jimmy beats
There's no
himself up.
flour, sugar, or anything in it.
Oh, was it air?
Yes.
There has
No,
to be sugar.
it was-
Airy.
How does it taste good without
was
the
sugar.
sugar part?
Tell them.
There had to be sugar in it.
No, it wasn't.
What was in there?
I don't know. Something.
Dice made it sweet just looking at it.
No, but I like candy, so
Yeah.
yeah.
You're a candy guy? What do you
It's
like?
from
Jolly
7-Eleven.
Ranchers?
No,
Kind of candy.
Atomic Fireballs.
Oh, you like old school candy.
Yeah, Tootsie Rolls, Tootsie
Shit like
Pops.
that.
Anything a 6-year-old would enjoy, he enjoys.
Tootsie Rolls, though.
How would I come into the room
Tootsie
at
Rolls are
night
good.
after like a concert,
You
like
gotta go
the
all in with
outfit?
the chocolate.
We
at
never
that
talked. We
point.
never talked about the show. It was always fucking baggy clothes and treats. Look what I got from the store. It was fucking truffles.
Wait, no, you got to tell the best story. I always make you tell it. When the candy place, Kenny, where were we?
Detroit.
Yeah. And this guy who was a fan had one of those candy places with the barrels and, the big boxes. Like a special
You get a
candy
little
store.
bag thing and you go to town.
Yeah, but
With
he'll
the
tell you.
scoops.
So the guy, because he's a fan, he goes, "Hey, you want some candy?"
As soon as somebody
Not
says
good.
that, you realize that
Not
this is
good.
going to be the end of the fucking business. I'm a fan. Ka-ching, ka-ching.
Yeah. But what was driving you crazy?
I was embarrassed because it was like, I want to take a couple of things. Give me a quarter pound of candy. But he's fucking running around, and that's where double bag it comes from. He's like, happy, double bag it. And he's fucking shamelessly filling bag after bag. And me and Rob Cullen...
Kenny with the scooper.
Me and Rob Cullen are standing across the store, embarrassed, and all you hear is the scooper going... It was fucking... I was so embarrassed.
Was the fan in the corner crying?
No, then Kenny, this is the beauty of it, because he's tall. They had like big boxes, like the $60 boxes of chocolate on top. I'm going, Kenny, grab one of those up there.
Yeah, for the kids. For the kids.
So now, for the kids.
You clean the motherfucker out.
No, it was really heavy, the bags. That was the beauty of it.
Holy shit.
So now we walk out of this place, and right next to the candy place was a cologne place. And the guy wanted a couple tickets. So I go, can we get some cologne? By now, the guy's like a little shell-shocked. But he's going, yeah, I guess so. And then it starts with, let me try this one. Let me try that. Throw that in a bag. Yeah, try this in a bag. I think it was like $1,500 in cologne that he had to call his father and go, look, they're giving me a couple. Yeah, tell him,
Jesus.
For 2 $35 tickets. The guy gave away $1,500 worth of fucking cologne. I forgot about that. He had to call the father. It was horrifying.
How embarrassing.
It was so fucking
I was so
mortifying.
happy about that.
Because normally you take a couple of things. Oh, I'll have a small bottle.
Yeah.
He had to call his father to go, look,
Holy shit.
can we give this much away for free?
I mean, we were all walking with giant like shopping bag size of candy.
robbed the guy.
And yeah, but I love to steal.
Oh, it's fantastic.
But it's so much better.
Dice loves a
when
good deal.
He steals
No,
legally.
no,
yeah. Dice loves making his
He knows how to do
deals.
the stealing legally.
Oh, no, he
Yeah,
steals illegally, too. You should walk into a
Yes, no.
sweatshirt store with him, and he'd fucking be hiding behind the thing, putting on stolen shirts, and putting a giant sweatshirt on. I'm like, we're going to go to fucking jail.
You know what I used to do with Kenny? I'd walk into a store, right?
Yeah.
I'd walk into a store and, find like a sweatshirt I like. And this is without paying for it. And I go, you got a scissor? You come up to the counter and they go, oh, yeah. And then I just start cutting the sleeves off the $60 shirt that's not paid for yet. And I would just want the sleeve to use like as a giant headband at that time. And they go, oh, I'll tell you a great one out in fucking Vegas. Okay, so I come in, I want to buy like some TVs at this electronics store.
Oh, shit.
Oh, this is the fucking best.
TVs. Who buys some TVs?
No, so I get the guy in the corner, the salesman, right? And I'm going, all right, look at me. I got to talk to you here. You're going to give me a good deal on this stuff, right? I go, why don't just for starters, knowing I'm going to get some big TVs, throw in a 19-inch. Like, without even making the deal yet.
You're already trying
like a
to
nice
get the pretty
Trinitron 19-inch. So the guy does it, right? So then on top of it, he's got to give me like rock bottom prices on the big TVs because I bought like 3 of them. I'm going, the 19-inch TV, it's like $300. What's it? That's nothing. So now I'm with this comic, Steve Simone?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm with Steve Simone. And at that time, Steve's like 26, So as we're getting ready to leave, I go, I promised the kid a Walkman. Can you just, give him a Walkman? You got those shockwaves over there? Give him a Walkman. What's the big deal? So they give him the Walkman, right? Like he's a child.
I promised the kid a
26-year-old.
Walkman.
Yeah. So, and this is after we robbed the Macy's home store for thousands in sheets because I got sick of returning stuff. So I just walked in there with a giant fucking bag and just said, just fucking load it up, every size sheet, And on the way out, I returned something, so they had to give me $400 on top of it. And Steve's looking, going, "You're gonna walk out with it?" I go, "Well, what the fuck? I've been here 4 times. They should be giving me stuff. This is stuff you need to put on the bed. I bought the bed from them. This should come with it." So now we're in the electronics store, and he gets the Walkman, and on the way out, I see this great metal CD rack. So I just clip it. I just pick it up and start heading towards the door, and some salesman goes, "Excuse me? Oh, and I got to tell you about another thing about it. He goes, "Excuse me." He goes, you got to pay for that. I go, no. It's handled. That's that guy over there. And I just walk out with it, right? So now the last time I was there.
That's that guy over there.
Yeah, no, because I figured, what is it? It's another $100? They probably buy it for 10. You give it away. You make a person feel good.
Right.
So now, the last time I'm there, one of my kids' drums are broken. Okay, so I go to Sam Ash with this bass drum, and I just walk in, and I put it down, and I take another one just like it that's not cracked, and this guy goes, "Excuse me." And I go, "Yeah, can I help you with something?" I go, "I got to get out of here. We got a show to do."
Can I help you with something?
And he goes, "What are you doing with the drum?" I go, "Can't you see this one is broken?" I go, "My friend, Steve Arnold, it's handled. Don't worry about it." And he goes, "Oh, okay, I didn't know." And I leave with the bass drum. Now, my friend, when it was a different store called Mars Music, used to manage the store. He's got nothing to do with Sam Ash. But for some reason, this guy was like, "Oh, okay. What am I going to pay for one drum? You pay for a set. I don't need the whole set. What do I got to negotiate? How much?"
For one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He just traded a bad one for a new one.
That's why I got nuts when people went nuts from gas prices. All kidding aside, like people would stand in the gasoline store, whatever it is.
Station, whatever.
Yeah. And they're going, "Oh, do you believe these prices?" Like when it was like $5,000, $6,000. I'm going, so what? I would tell the attendant, charge me more. That's the best you could do. Because people have the wrong mindset. See, they start going, "Oh, I can't believe how much gas is." I go, "Yeah, but you need gas to get to the mall
Well, you could steal everything else. So if they want to fuck you, who gives a charge me $30? Here's $100 tip. Do the windows. Who gives a fuck? Because I'm going to steal everything I could get my fucking hands on when I get to the mall.
You're making
You know what
money.
I mean?
Yeah. God damn.
Think about it. You know what I
don't
mean?
even have to. The logic comes right through. Dice.
Exactly.
I don't have to think about it
Shoe
for a
stores are
second.
the easiest when they go walk around, see how you feel. Oh, okay. And you're going to go in the back and get the next size, right? The biggest assholes work in shoe stores. And on the way out, they got all the giveaway socks, all that shit. That's why I wear the pants with the big pockets.
Puts the fucking shoes on and walks out.
Yeah, they're already used. What do you give them back?
Yeah, I could use a little bigger
You know
size.
how
Why don't you check the
inconvenient
back?
with the laces to take them off, put it on. Just go. I leave the old ones. It's not like I don't give them something.
Okay, so they got
They're
those
Dyson sneakers. You can sell them on iSpace, whatever. Yeah, where you sell shit, right?
Right. eBay, iSpace,
No, I
whatever.
love. Do you remember with Smirnoff with the silver bracelet and fucking Macy's? Oh, this is great. This fucking fag cocksucker. Let me tell you this one. This is funny. Not about fags. He was just funny. This little fucking fag, right? I'm with this comic, this real tall, skinny guy, Bruce Smirnoff, and I just won like $70,000 at Bally's Hotel. Like in a minute, I won it, right? So we go to Macy's, and I pick out this like little silver bracelet for like $300, right? So Bruce is standing here, and Kenny's over here, right? So I say to the little faggotron behind the counter, I go, maybe you got something I could put this in. You got like a little case? So he turns around, and when he does that, I just take the bracelet, I put it in my pocket, right? And Bruce is looking. Now the guy knows I just won like $70,000. It's $300. So the guy turns back, and he's looking at the counter, and he's going, where's the bracelet? I go, I don't know. Where's the bracelet? I go, I want a case with it. And he goes,
I want a case
and now,
with it.
the beauty of all I wanted to do was affect this guy, Bruce, right? And he's looking because he wants to say, you put it in your pocket. But he won't because he's opening for me, right? And Kenny knows the goof, right? So he's just standing, So the guy goes, no, I left the bracelet here when I looked for the little thing to put it in. I go, yeah, so what do you want from me? I don't know where it is. I go, what do you think? I need to steal a $300 fucking bracelet?
And put them on the
And the guy's
defensive.
going,
right.
no, I'm just saying it was right here. I go, I don't know what to tell you. I go, but I'm not going to be insulted by somebody like you. And I left.
Fucking stealing everywhere you go.
There's nothing.
Why is he
cologne?
panicking outside the studio?
Why ever pay for cologne? In this day and age, when the
Yeah,
recession, you want to charge me $90 for this bottle of shit that
So
I'm
what do
not
you-
even sure if it gets from the spray to my arm?
Right. So what do? You just go in and...
You got to confuse the fagotito behind the counter.
Right.
You confuse him. And as he's going, you got this one, go, see me that one over there. You're putting the tester bottles in your pocket. I don't need the whole fucking thing.
You just need a few spritzes.
I just need a couple. My whole dress is filled with testers. Chicks come over. They go, "Why do you have all these tester bottles?" I go, "Companies send it to me to see if I like it because I'm like an expert with smelling."
Right.
Steve,
fucking guy.
Steve, what's wrong?
No, nothing's wrong. I was just going to inform Andrew that he's got a phoner with WBLI.
Fuck. See here, now we got a problem.
No, we're flowing. Fine.
I thought we were, we were getting, we were all off on a
Everything
roll.
else was just practice.
You know
Like,
what?
we're really
Where's
doing it.
WBLI? Whatever the fuck.
Long Island.
Long
we
Island.
cover that shit, so you're good.
Yeah, we
Oh, you
covered,
covered it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
you're
cover
good.
the same.
You're good. We're good.
I'm at Caroline's this weekend.
Yes.
Yeah, take it off our show. Put it on.
And
your
I
show.
didn't even know when.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday now. 212-757-4100.
So they moved it from Thursday?
Thursday.
Am I not there Thursday? I better
thought
not
it
have a
was
show there and find out
No
I
more
did.
Thursday for you. So you're in
thought
town
it did.
early for nothing.
No, I had to do. I had
Oh,
to
the
do
apprentice
a
thing.
gig,
Yeah.
and then I had to do the apprentice thing.
So you're good. Let's go home.
I got a tinkle badly.
What happened
Yeah.
with our gig? Philip, see,
It was,
was it the right
it was a
place?
promoter issue. It had nothing to do with it wasn't the age. It was a promoter guy in Denver.
No, it was me.
Well, no, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Why?
I told my agent I won't do it.
No.
See how they lied? No, I'm telling you the truth.
Oh, okay.
What happened?
And do you know what? No, because
What happened?
me and Norton have been wanting to do concerts together.
Yeah.
So they came up with one for us in Denver. This only took like a year.
And I'm thinking, Denver? Why Denver?
It's a weird place to start.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, because the first show we do together,
Should
you
be
want it to
big.
be it should be the Beacon.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
New
And
York,
do 3
Philly,
nights. Yeah.
Boston.
Not Denver.
Yeah, yeah.
Not
Yeah,
Denver.
so that's why I call my agent and said, the fuck?
Oh, okay.
I go, yeah, he draws good there. I might draw okay, but you want it to sell out in a minute. Like if we did like a Beacon Theater, like we did, we would do 5 of them.
Huge.
Yeah, why aren't we doing that?
Plus,
Why the fuck aren't we doing that?
Oh, yeah, yes, Kenny?
The altitude's no good
No,
for you.
I'm
there,
serious.
Andrew.
I'm serious. You know what I mean?
Why don't we try Minneapolis?
How about your
That's a
fucking
good market.
altitude, you
Is that-
big monster?
Minneapolis is like great.
But not even there. Like, you start here. You know, they fuck it all up, these
always start
representatives.
I don't mind starting somewhere else
start
other than here.
here.
I love New York, but I like working. I like
Well, it
other
doesn't have to be
markets.
New
Seattle,
York,
how
but
about
even
Seattle?
Philly. I just did, you do the Keswick, any of those? I just did the Keswick in Philly.
How big is that? I don't know what that is.
Do the
1,500.
Cheswick.
Oh, that's great.
You know what I mean? But I'm saying, you know, we could do 5 of those, me and you.
I would love to do the Keswick.
Yeah, I just don't understand, you know, because everybody gets fucking greedy. Not us.
No.
The fucking representations.
No, not you with the fucking spritzes samples.
No,
all
I'm
up in
telling.
your-
We could have been doing this for a year already.
Not you with the
Greedy.
Macy's
You
buyback.
don't get greedy
Whatever
with the
fuck you
fucking-
did
No,
over
so I
there.
wanted you to know what happened.
Oh,
So that's
$300
why
bracelet.
I'm saying it publicly, like the stealing thing.
Right.
The fuck you laughing at? I'll break your neck.
I'm laughing at you stealing $300 bracelets.
Oh, no,
when
that's-
you
I'm
fucking
sorry.
dice.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to yell.
It's okay.
Can we go home now?
It's up to you.
Yeah, I got
I gotta get out of here. I got
So
fucking.
Dicey
cold
Caroline's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then in Tarrytown, which is right over the Tappan Zee, on I think it's Thursday, May 21st. It's an 8
Over
o'clock
to
show.
Pansy?
Tapan,
I gotta
Tappan
go
Zee.
over bridges for this shit?
No,
There's a
I
ferry.
think you just pass it.
yeah, I think you stay on
You
this
just
side.
stay north. Go north of
You
the
stay on this
Tappan
side.
Zee.
You stay on this side.
Stay on this
Yeah.
side. Don't
Good.
go over there.
Tappan
Don't
Zee.
go
I
over
always
there. Stay
loved
over
that
here.
bridge.
All right,
That's a big bridge.
we're gonna go now.
I'm going
Yeah,
piss.
let's
Okay.
take it easy.
Maybe Dice will be back
everybody.
before the end of the week. You never know.
Yeah, I'm around.
All right, we'll see you guys soon.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.